traditionally they've been trying to run their own comforts. They've been trying to run double senti at times, trying to put Luke Show into a chamber position mostly. But this is a map where they are forced to play the double duelist. Now, I'm trying to get a sneak peek of potentially the Asians as well. I'm trying to like stare down at monitors. We don't know what Loud are going to do. This is why there's risks involved.
Cliff, what do you want to see from Loud?
I mean, honestly, I'd want them to see them going in a similar direction as us, honestly. Seeing Luke Show go on chamber, maybe seeing like, I mean, TK Zen's obviously going to play some type of Neon or Duelist like that, but maybe we see Darker going into some type of Duelist flex. He has a lot of talent for it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they lean into his comfort rather than Erde as an IGL on Phoenix.
We've been seeing that a lot, honestly, as well. The IGL is kind of taking up the Phoenix mantle. And I mean, from hearing the whispers of what players have been saying, a lot of teams do like it because it means that you have a more impactful players. No changes here for FURIA that we're seeing, as far as I'm aware as well. So we're seeing the same comfort roles basic on the Phoenix.
มาสวัสดีครับลูซี่สวัสดีครับคุณตับลูสวัสดีครั
I do
บ
think it's a pretty smart pick.
Season B
Map veto is a great way to get a leg up, assuming you know what you're getting yourself into. But it is allowed that haven't played for weeks. They've been having to essentially knuckle down, scrim practice, and it is going to be the Darker on Phoenix.
คุณบีสวัสดีครับผมเซนบีสวัสดีครับ
If you got inside information on something, bro, because they were putting Erde on the Phoenix.
ชื่อก่อนชื่ออะไร
They got that guy on Phoenix. And this is where the risks
เปลี่ยนไปแล้วไม่ใช่หรอ
FURIA think that they've got an upper hand in the map veto. They open up with Haven, but here is where the difference lies.
It is indeed. I'm excited to get this one started. So let's get into the first pistol round of playoffs and send it over to your casters. Here's Uber and Wyatt.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Today, FURIA fight to redeem an 0-5 stage and prove that this resurgence hasn't come too late. Loud fighting to rewrite a painful memory. Back in 2023, Fnatic broke their hearts in front of the Sao Paulo crowd.
ทำไมเป็นอย่างนี้
3 years later, a new generation carries the badge, trying to fight to get back to Brazil. One team is still trying to save the season, and the other is trying to give their city a happier ending.
Today, a coveted spot in that upper bracket semi-final on the line. The loser down to the lower bracket where the Sharks are waiting. G2 are there.
สวัสดีครับจานลิมิกสวัสดีครับมาสวัสดีครับเซโลโนฟาสวัสดีครับโนโรตี้สวัสดีครับยูเซอร์สวัสดีครับเกนจิสวัสดีครับซันซันสวัสดีครับติวเตอร์สวัสดีครับเอ็นบีเคดีสวัสดีครับผมเดียมตาสวัสดีครับตาเชียร์ใครคู่นี้คู่แรกชิวๆรอดูคู่สอง
To focus on a match like this, whereas FURIA have been fighting for every day they've survived.
โอเคป่ะคู่แรกชิวๆรอดูคู่สอง
FURIA found so much success of the pistol rounds in planes. Will that trend?
ชื่อเบสิกใครวะ
เฮียว่า LOUD กับ LEV
เฮียว่า LUD กับ LEV เหรอผมก็ว่างั้นเฮียมาเดี๋ยวพี่ยาม
See on the minimap, FURIA have intentions of flanking heavily. And they've dealt with Luke Shaw right away.
จะมาพอดีนอนแล้วฟันติจูนฟันติครับหมดนี้ไม่ไหวอ่ะฟันติแต่พูดถูก
That trademark is removed with his demise.
บิกินี่ปูซานมา 20K 20K.
Looking for a peek. Basic hoping to double up now. FURIA are being slowed down way late, stuck in the mud. Trying to get to some step to the side and
Morning today, honey. Morning,
Shy taking his sweet time, coming up Sui here, but there's also a smoke in his way. He emerges for 2 kills, and there might be another on the menu here, Ode.
นั่นเดียวเปลี่ยนปืนกดดิฟิว What the fuck เวลาไม่พอกูจะรั่ว
Good looks there for Shy.
ไอ้
Unfortunately,
น้องจานสวัสดีครับ
on his side.
พันเก่งไก่สวัสดีครับผมสวัสดีครับ
I can't believe Loud have gotten away with that one.
บิกินี่จริง
FURIA
ข้างบน
going
พอ
for
นะ
that multi-man
ข้างล่าง
flank and dealing with Luke Shaw immediately. No trade. They just get the man advantage 5-on-4 and are able to get that retake off from every single imaginable angle. Loud are completely surrounded in this site. They even lose Sikazine and then
มีคู่เดียวเหรอมีสองคู่ครับอันนี้คู่แรกเฉยๆอ่ะคู่สองได้ดู
You've got to have your eyes
วัน
on
นี้ตื่น
Darker
มาดู
coming
NA ตื่นมาดู
into
NA
this map.
กลับมาลั่นแล้ว
Flexing over towards the Phoenix. It's just a must pick on Haven. You simply
Every team is doing it.
have to
ฉัน
play
นอน
double
ไม่หลับเลย
duelist
ออกไป
here,
ซื้อ
even
ข
if
อง
you're
กินมา
trying
แล้ว
to
กลับ
be
มา
off
เจอบางเด็ด
elsewhere.
W
It is genuinely not
20,000
possible
ชุด
to
มัน
win
แพ
the
งขนาด
non
นี้
here
หรอ
if
ชุด
you're
มันแพ
running
ง
anything but the Phoenix Neon
ยิ่ง
here,
ที่
right?
เกาหลีมันยิ่งแพงเนี่ย
And honestly, it's kind of surprising we haven't
Hello,
seen
BB,
more of the Darker
Cap.
Phoenix on this map. I was going back, and the last
Cap.
time that he played it, it was against Leviathan back in the Stage 1 groups. And he actually was the best player in the server. He outfragged Sato, and they won that Haven map. Now, you know, that was a little bit before Lev got all the way to the top. But that being said, I feel like it kind of bodes well for him. I'm just surprised that Loud have not tried to lean into it more. Like they had the Air Day Phoenix last time, but they're back to maybe the one thing that worked.
3 2 hours นอนต่อเถอะ
Similar pivot, I guess, to what Fury
ไม่เอา
have
สปอน
undertaken.
พูดถึงส
They're
ปอน
all obviously undefeated
คุณ
after
ลืมว่าคุณลืมแล้ว
Basic has picked up the Phoenix himself.
ตรงนี้กัน
Kind of
ตรงไหนดี
dominated
วะ
on that pick in general. Basic, the one who was on the breach and deadlock up until
of his own
recently.
volition. Koala
ไว้
said
ไหน
that
ได้
he
ไว้ไหน
just
ได้
really wanted to play that breach, and he was playing it on Haven, and he was dropping crazy numbers, but
มันเป็นแม
the
ป
breach is not as good as the Phoenix.
No, really wanting to be on that breach. Sounds like choosing brown as your favorite color. I don't know.
Louder just fast again towards A. Let's just run it back like the pistol round with Basic shuts them down.
วันนี้ได้
Coming
นะ
up here pretty nicely alongside Koalanu, but they're going to be dug out now. Erde's found his third kill of the round. The guy is controlling any access towards his A site. And now Darker's going to go hunting, because why wouldn't you with his runner back in play in for one Artazine, and he's able to spray him down for a freebie. That is gutting for Furia.
อยู่ก่อนนะแวร์ฟอร์เรียลหลอดถึงก็แวร์ที่ทะเลอ่ะ
low HP
เอามา
Gabby.
เอ็นฟอร์เซอร์สวัสดีครับดิมิกสวัสดีครับมิชูโบรเอ็นฟอร์เซอร์ห่างหายไม่นาน
How cool was that little play though?
นายเที่ยวสวัสดีครับเร็วเฟิร์สดิวสวัสดีครับนอนเนี่ยจะนอนมา4 ชั่วโมงแล้ว
Everyone coming from
ว่า
the
แต่น้องได้ต่อกับซิโต้อีกไหมแล้วก็ทำงานร้านดีอยู่นะอยากให้ไปด้านนี้บ่อยๆขอบคุณครับ
นะครับผมกำลังจะนอนเดี๋ยวไอ้หน้านี่ผมตื่นแล้วนอนไม่หลับกันพอดีฝันดีครับจัส
ขาฝันดีครับผม
to throw in. I mean, we're 3 rounds in, and Shaw.
ก็ก่อนบินหนาวให้ถึงอ่ะ
Visible frustration has set in.
I mean, these guys haven't had a chance to rest, chance to breathe.
มอร์นิ่งจ้ามันนี่กับพ็อปปี้
Play-ins now. You do not
วันนี้
need
ค
to
รับ
playoffs fresh like Loud do.
ใครเพิ่งตื่นหรือเพิ่งตื่นครับราเชนสวัสดีครับผม
Oh, big ping.
Able to get that ping, able to get the
นอนไป 4 ชั่วโมงได้เหรอ
Not able to find a pick off the back of it. That's okay though. They might just try to pick up the pace elsewhere. Haven't spotted out a lot of presence from
ไม่ออก
Fury.
ไม่ออกครับแปซิฟิกไม่ออกครับ
Really need to see Furia get off to the races on this map. I would not want to leave things to chance if we get over towards Summit. Dark is going to open up the account though comfortably. Onto the B side, go Loud. Artazine might just walk to smoke and try and take a timing here
โอ้
and be done with it.
It's a round where you're definitely seeing a bit of the power of the Neon. The,
อิมูดีครับ
the
ตีน
ability
สวัสดี
to
ครับ
just pivot to one of those other
Make it
sites
bigger,
so
huh?
quickly.
เดี๋ยวกัน
And it's a great call from Erode to get them there. We've heard in the loud comms how vocal he is all throughout the round, setting it up at the beginning, being extremely in control during the mid rounds, dictating everything the team is going to do.
And then, like we saw in the bonus, just making the play for himself.
And it feels like to some extent we might be witnessing a little bit of that loud advantage early from having the couple weeks off, having the time to refine a map in their pool
เดี๋ยว
that
ฉันมาคู่ 2 ละกัน
not been a good
ถ้า
one
งาน
for them.
เสร็จจะเราไม่หลับจัดปะ
Maybe giving Darker some more reps
What,
on his
in
Phoenix
Busan?
over the last couple of weeks, coming up with some nice little set
yeah.
strats like that bonus round play, and hey, that could be enough to steal away Furia's map pick.
พี่
which
รักแปซิฟิกขนาดนั้นเลยนะ
going
ไปดู
into
หน่อย
it,
อ่ะมันต้องดู
it's
ฝั่งไหนวะ
definitely a targeted one. They pick Haven because
ส่วน
Loud is
Pacific
not
ต้องเอา
able
ขึ้น
to
ไว้
figure things out here.
18 days.
แบบแม่นๆหรอผมว่าลาวครับคู่เนี้ยลาวน่าจะ 2-0 เลยครับมีสิทธิ์เผลอๆแต่คู่ต่อไปผมไม่ชัวร์นะคู่ต่อไปผมเดาว่าเลฟอ่ะ
Louder entering the round with that signature pace, but Erde was flagging behind a little bit, gets caught.
ฟูเรียมันตกต่ำแล้วมัน
Gets his first one
มา
on
ข
the
นาดนี้ก็
board
โหดแล้วว่ะพูดจริง
via an angle that he has probably held tens of thousands of times in
มันไม่ใช่
Valorant.
ฟูเรียที่เรารู้จัก
Hopping
แล้ว
on
อ่ะ
Haven is really his bread and butter. Loud want to accelerate into this site. They need to go quickly on account of not having the smoke.
EU มันออกตัวแบบมันออกไปเลยวะ
Hudson's life. Despite being down air day, Loud could absolutely win this round out.
The idea for Artazine to take a timing, he just didn't want to give up the site.
I mean, look at Chai. He is miles away, still
จะ
needing
ไปวันไหน
to
ไปวันที่
rotate
2 ครับ
over.
อำนวยสวัสดีครับ
Hesitant
ผม
about potential lurks on the Loud side.
He's been credited with some pretty slow lurk timings rather, and they're basically not able to get anything off that ultimate. At least it's Koalanu there from heaven. That's a very important kill to find. Dove is going to be forced to get the hot foot now, move away from that molly.
มันทำอะไรวะ
As he tries to
มันยืน
cross.
จุ่มไฟเงี้ย
And
มัน
ends
รั่ว
up
เปล่า
being traded in the end as Darker was licked by the shot. Step back,
มึงถอด
finds
โอ
Basic.
เค
He's getting a little bit dangerous now for
วัน
Furia. Shy finally arrives at the site, but the rest of his teammates are already long
เวลาไม่พอ
and white in the beard. And there's no chance for a defuse. This is too slow.
It just doesn't even matter. Tikkazi just needs to hide. Allowed lock that round up with Furia.
สรุปวันที่ 2 แล้ววันที่ 2 ก็คืน
to get towards that site, and Artson has got to
เปลี่
be
ยนรั่วคนรั่ว
so
เลยอ่ะ
frustrated
Oh, you're
that he
calling
went
a
down
timeout.
before that retake could have gone off.
You have to call a timeout here. This went basically like the pistol did. It's
โอ้
just
แต่คม
not
แล้วนะ nice
fast
shot ว่ะ
enough. Loud, a quicker off the break in the early rounds. And frankly, Furia are just too slow to get their ducks in a row for these retakes. And maybe that's why Artesine didn't want to give the side up. Trying to take the timing, ends up dying solo there.
Yeah, there's just a real
อย่าลืมนะสุขภาพได้เป็นจุดได้เลยครับ
from Artesine and what the rest
ทำ
of
ไม
the
บ้าน
team
เขียวมีคนในพิจูดอย่าลืมย้าย
There's
มา
just
บ้า
no
น
way
เขี
they
ยว
would have been able to
ย้าย
rotate
มาได้
time
นะ
for
บ้าน
flood.
เขียวว่า
There's Koala with the op. That's not going to be enough. And going down just
ย้ายมากันดูได้นะครับบ้านเขียวเดี๋ยวไว้จะสตรีมบ้านเขียว only แล้วนะบางวันน่ะ
Shaw just needs to get involved at this point. The game has gone completely out of hand. We're just 5 rounds in.
ช่องหลัก Twitch เบกามีกิจกรรมด้วยแจกไตเติ้ลเป็นที่แล้วดี
For sure, because for him and Artesine, the roster changes they made coming into play represent a huge gamble.
เป็นตัวยูเขียวของคุณนะครับผมตำรู
They are the leadership of Furia.
มุมแบบนี้แปลกไม่ได้มีแบบนี้ไม่ได้นะเดี๋ยวอะไรทุกพังกันจริงๆนะ
Second stage, after despite a rocky end to that first stage, they were still 4th in champs points. But they take this massive risk, make moves that
MIBR เคยเจอเลฟแล้วรอบนึงเลฟแดกเพราะแผนมันโหดไป MIBR only second bird
only
รอดู
now since
ก็
playing
เลฟแดกเหมือนเดิม
actually been able to make sense of the chaos that they put themselves in. But is it too little too
แค่
late?
MIBR ไอ้ปานหลอกดิเว้ย
Let's push here down C-long.
โอ้โหมึงดูสว่านตีดิสว่านตีหลังเพื่อนตายมึงรั่วหรือเปล่าเฮ้ย
They're ready for these high-tempo early rounds.
รั่วไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ย
Still a Hunter's Fury pickup though for Com. Davi was snatched away. That's over in the early round. Could be something to build off of, especially with Shy challenging Ode.
We are fully witnessing the snowball effect of this double duelist comp.
เห็นเลยว่า MIBR จะ EU มาแทนซิกเก็ตวะ Why
He's going to pick that up for the next gun round.
เลฟแค่ปลุกด้วยจะได้เพื่อนกูจะปลุกมึงไงอ่ะ
Fury. They are dominating in the economy, in the ults.
Oh no. This slowdown is so well timed for Loud. Furia are going to lose the entirety of the C site because they just don't have that purchase across the map. They do not have the information. And they've gone looking for it. And a weapon in fairness for Com.
ผมอ่านหนังสือสอบอยู่โอ้ยสู้ๆนะน้องพี่เป็นกำลังใจนะเดี๋ยวจะไม่มาบอกแล้วมาเบสิกนี่มาใหม่เหรอมันมาใหม่ครับเบสิกอะเบสิกกับดาวิอะ
Furia not wanting to push too aggressively towards long, now fully divided. One player coming from each angle. Darker doesn't want to take any risks. He wants to find an opening kill with the run back that he just got.
Take the dub. Com flattened there, and that really limits Furia's options now. One of the weapons they were able to recover in the round has fallen. Sky sitting on this Phantom, but it is Furia scrabbling for spare change. They've cracked the piggy bank and they've shook it out. And this is all they've been able to manage in this round. Shy might have an exit for himself. But man, these two teams have been like ships in the night this round.
At this point, what damage for Furia? That's not relevant at all. Shy just needs to tuck and save that gun. Again, look at the economy, the ults. I'm just reiterating myself, but the Loud advantage in terms of literally every aspect of the game right now is so significant. Furia have got their work cut out for them and some more. It has to start here. Has to start on this gun run. They need to stop the bleeding.
มึงก็ดูเลฟเล่นสปรินต์มาตะคาร์ดเลย
Value in that previous round. He might have one sooner rather than later because Loud once more into the B side. Wasting some road time is going to be Ode striking first. Artesine this again looks for a timing, tries to intuit an opportunity. He found two, but Ode does him one better. This now leaves us at the spike retreating.
They may be feeling a little bit too confident trying to claim that smoke after he gets the spray kill through it, but assume there probably wouldn't have been another player there. It's resulted in the team going back down numbers 2 versus 2.
ทำไมวะฟินิกอะ
Would you rather have anyone but Luxo in a situation like this?
Pumping back to me. This could be awkward for Luxo. Nope, never awkward. In fact, he sees Com coming. Now it's mano y mano.
From here
Davi tries to get across here. Basic hammered through the masonry.
That's a win for Davi against one of the best clutchers in the league right now as well. Everything going the way of Loud. Another moment, much like the bonus, we see a critical round.
ถ้าได้ความเป็นเมตาเล็กก็ยังหนึ่งหรอ
execute. Just go into B with the wall up. Air Day teleports up
เบสดับคิงมันไม่ได้เป็นสตรีมคิงแล้วสิ
by the wall. He gets that free first kill while Tikazine runs into the right, distracting.
แบบเราปกติพอคิงเปิดปกติทิ้งไว้ก็ได้
They cannot do it. They are fully overwhelmed.
They're going to hit the accelerator straight off the mark again, loud. Make their way towards C-Long. Mindful, of course, there might be some Cypher util to contend with, but that's going to be cleared. No way to punish Tikazine caught inside of it. Again, the weaponry is awkward, uncomfortable for Fury. Now as the slide comes in and Tikazine strikes hard on the back of the side. Basic is flattened. Sick paranoia by Erde. Catches him behind the container.
Absolutely steamrolling Furia on all of these execs. Look at the value that each util piece is getting. How Erde, Darker, Tikazine are so in sync. Just claiming all of the space, claiming all of the kills. The way that they have that first layer to get in sight, and then the second layer for backside, pops out of the smoke up top. There's so much going on for these anchors. You are watching them being overwhelmed in every single instance.
แต่ไม่ใช่ยูโดหรอมันดีหรอ
respectively
ยูโดอ่ะ
got to use G2 as a measuring stick over the last couple of weeks. The last time we saw Loud play,
มูนสวัสดีครับ
it was a 13-1 result on Lotus against G2. Blew our minds. And now we're realizing that they've picked up where they left off.
This Loud team are looking dangerous. In those couple weeks, they have gotten Haven as another map towards the top of their pool. Breeze is gone at the bottom of their pool. That could transform this Loud team into even more serious of a contender.
What a time to throw a default.
13-0นี่ตื่นมาเจออะไรวะสปีรันเหรอ
Got Furia, tense.
ทำไมแข่งไม่ใช่ปืนเลน่าเพราะว่ามันไม่เก่งพอที่จะใช้ไงถ้าเก่งกันมันก็ได้เอ้ยโอ้โหเฮียคุณว่า
A moment to open this round up with the op.
No way, right?
She has genuinely been a phenom in the second stage.
Fast lane here gets Erde up onto the site.
Oh my God!
Down. This is pretty devastating. Artazine mowed over. And basically got no value off his ultimate. Man, there is just nothing going the way of Furia right now. And they have to know.
สวัสดีครับเช้าดีอาร์มวันนี้ครับ
Every player is just being torn limb from limb on every exec. Loud running
คนไม่ชนะว่ะ
over.
Need I remind people? This is Furia's map pick. The rest of the pool doesn't look flattering for them at all. At all.
มาเชียร์แอดปาร์เราไปเฮดบอลแอดปาร์
NRG and EG. Ascent. They lost to 2G on.
Last player standing.
Oh my God. I mean, they can't win a duel anywhere. Loud are hitting. The talent on this team is out of control. For a long time, you've been looking at this Loud roster, just waiting for them to put the right pieces around Luxio. And they might have finally done it. Bringing up Tikazine from the Crew Academy. If Darker gets into that consistent high level, because that's really been his problem this year. We've seen high highs, but we have also seen the floor go pretty low. It could be in the same match. It could be back-to-back weeks. But his highs have been
โอ้โหไอ้เหี้ย
takeover games. He's got that
นั่นแหละคนที่อยากดูเมกาไอ้พวกที่บอกอยากดูเมกานะมันไม่เคยตื่นหรอก
There are just so many potential factors that feel like they could be bringing Loud to that
ไม่เคยตื่นหรอก
I do want to point out though.
ไอ้พวกที่บ่นเนี่ยกูไม่ดูเมกากูไม่ดูนี่เนี่ย
best of 3
ตัวดีเลย
has shown to be very conducive to them winning the series. Here in play-ins, of course, 6-3 is their map differential. They've lost the first map of every single one of the series they played in play-ins. They're kind of showing that they're able to pick themselves back up after a really rough start. But have any of those starts been as rough as this one? I don't know.
Definitely not. Gotta look at Erde right now as well.
เนี่ยก็สวัสดีครับก็ตื่นอยู่นี่ครับทั่วมันมีกูรู้เลยที่พวกบางตัวนั้นมันชอบบูลลี่เนี่ย
And honestly, for him, it's gotta feel good.
ทำไมพี่จัดไม่ดูเมกาแข็งมากครับนี่ไงน้องมาดูแล้วน้อง
Relax for a change. But this is
ดูเมกา
right
ดิ
now,
กูเห็น
as
พี่
it
อยู่
says,
นั่นไง
Erde's best match of stage 2.
ส่ง13-0ไม่13-0จริง
He took a bit of a dip, trying to go around a different
รออะไรอ่ะ
so much of the Sage double Sentinel look, and maybe we'll see that on Summit.
บอสไม่ดีบอส13-0เพื่อนซิต้าเหรอเอามาดู
When he joined up late, and we are seeing him return to that level of form right now.
Playing like a man possessed, very proactive in a lot of these early exchanges, using his TP forward.
วันนี้ฉันก็ขับเวิร์ส
I'd definitely drop the pace a little bit here in this half. Double swing here off B could be dangerous.
Double swing. มึง double swing ยังไงให้เบรกเพื่อนวะ
Basically getting aggressive here outside of Garage. It's going to be pushed into by Darker. He doesn't really care for the molly, but the spam is a bit of a problem. Shy and Basic have been able to down him and Luke Show, and now Loud are just going to keep leaning in further. Tigazine unaware that the player stuck in the corner gets dug up by Davy, then he's found two. We've evened things up here, but look at those health bars on the Loud side of things. They are bleeding.
โอ้เล่นเหลือ1-2 คน
There's just no way he's done that.
He can't be getting caught like that. How is Davi making this happen?
Koala Noob, who's had to pick up this neon roll very quickly to fit the mold of this team, has to clutch the round. Taking down Davi at a simple matter as he was at 8.
จีใช่สังกัดอินเดียมันจะสังกัดอินเดียครับจีอ่ะ
Massive for Koala Noob right now. He's got to get Furia on the board. Two Neon players, man. Very, very different stories, these guys.
โอเคเบรเอามาแล้วครับราวแรก
He needed that so bad.
บิงมาดิครั
For
บ
the team and to just get his own confidence
ร้าน
up.
ประ
It's been a
จำปิดแล้ว
tough
ตอนนี้ไม่
start
มา
for
ปิดเชื้อ
Koala.
ไอ้เหี้ยเช้าอ่ะ
And that's a round where Furia kind of has to earn Loud's respect. Look at this double down into Garage door by Loud. They say, we are going to run at you until you can prove to us you can fight back.
They are so impressive right now in like the actions per minute that they're taking. Loud have never stopped doing something proactive around the map. Even as they're dropping players in Garage there, they are setting up Davi to go for that pinch through C long, and he almost brings the round back.
อยู่วิตามินซีกันหน่อย
Someone who normally considered as a very supportive
พร้อมซัมวันสกินใหม่ดีไหมครับ
ดีครับผมชอบมากครับ
Higher fragging games for sure. His aim is looking sharp today.
Fast round off the break, I suspect.
ดีครับสุดพัฒนาด้วยดีครับอุ้ยคม
Tigazine lines Koala Noob up. No chance to build onto the momentum of the previous round. He's back in the dirt.
โอ้รอดไปนะมึง
Basic is isolated right now. Is there going to be an opportunity for him to get out? He would love to, and he does just that.
20,000ไม่น้อยไปหรอมีเวลา5 วันนะมึง
Still suffer the deficit in this long
ก่อนกูบิน
exchange.
นะ
It's allowed who wants
ว่าเยอะนะ
to
20,000 นะ
noise.
And Fury, despite being on loss bonus, finally winning a round. They do it only with the one player up, so they're on 2 Guardians here. It's been uncomfortable from early doors on this map.
คือมึงจ่ายค่าตั๋วเองเหรออะไรวะ
For Furia.
วันที่1ได้สัก 19K ก็แกล้งป่วยลงไปดิโอ้โหก็เกณฑ์เกิน จะไปทำอะไรจะไปโคสตรีมครับ
Cancels it.
Is he going to call the team off?
จะใส่บิกินี่ไลฟ์หรอไม่ใช่ก็มันคีบาบิกินี่กลางนำสไตล์อ่ะ
out that stack towards A, feeling like Furia would be unwilling to move off the site. And
ตัวเครื่องบินไม่ครับก็ไล่ออกหมดแล้วผม
get caught, and that's all the information that Furia need about what's happening at A. Here's the B hit comes down.
โอ้โหเหี้ยมันได้รัวเกิน
Ode unsuccessful this time, trying to play forward.
เขาพาไป
The spray of the Odin starting to cause some headaches. Dark is going to be multi-swung if he hangs around too long out there. And here's Luke Show with an op.
4-1 มึงกลัวเหี้ยอะไรกันน่ะมึงรั่วเหรอ
The reality is going to strike. Quite a half for him, but again he's playing that chamber on the attack side. Gets himself an exit.
โอ้โหกูพูดจริงนะมันอยู่แบ็กไซด์มันยิงไป2มันเล่นได้ชิวเลยอ่ะเหี้ยมันงงอ่ะมันเล่นช้ากันจัดอ่ะมันเล่นต้องเดินเกียร์เนี่ย
Yeah, that's some BS from Davi. They are not
โคตร
getting this site. He is alone, and
โคตร
I'm
สตรี
going
ม
to
เจอ
catch
กับ
him
มือ
at
สตรีม
long.
ไม่
He
ยิง
is
เหวี่ยงชอบยิงรั่วจริง
absolutely
ขนาดนั้น
correct.
ขายวิญญาณหน่อยดิจัดเอาอันนี้ไม่ขายวิญญาณหรอบิกินี่เนี่ย
Okay, looks like the deck felt stacked a bit more in Furia's favor in that round.
เพราะว่านี่แล้ว
Half the time, and that push off the A
วิ
side
ญ
was
ญาณแล้วบิกิ
instrumental.
นี่นี่
Yes, this should do.
Loud figuring out their buy for this last round, and it will result in Luke Show picking up this op. Could have a full clash towards A yet again. Koala wants to get up there, and he gets the opener.
This time he's ready. He actually stops shorter so he can get his aim trained in time. Ode's going to trade things out, and Koala finds another one through the smoke. Finally, getting some
พร้อม
value.
ซัมวันสวัสดีครับอ้ายดู NA ด้วยหรอครับ
ครับผมดูครับดูหมดครับ
อ้ายรู้จักเด็ก NA เทียร์2ที่ชื่อทามิไหมครับ
ทำเป็นคนไหนวะ
ทามิโอโกะโทมิโอกะกิยูอะครับไอรู้จักไหม
โวยเอ้ย
So it's a walk up onto A. That is prescribed. While they're concerned about a sewers push, but now gets hit with a flash, double swung. Basic has to intuit the correct timing off this. Here's the swing, and he does handle the Sova. Once again, Luke Shaw on his own. His position revealed.
What?
A little bit disgusting.
Oh my god.
There could have been something there.
Oh my god.
80หรือเปล่า
That could have been filthy, but Furia
คือรู้เลยตั้งสุดผมไม่อยากใส่เอา
take control.
เควสแบบ
Success late with those
ของนี้แบบมันก็ต้องสูงหน่อย
fights. Koala gets a great opener to deal with Tikazine. And that time, Loud just want to cut noise for a moment, re-hit into that A site, and it's right into
โอ้โหไอ้เหี้ยไม่มีลูกวันกันเก่งแต่ว่าอเมริกาสัตว์แต่ละตัวเนี่ย
While noob early, just a little adjustment to try and find some success on towards that A-long play.
That is 9 in a row for Loud and 3 in a row
นี่
for
เกมเขาเนี่ย
Furia
คิดว่าเป็นลุงเกมหรอ
to
เอา
show
ก็
signs
ตั้ง
of
ไว้ก่อน
life just at the end of that half and make you believe that if they get this next pistol, maybe they can get back in the game.
More from Haven right around the corner. It's Loud and Furia fighting for advancement in playoffs.
รอเสียใครไม่รู้ว่าอาจจะมีนะ
That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup, and wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too? No, I'm
with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch side access.
Are you David Beckham, a Verizon customer?
This used to be for players.
ถ้าเสียแฮมเมอร์ชอบแนวนั้นก็เตรียมตัวเลยโอ้โหน่ากลัวเกิน
Only on Verizon.
อเมริกาเขาเปิดกรอบกันหน่อยที่ยิงทะลุคันมันโหดจัดอ่ะโอ้โหยังมีพักเวลาอย่างนี้ด้วยเหรอส่วนบ้านเราไม่มีป่าวะหรือมีวะส่วนบ้านเรานี่แข่งเลยป่าวะระหว่างคู่อ่ะอ๋อไม่แล้วมันให้ดูในสนามวิธีปลุกความมึนเขิมฉบับJJazโอ้แต่ก็น่ากลัวอยู่ให้ไปใส่บิกินี่ไปลงทะเลปูซานโอ้คนแม่งเชื่อแปลกตายห่า
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really close. I think I'm leaning Furia on this one.
I'm pretty sure Furia is gonna win this one. I mean, I've seen what Loud can do, and I do know they're a pretty solid team. But with how Furia has been performing recently,
so เราพังไม่น่าไม่ถึงดีได้บ้าง
With Loud, I think that they're just on a really good trajectory right now.
ไม่แปลกเสื้อผ้ามีเทศโอ้โหมึงใส่กูดูไหม
It's a tough one. It's a really close game, you know.
มุกกิวนี่เริ่มมาจากอะไรวะจากทุกวันนี้จะก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกันเลยครับ
for quite a while, right? So they have time to be cooking some stuff, but and especially Tikazine, that man's been on a run, but so has Furia. You know, they've been leveling up every single week. But I just got to go with my heart. I love those boys at Furia, so I got to go with them.
เดี๋ยวพี่ทำเองไม่เป็นไร
One of these teams arrived rested, refreshed, and
โอ้ก่อนอาจารย์ไอ้เหี้ยจะรู้อ่ะ
Furia though look hardened, maybe a little tired.
ร้านประจำมาแล้วจากอะไรร้านประจำอยู่ดีๆก็โผล่มาไม่รู้เหมือนกันงงเหมือนกันเช่นกัน
has been a big part of their success.
100%. That Phoenix has been everything for Furia. He's like damn near plus 50 in kills across play-ins, kills to deaths. It is obscene. Right now, side at 12.
ถ่ายรูปเสร็จคือแปลงร่างทันที
the star of
โอ้แต่ฉันต้องถ่ายคลิปเนี่ยเต้นกลางน้ำสไตล์เนี่ย
Ode very quickly. He knows what's coming towards C, so he just leaves off the site with all of his
แต่ถ้าโกน
utility
ต้องใช้อะไรครับใช้ไข่กลุ่มมิงครับ W ไข่กลุ่มมิงครับผม
Doesn't take much. Here's Tikazine getting into the site early. Oh, buddy, this could be ugly. Oh, that's not good at all. Completely dug out of the site. This retake is nuts from Loud. And Furia never had a chance to plant the spike.
You could just see on the minimap how quickly
all
of Loud were stood right at that C main choke. The second the spike got tapped. I don't even think the audio cue finished before the paranoia went out from Air Day. Stun flies through Recon. Look at this util combo on a pistol round. On a pistol round, they have all that synced up.
This is why they're so ready to give the side up. That's why we saw Ode just running into Garage saying, I've got to get ready for this.
They have been in the lab the past couple weeks, and it is showing.
W ไข่ WIMS LJJaz โอ้โห
Devastating
วันนี้ครับ
for
ซิป
Furia
เปอ
to
ร์วันนี้
lose.
ครับ
And their backs against the wall. They're going to force up. Shades of G2, 5
Really?
signals rushing in towards this C site.
They're going to do it again.
มันจะรีเทคยังไวเลยเหรอ
Now they're
รอบ
going
เหรอ
to
no
attempt
way
to retake
right
all this util again.
And you can see this time Furia, they want to bait that fight close range. Everyone's stacked up in this smoke, close with the Stinger. So win the duels and they get 2.
Great answer. That is a very good adaptation from one round to another. Still, these 4 Stingers need to do some more heavy lifting. A push out for Kwanu. Good start. Flash, trade it out. We take those as the attackers. David trying to get into the side with the Nova Pulse. Way lazy. He gets caught out by the spray through that wall. And David doesn't exactly have the best weapon for this job. Needs to clear the trip. Gives his position away. Massive recovery from Furia. It's a big gamble. But they've got the protocols to make use of that.
I love the adaptation there. It's so good. Immediately just pushing everyone close up into the choke. So if that util rains out towards the site off spike tap, they're right there to meet them.
Oh, you can
even see the scoot util from Artson. When they start pushing back into the fast instant stun on choke.
Hey, look at that.
มันคัมแบ็กมาก็ชิบหายก็3 แมปมาดูทรงอะ
show us a great read on this C retake scenario. Puts Loud's economy in a bit of a weird spot.
แบบต่อไปสมิธที่ไม่รู้เลยไม่ได้ดูเมกาเลยว่าใครโหดใครไม่โหดเนี่ยสมิธ
Get a couple of Bulldogs in and get virtually a free anti-eco round to play out.
There's one thing that Furia have really displayed over this one. It is some resilience. The 0-5 stage into play-ins, able to make it 3-0.
แกน่าแข่งจนปีนี้ปีท้ายครับดูทรงอะ
Winning all those series down a map feels like you're always capable of making something like that happen when you've got a koala noob on your team, a guy who just embodies never giving up. Loud go for this 4-man swing though. That's going to get them the opening onto Ardzin. No smokes for the exec. That could be nightmarish for Furia, who need to capitalize on this
It's an effective track. Furia have already slow rolled this early round. So they don't have a lot of buffer here to make a correction. They might end up staying and ending C regardless.
They don't even have the fast lane to get in. What do they have to cut off some basic wall?
Yes.
That is not a lot to work with. And if they re-hit into C, Loud are relaxed. They have 4 players ready to go.
They have all this open util from the back of the side. Paranoia's already going to catch on out. They've got a quality, but it's all going wrong. Wyatt. This is devastating. 20 seconds left in the round and no chance to get that spike up by the Phoenix. Furia are in dire straits.
Yeah, they're about to need that resiliency I was speaking of in
VCT โซนเมาว่ะกูบอกเลย
There's no plan opportunities.
They could not afford to lose this round. How do Loud get away with it?
It's already over. Nothing to be done, and now more weapons being wrested from their hands. That is about.
มึงรู้ตั้งแต่จังหวะแรกแล้วว่า C แม่ง4 ตัวไม่ตี C อ่ะ
route for Loud. They stack up this multi setup. They get the controller. And like you mentioned, it ends up being raw contact into 4 players.
The triple plays, but 4 players.
Oh hell no! ขอโซนละ4 ทีมไอ้คนละโซนละทีมเหรอ
They're cooked.
จีน
It was perfect util time from Airday. The Loud util in this game, phenomenal.
โซนบ้านเราอ่ะหนองชิม
Well, do or die now for Furia.
เมกา
Have to make use with
ไม่รู้เลยว่ะ
they had remaining after that debacle. Let's listen in to see how they fight their way through this attack side round.
Oh, up and down with me, up and down with me.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Smoking. ยุโรป
Smoking B this guy.
FM ได้อยู่
Nothing AA. Pick up long right now. Neon on window with the other. I'm ready.
Neon is head?
Window.
Okay. Okay, then it's not Sova.
Yeah, careful, Gobi.
Nice. Let's walk back here. I'm down. Let's go B.
Double. It's gonna pick, I think. No, it's up here. Run here. I'm walking B right now.
Yeah, do it.
Come with me, basic. Yeah. Running. Out of break. I'm running away.
I'm gonna wall garage, wait.
I'm a dark garage wall, and y'all contact him B.
Sova
Do it ASAP, basic.
Walling.
Go B.
I think it's chamber A.
อะไรคนนึงบอกไป C คนนึงบอกไป B
Okay, go. I'm holding C-Link right now.
3, 2, 1.
I'm holding C-Link, guys.
Careful window one time, man. I'm gonna play backside.
I'm holding window.
I'm gonna flood.
Good.
Nice.
One more. Backside.
30 seconds.
I have your right. I cannot break.
Nice.
Through C-Link or A-Link.
Oh, fuck.
Nice shot.
โอ้ fuck ไอ้สัตว์เอ้ยคุณรู้อ่ะพี่จะดูแข่งเอฟเวอร์ทีมมันไม่น่าครับ
Do making a right call.
มันจะตัดฟิกมันนี่ครับ
Com as he sprayed tickets in down. Gets those 2 kills on the B side. It looks like they do make the right call in a macro sense.
คอมันไม่ได้แย่เลยนะเว้ยมันไปถูกไซส์มันเคลียร์หมดแต่ก็เคลียร์ไม่สุดว่ะ
Very calm throughout that whole mid round. Obviously, still doing a ton of mid rounding for the team.
อุ้ยเฮียเขาสั่งหมดเลยทั้งแขนเลยเหรอสวยจัง
Got the 2-piece with the Odin.
แถมได้หักหน้าไล่อ่อนระบบเรื่องทีมเทียร์หนึ่งด้วย
Fano doesn't check that
โอ้โห
corner
วิ่ง
at
มา
all,
วิ
so
ชิ
he's
ต
going to be
โอ้โห
punished. Luxo double dipping for more, and he'll have a basic is picked up before he heads on out. And that's it. At this point, the map is basically unsalvageable. It's one thing to work at 3v5 with good macro, good setups. You got 2 stingers and a bulldog.
แม่งเดินกันยังไม่เช็คเลยตอนเนี้ย
You've lost a lot
รั่ว
of
ไป
confidence, not to mention both of your duelists.
ดูแข่งคู่ต่อไปครับดูครับ
just flood in right off the spike tab again. 5 on 3, run it back coming through. Furia are done for. This should be Loud's map.
Daka will die to full damage there.
Shy
Artazine have to fight for their very lives. Artazine deals with 1, but that will be Luxo notching up his 3. And for a map that you pick as Furia, after being able to hone yourselves over the last couple of weeks, this is a pretty worrying sign. As Loud look fast off the break and extremely confident.
Stolen map pick is used. That doesn't do enough justice to what we just witnessed. That was not stolen. That was Loud after a couple week break. On Haven.
อย่าลืมครับทุกคนเราเคยดูมาก่อนเราก็กลับมาแล้วมา
The amount of set executes that they were throwing at Furia, overwhelming the anchors.
เราดูคนละชั้นมันรั่วเกินเมื่อกี้ฟูริยา
So sick to watch.
Loud did not throw a slow default in until round 9 on the attack side.
แกเป็นใครพี่จัดออกมาอ๋อพี่จัดคือพี่จัดคนเดิมคนเดิมกลับแล้วครับ
Defense rounds we see. They are immediately set up with these crazy util combo floods on the pistol round. They made it look like a full.
เจ๊เวอร์ชันโฮมเลดอะกลับมาแล้ว
Insane stuff. First map being picked up by Loud.
ไม่พูดจริงคุมสเตจอเมริกามันดูเฉยๆอะมันไม่รู้ว่าคุมสเตจแต่ว่ามันเยอะเกินเว้ยพูดจริงเพลย์ออฟไม่โอเคคุมสเตจเราดูยุโรปด้วยดูอเมริกาด้วยตายเกินว่ะไม่ไหวว่ะเฮ้ยมันมีใครยังไม่นอนป่าวะเดี๋ยวแบบพี่จ๋าคนเดิมจะบอกใช่ไหมว่าวันนี้ผมไม่ไหวไม่ก็อเมริกาไม่ก็คู่อเมริกาคู่เดียวนะ เอานี่ไงกลับมาแล้ว
Connected
มีนอนยังวะโอ้ไม่ยังคนเลยไม่นอนละเหลือใครวะดรอปกับวิดีโอวะแม่งโหดเกินแม่งกดแรงกันไม่หยุดเลยอ่ะเอาเลยขอเข้าเกมอ่ะมึงเดนแมนหน่อยเว้ยเดนแมนหน่อยเว้ยมาสัตว์ทุกองฝึกเอมเฮ้ยโอ้ยมือลั่นเอ้าทำไมมือลั่นวะมือลั่นโรซี่เราขอโทษพิมพ์อะไรนะแบนไม่ได้แบนมันแบนฮะมันกลายเป็นแบนได้ยังไงอ่ะเฮ้ยมือลั่นไอ้เหี้ยโอ้โห my god ขอโทษแบนแล้วมันหายฟอร์มมันมือลั่นไอ้เหี้ยมือลั่นจริงมันกดว่าเป็นไม่ใช่ลั่นหรือมันมือลั่นอะบามหน้าดิอะไรกูไม่ได้บามหน้าครับจะช่วยจริงผมไม่ได้ช่วยเจแจ๊สฟิมิ่งเอแตกนะอะไรแตกไม่ดีหรอเจแจ๊ส is back เนี่ยไอ้ม่วงคือไงโดนใครแบนดูคู่สองมาดูครับดูคู่สองครับโอ้ยเชี่ยมันสุดไปเว้ยเชี่ยเนี่ยแม่งนั่งกดทั้งวันเลยมันเลยเดียนแล้วหรอวิดีโออะโบรเกมเมอร์ว่ะ อุ้ยมันเล่นกันได้ไงวะไอ้เฮียเนี่ยมันโหดเกินเสียงเฮียเนี่ยเสียงมันตีเลยไอ้คนแม่งน่ารักเหมือนเดิมเลยเฮียคนแม่งติ่มเหมือนเดิมเลยว่ะ
He already played on the Phoenix before, but then you guys swapped to Erdit playing it. So how do you decide on?
แค่ถามว่าเดนแม่กันแชทไหมกดสไลด์มากดพร้อมกันมาจะได้กดเจอกันพี่จ๊าเพิ่งตื่นเหรอครับพี่จ๊าเพิ่งตื่นใช่ครับคู่แรกครับผม
Match found
2-0เป็นคู่ที่ผมว่ามีสิทธิ์นะแบบสมิธไม่รู้ว่ะจะเจอจริงหรือเจอจริงเวลานี้คนกดน้อย
Alright, anything you can tell us about Summit?
We prepared a few stuff different from the game from again 100 tips, so I hope it works.
โมไม่ได้โมพูดจริง
Death match. Warm up.
โอ้ช่วงนี้แม่งเดนแมทยังไม่เคยที่หนึ่งเลยกูอ่ะไอ้เคียไม่ไหววะโอ้ดูมันยิงกูดีโอ้โหจ้าวันนี้สอบแกมมา11 โมงไม่มีอะไรเข้าหัวเลยนอกจากวาโลมึงก็แบบเอาวาโลนี่ไปสอบมันเอาแรงมากคำนวณไม่เน้นแม่จะว่าไม่วะหรือมันมีวะมีหรอที่ได้มาโอ้คุยเพิ่งรู้นะเนี่ยมีสวยจังเนาะที่สภาพซิวกดจะอีมีไม่ใช่หรอกูดูว่ามันสุ่มตลอดเว้ยดินเม็ดอะโอ้ my god ไอ้เหี้ยเบนก็อิมยิงไม่เก่งโอ้ยไม่ใช่ผมนะแอนิเมชั่นมันคุโรป้านี้ไม่เหมือนอาจจะรู้สึกโอ้ยเหี้ยแต่คนมันลั่นคุยมาไอ้เหี้ยคุยเนี่ยคนน่ะมันไม่เกินกันเลยเหรอโอ้ my god ไม่ไหววะเขียว3พูดจริงนะแค่อาจจะกลับมาไต่แรงขึ้นจริงจังอ่ะโอ้แม่งโคตรต้องตั้งใจแบบตั้งใจขี้เหี้ยเลยว่ะมึงดูเหนื่อยเหลือเกินว่ะ
Dominating.
Gotcha. ต้องสู้ชีวิตเกินโอ้ no people เหรอเฮ้ยเด้อจะเฟดไม่กี่ชั่วโมงแล้วคือโรซี่ไม่ทำอะไรเลยโดนไอ้หมีดาโดนไอ้จุดแบนมาจุดมือลานเอฟเฟนขึ้นเลยเดียแล้วหรอใครแบกมันขึ้นมาบอกทีดิมันกดกับใครเนี่ยมันกดกับใครเอลุงเนี่ยโอ้ยนี่วันแทบก้อนหล่อยเจ๊ดอะไอ้ซ้อมหมอซ้อมเพื่อนรัก เนี่ยลุงเขามีเรเดียนแบกเนี่ยเขามีเพื่อนเรเดียนเยอะเรามีที่ไหนเนี่ยโอ้ประตูปิดอีดอกไอ้กล้าเหรอไม่อยากไปกวนน้องๆเขาว่าสิคือน้องๆมันต้องเอาอย่างนี้ดีกว่าซ้อมการซ้อมมันโหดสัตว์อะแบบโหดที่เหี้ยหลังจากเนี้ยตอนเกาหลีให้กล้าแบกกล้ามันชวนเองแล้วมันพูดพี่จะเล่นไหมเดี๋ยวผมแบกเอาดิเหี้ยแบกฟรีพี่เขาบอดได้แม่3 ชั่วโมงจริงไหมจริงแม่งซ้อมกันโหดเกินอ่ะแม่งบ้าเกินคือมันต้องไปถึงเรเดียนให้ได้ซ้อมมาละ8 ชั่วโมงมีแบบซ้อมเอมด้วยโอ้โหคุยอะไรของแม่งก็ไม่รู้เริ่มบ่ายเลิก3 ทุ่มอะซ้อมอะทีม10 โต้ไงลากมาเล่นด้วยเหรอมาละ2 คนเหรอทั้งคนเกมเดียวออกแล้วเดนแมทที่แม่งเดนแมทวันละ3 ชั่วโมงเฮียบ้าว่าสกินมันเสียงมันดีนะเว้ยกูพูดจริงว่ากูชอบว่ะก่อนหน้านี้นะมาละไอหมีหน้าสตรีมเดนแมทครึ่งชั่วโมงแล้วโลโหดีใช่มึงไหมอันไหนวะไหนดูดิออฟยิงเป็นอยู่ปะวะ
10 kills remaining
ได้ยิงทีแค่ประตูปิดเด่นวัดไม่โดนได้ไงวะใช้ไม้ที่อะไรอ่ะสกินเหรอ KS อยู่นะชอบนะรู้สึกว่าแม่งสกินแม่งโคตรคมอ่ะผมไม่โดนไอ้เหี้ยพี่นอนเนี่ยพี่นอนแล้วเอ็ดปลายหรอแต่รู้สึกว่ามันนิ่งดีอ่ะมันสเปรย์ได้มันแถบได้แล้วก็มันสวยวะ
5 kills remaining
คุยแม่งทรมานเหลือเกินว่ะมึงยิงไม่โดนผมมึงตื่นพี่นอนเนี่ยพี่นอนไปแป๊บนึงครับน้องเกมโอ้เอ็มพัน
1 kill remaining dominating
so คมเบ้
just fell apart when they moved to that attack side, and ultimately they only got 8 rounds on the map itself. As for FURIA, I mean, they've ground out games against EG and NRG respectively, but again, neither have been particularly compelling.
Erday out of the LEV Academy called a stunning attack half on Haven, flattening Artzin's FURIA, who was coming to this year seeking redemptions at no other tournament but Champions, right? At the end of Champs last year, he took the blame for MIBR falling out, crashing out of that tournament completely on himself. And he's but a few games away from making it to Sao Paulo. Beyond that, finally getting to Champs again, getting that redemption that he seeks. But Erday, Prodigy IGL stands in his way.
Showing that my confidence and mechanics going hand in hand makes for a terrifying prospect.
This TSS Thailand เฮียมึงส่งอะไรไหมกูเนี่ย
Loud will wend their way into.
ไอ้สัตว์เอ้ย
Early in the round, gets spotted out. Basic hopes to slow them up, and he'll be rewarded. That Molly will arrest Loud's progress.
Loud now need to slow it down, but he'll be content to have extracted some util out of the Furia side. Basic without those flashes. Trip broken. Threat towards B through the link.
Housing could be critical.
Loud though really not intent on making any quick decision here. They are going to let the clock run down and try to use every second available to them.
We didn't get to see slow rounds from them on Haven until round 10.
They do have to pick up the pace a little bit to get over towards Darker. Execute onto this A site where Basic is going to have his work cut out for him. 37 HP. No Molly to stall. No util.
Looks like might have heard some pretty important sound cues as Ticketing's trying to get ahead of it. Basic though brings him
They
down.
might come back off.
Two almost at all. And Darker and Luke Show have to salvage the round. There might be something here. The shot's coming in from the sheriff, but they hit damn hard. But Shy finds a nice little swing timing, and here's Luke Show around the corner. He may have lined them up though. We've got a 1v1 as time is the problem. For Luke Show, Koalu doesn't commit and knows all he has to do is threaten.
Crazy shot from Luke Show, but won't matter. That plant
แล้วจะตื่น
a little bit out of
ดู
the
เอฟแบก
open.
ทันไม่ทัน
If he
ไป
just
ชิวครับ
sidestepped to the left, might have been able to get that one down. One round into the game, but we are seeing Loud playing at a much different pace, at least so far, in contrast to Haven, where round one pistol, they just slammed the A site straight away. Almost every single round on Haven attack was all pace, and Furia had no answers to that. So will this be a trend of Erede trying to slow the game down, really work the map, try to exploit those mid links?
Another early molly from Basic. He's going to force the action, and Ticketing slides straight to his bogey.
การได้ก่อนมันโคตรได้เปรียบเลยแบบนี้เนี่ย
He struggles to line up the
ไอ้
shot.
อาซินแต่ก่อนมันดูเก่งนะแต่ตอนนี้
Getting the ult orbs on your harbor seems like a pretty reasonable proposition to me.
Something that has to be looked out for in this series is that coming off of play-ins, within the play-ins, Furia with 12% on pistol rounds. Excellent there.
ไม่รู้ว่ามันดูไม่ได้ว้าวอะไรนะแต่มันอยู่นานจัดแบบนานจริงอะ
Anti-bonus conversion rate,
ไอ้พวก
it's
คน
the
โหดบางคน
second
ไม่มี
lowest
ทายอ
in
ย่าง
the
เร็ว
league, only
เอ้ยงงเลย
22%. So
ทำไม
going
วะ
up against a double duelist Phoenix comp, against a team that's great on pistols, and you struggle on anti-bonuses, there's some serious danger in Loud getting snowballed
โอ้แต่แย่
hard
คอ
by
มมันก็
Furia.
เดี๋ยวนะ
They
ไม่
need to
มีไว
convert
เปอร์
this,
ว่ะ
or else Furia will be off to a
เจแจ๊ไม่โหดอย่าง
really
ยูนานเลยโอ้โห
Look at Artson, he's already got the
เจแจ๊
reckoning
ยัง
for
ไม่ได้
this.
โชว์เลย
It's
ค
crazy.
รับ
Last time we saw Fury here, they were still playing Chamber, KO, Waylay.
เจแจ๊ไม่บีอาร์ไหวไหมไม่ไหวครับเชื่อผมดิ
Someone in line with what is finding the most success in America so far.
PTP สวัสดีครับผมซันเซอร์สวัสดีครับกลับมานานแล้วกลับมา2-3 วันแล้ว
Luke Show just getting that door dropped and clearing some util.
จะได้ดูเชลซีเตะไปก่อนไลฟ์ไหมครับนอนครับ
Slow, loud pace
ไม่ใช่นอน
right
บ้าง
now.
เถอะ
Working the mid links,
งั้นตุยว่ะ
working the doors, threatening different sides of the map.
Wilder trying to trend outward. He just got a little bit too far off the corner. Dangerous now. Relay bolt. No connection. Tickerzine also was slowed up here, but Shy will wait inside the cyber cage. Play off these trips. Luke Show threatening to give him the option here, but Shy's too preemptive. He gets ahead of it. There's no chance.
Great decision making from Loud. Erede makes the right call.
ที่ไอ้
That
แปซิฟิก
time,
เล่น
they
ฮาร์
go
เบอร์แบบ
towards
นี้มาก
B.
นะ
Shy's trips were kill trips
น้
on
อย
the
อะ
site, so they know they could just contact all the way through that link.
เชลซีปีนี้เสริมตัวดีเสริมตัวดีจริงแต่ไม่รู้เคียร์จะร่วมเดิมหรือเปล่าอ่ะ
And it allows for what looked like an effortless round win.
Yeah.
And an extraction.
กูรอ
of
ดู
the
วันที่
Artson
8 เจอ
reckoning.
เจอนอน
That's out the picture.
ไหวไหม
Shy knew he had to swing his own cage because he wasn't going to get any value.
สัญญายาวไหมหรือแค่แข่งเพลย์อินนะจัดก็ถึงสิ้นปีครับ
Yeah, you could just see how little Fury expect that
ใช่
timing
แปลกมัน
window
ชอบเรื่อง
to
อุป
happen
กรณ์
where the loud push would have come in. Koal's
แต่
just
ว่าฮาร์เบอร์
running around out in the open. Has a moment where he's like, oh, shit, I got to get behind this wall. And he couldn't. So, good round from Loud.
Definitely some discomfort for Furia. Getting this map under their belt is taking time. Seems like we'll take more.
Weapon here.
So let's make it in the map under their belt and more about staying alive in
ถ้านอนน่าจะยังเหรอเอาแบบวัดดูเปอร์เซ็นต์ไงดูเปอร์เซ็นต์การอัพเกรดไงอุ้ยไอ้สัตว์เฮ้ย
Another kind of interesting aspect of Loud's run throughout their stage is that the group that they were in had almost all teams playing off meta. They only had one match against Neon, which they lost 0-2. They did lose on Summit in that series. So they don't actually have a lot of match reps against what you would just on paper consider to be the best meta comp right now.
หลังจบสเตจ2เดี๋ยวกลับเข้ายิมแล้ว
with the double sentinel will work against the double duelist. Is it going to be
มันถึงเวลาแล้ว
Info trip set up here on A for Shy.
คือออฟซิซั่นมีได้ไม่ใช่มี
Very deep actually for the Neon. A little bit befuddled there for a time. Turns on his teammate. Shy is able to pluck Darker out of the mix, but Lucha's going to dive into the smoke.
What the fuck?
Finding a kill there. That's just ridiculous. Erde does get the res out. Arzine has fallen. This site now belongs to Loud with a player advantage, and KAï awkwardly trying to find his way in with an op. Basic's got the hot hand right now, though.
Com's trying to work the flank. The trip is down. Lucho's down and he wins that duel. And now FURIA have a real chance.
Basic in the smoke, thinking the flash out of it. Tigazin gets off the line. FURIA, though, taking their time. I think waiting for Com to begin position. But now the double swing through the smoke comes and Tigazin's able to find two of them. Com, will he be called upon to salvage yet another round? It's not to be on this occasion. Darker holds his ground.
กูอยากใส่คนชัดพลังเทียนกันเลยขึ้นนี่จะเพิ่งมาเพิ่งเห็นมาสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับหวังว่าปีหน้าได้แก้ตัวใหม่แต่10โตก็ต้องรอดูปีหน้าจะเป็นยังไง
The breakable wall. They close it behind him and then he's flanking through cave. It didn't end up mattering, but
ใครจะไปสู้ไหววะ
It could have been the reason Shy got killed on sight. More evidence of Loud just cooking things up the last couple weeks, and they play the end of that round well. Just knowing the basics of flashes, post up and then the double swing out the smoke the next time.
ลิวินนมข้นนะ
Making it look
กับไม่กระสังขยาว่ะ
Back to the B side.
พูดเล่นกินเลยแล้วเจิมใครจัดให้ลาวไป 2-0
For Util to sort of lean on. There's a slide for Tigazin. Will be denied these sidelines for the time being for this Harbour Util. As Davi's already struck here, Arzine is down and KAï does not fare well in that exchange. Here is the Cypher and Shy is snuffed out then by the Shorty. Should be a matter of course here for Loud. With this, that early round lead for FURIA off the pistol will have dissipated.
Tigazin is on
กูเชียร์เป็นทีวันของชิมมาที่ให้ไปอะตอนนี้
phenomenal. There was no
จะรอไม่แป๊บนึงครับ
nerves, but we know the potential he has. Maybe later in the stage he'll look really good. No, he just hit the ground right away. From 5 months on the crew academy, gets called up to Loud.
เจอนอนทีผมมันจะไหวแล้วเชลซีโอ้โห
And has been
ลาวนี่มาจากทีมละมาจากลาวไหมครับไม่ใช่นะครับผมไม่ใช่นะ
turned this team
เฮ้ย
from
พรามเนี่ยผมกูซับเบอ
middle of the table, little bit of upset potential to no contender to make it to globals in our region.
6 rounds in Loud are starting to build ahead of steam. The economy is looking extremely robust.
Okay.
Clever little bait there.
แต่ตอนนี้เป็นแป๊บนึง
early explorer that A link can back out. They simply go up.
แป๊บอุ้ย
Good intuition there for KAï who hit at the timing, but it's the normally supportive Davi that just cuts down their presence here in Link.
คมสัตว์ What?
I'm honestly stunned. I did not have the words to respond to what I just saw. How the hell does Davi get away with that? It's left calm, isolated on the site, facing down multiple players. Davi is not supposed to be, doesn't really need to be typically the guy on Loud making plays like that happen. But when the individual skill on your team is just that robust, why not? FURIA have the little
ฟูเรียมันจะเอาไม่ตันหรือพอมึงมาดูมันถึงไม่เอาอะไรโอ้ฟูเรียมันหมดยุคละมั้ง
FURIA need more from their double duelists right now, man. They need KAILA and Basic to lock in.
ไม่เชลีหรอกคุณต้องไปเชลีครับ
doubled by your opponent's initiator who's just checking for info and just as surprised as you were to find you on that corner.
แต่3แบบแน่เลยพูดต่อไป
no choice but stand and fight and ended up succeeding, basically handing the round immediately to his team.
Look, it does feel straightforward. You're looking at FURIA. Who do you call upon? It is a double duels. It is Basic and Koala. Basic was the star for this team throughout the play-ins. Even in the regular stage too, when he was playing the other off agents. But on the Phoenix, it has taken FURIA to another level. And then you have Koala Noob picking up the Neon for like essentially the first time in his career. Of it before playing it in the play-ins across his 5-year career.
แต่บิกินี่ปูซานเต้น
He started
เพลงกำนำสไตล์
thrown in the deep end, sink or swim, and he was doing pretty well. That game against G2 especially, right? So we have seen the potential that these two guys have. More than potential, we saw the results, but they have to get in that zone right now because Loud
แถมเอาอย่างรวดเร็วอ่ะฟูเรียเฮียโดน4-2แบบกัด
Look show, I mean, different roles.
ไม่ได้5-6 ราวไม่คุ้มแล้วเราอ่ะบุกอ่ะ
insane breakout
ปลา
stage,
ต้อง
right?
โกมายองเนสอร่อยเหรอวะกูอาจจะคิดอยู่นะมันหนุกปังกรอบๆมายองเนสก็ได้อยู่นะเว้ย
You could say the same for stage 1, but all of a sudden this guy has gone bonkers. 1.62 is his first kill to first death ratio. He has been constantly, efficiently opening up these sites.
เดี๋ยวนะเขาปล่อยทีเซอร์
stats to explain why Luke Show is dominating this stage.
GTA 6 นี่เน็ตฟิกเหรอแชท
He is leading by a massive margin of average damage per round. He's 25% higher than the next chambermaid. I could give you 20 more stats. It just doesn't matter. The point is, this guy is on a generational run for chambermains. And in that head-to-head against FURIA, yeah, it's basic. It's Luke Show. Two guys from the same graduating class of Brazil that feel destined for greatness. You can picture them lifting trophies. That's where they belong. But only one of them can take this game today, and Basic needs to lock in if he wants it to be him.
Early doors here. Koala Noob really has to hold his ground. Now the Prowess followed in.
เปิดโดนสไตล์เลยโคตรจัดเจียเลย
on anything either, but Dark was able to get into the back of the site. It's still sniffed out by Koala Noob, who adds another kill to the tally.
Okay.
Out of the timeout, FURIA.
มาไหนดูบ้านพวกมันจะไม่โดนหรอ
Round of stabilization. It's just about closing it out. These gaps toward mid have been exploited before.
เฮียทีเซอร์ที่สไตล์โหดที่สุดเลยไอ้สัตว์
And now it is a site flush with all of that Cypher util that will be tested.
แม่งลงคลิปเรียก GTA หมดเลยไม่เราสไตล์ไม่ถ้าลงคลิปอาจจะลงคลิปแบบไม่เปิดรายได้ไง
That is crazy stuff from him. Try find success over on his B side.
ถ้าเปิดรายได้นะโดนสไตล์ไหม
Needed to make a bold play.
ดูเขินๆแต่เดโมหลุดโอ้โหเยอะโหดจัดมันน่าเล่นไหมครับใครได้ดูยังทีเซอร์ GTA 6อ่ะมันน่าเล่นไหม
FURIA needed this one bad.
6 เต็ม 10 เหรอ
He's going to walk straight into Shy's sideline here.
Their economy was hanging in the balance there. Multiple players bought down to 0.
2 เต็ม 10 ยังไม่ซื้อ PS5 6 เต็ม 7 นะ6 7 นะ
like this. They are reminding themselves, I'm sure,
แต่ไม่นั่งดูเลยวะ
double sentinel composition. And on this attack side, they've been able to find a fair bit of success early on. This Sage Chamber doesn't get any easier to play into.
โอ้โหเฮ้ย
That was Loud going for another set exit.
อ๋อแต่มันน่าจะออก
That time with
คอนโทรลก่อนใช่ปะ
Omen teleport play, which are always cute and fun, but that's sometimes a little bit too overcooked.
Let's listen into Loud here as they're trying to get back out in the
กู
lead.
ว่าภาพสวยจน BC ขั้นต่ำนี่มันราคาน่าจะแรง
Tá no bomb. Mano, eu vou apontar. Bora ficar.
Mano, eu quero fazer o pathing pro bomb. Faz essa bang assim do Dark Noise aqui.
Tá.
เฮ้ยนี่แหละ
Deixa
เปิ
eu
ด
pegar.
Podem em contato sem mim ou não?
Sei, a gente pode.
Mano, eu não quero contato.
Bomb? Mano, eu fecho o ponto e bango, ok?
Calma, espera.
Deixa eu dar contato bomb.
Tá. Crava aqui pra mim.
Tô gravando.
Mano, dá uma graca.
โอ้ยิงไม่โดน
Acho que saiu o link.
โอเคคุณบาย
Não saiu, não saiu. Vai sair agora, Nano.
แบ็คไซด์ไม่ต้องบอกแบ็คไซด์ตัวหนึงแบ็คไซด์ตัวหนึง
Bomb é um de ult. Tô cego.
แบ็คไซด์แบ็ควอล
Matou.
CT Harbor, 2 CT, Harbor e Neon.
คาร์เบอร์ซีทีนีออนไซด์
Tá bom, bom. Só espera, guys. Frisa. Eles têm que estão em choque. Tá. Seus potem sim, tá bom.
Ui.
Espera, vou spotar em cima.
Vou com
Cuidado
você.
no link agora, acabou a smoke.
Tá, vou com você.
หลังสโมหลังสโมอ่ะ
Espera, tá boa?
เออ
Cuidado com esquerda.
Spike down A.
Pode estar costas.
30 seconds left.
โอ้โหเฮีย1-1ไม่ชนะไอ้สัตว์
We kind of mentioned that maybe Davi doesn't normally have to step up and take these rounds over, but I'm sure Loud are very happy that that's an option.
ลาวชุดนี้ไม่เก่งนะยังไม่ดูโคตรจัดแบบโหดจริงอ่ะ
One of the areas of his game where I was impressed during the stage, he pulled off some
เป็นยิงกันอย่างเวอร์เลยลาวชุดเนี้ย
1v3 that stands in my mind and a 1v1 against Shy, one of the other statistical best players in the league. There are a bunch of them in this server. To pull that off is massive for Davi.
อันนี้ไม่เวิร์กอันนี้ไม่เวิร์ก
Break calls in that round, realizing they could contact in and then calling the freeze later in the round to catch the picks. This is important for FURIA. The economy is back down low. They have the Reckoning and then Nightfall to play with. This has to be a conversion.
Oh, Reckoning.
Yeah, that is off the table.
And that leaves Shy responsible for that entirety of the B side. And now they're getting dug out everywhere else. All of a sudden, it's a myriad of options that have opened up for Loud. Both players pushing off that A extremity have been down.
Loud to this
finish.
It's time for Shy and Basic to get out of here. Time to just save these guns if they can.
Yep. That felt like an inflection point that might mean more than just a round.
ทำไมไลออนจัดที่ปูซานพี่ทั้งที่เอเชียที่เขาเล่นกันยังไปทัวร์ไม่ครบหมายความว่ายังไงน้องชายแบบไปทัวร์ไม่ครบคือแบบประเทศอื่นเขายังจัดไม่ครบก่อนเล่นเอเชียหรอทำไมยังจัดอยู่เกาหลีหรออะไรอย่างนี้หรอ
FURIA have two to work with. They've got a decent read on this, but Shy and Basic are virtually going to have to try and double swing these angles constantly. Basic doesn't know where to be looking. Wasn't sure about where Davi would be set up now and knows he's on our timer. 6 rounds come up here for Loud.
ประเทศอื่นๆในเอเชียว่าของพิซซ่าง่ายแล้วแต่ว่าคงเป็นเพราะโลจิสติกครับผมแล้วก็ระยะเวลาครับ
Having to jiggle peek that B link side. Shy keeps
คือ
trips more so like kill trips
ย้ายอยู่ในประเทศมันง่ายกว่าไงแล้วก็ไม่ต้องทำเอกสารอะไรใหม่ครับรวดเร็วว่องไวระยะเวลามันน้อยอ่ะโอ้ยกินอร่อยเลยดีตาบ้ากับโค้ดโอ้โหกินเลยว่ะ
so easy to exploit for that attack side chamber op
แต่ปีหน้าครับปีหน้าจะหลายประเทศครับแชทเอเชีย
Right when they're fighting for that space, I like their A garden refight protocol that looked really solid.
ปีหน้าเยอะเลย
These extremities and getting to the map, they're just being
พูด
wasted.
ได้ป่าวพูดไม่ได้
Loud is holding those lines. Darker getting double kills like that should not be allowed to happen.
ปากันนะถ้าโดนอ่ะ
The fact that Luke Show is just pushing up with this op. Insane.
พูดเลยไม่ได้ไม่รู้
Sick with the sheriff in his hands. Like across that play and run, he had a ton of eco rounds.
ดาวชุดนี้สู้ตอนเบ็ดสู้เบ็ดปลาได้ไหมผมว่าสู้ได้นะดูโหดจัดเลยว่าชุดเนี้ยแต่ดูต้องดูไอ้ซิกเก็ตก่อนว่าซิกเก็ตโหดกว่าหรือเปล่า
But he won't have the real opportunity to make use of it here. Calm with the weakest weapon of them all. The one being pushed by Tikazine.
Tigazine's playing ahead of that little orb there. As around the corner comes Tikazine. He's cut down. Wall's going to be set up now, and Darker takes the fight gladly. Nightfall connects, sure, but all the resistance over at the B side for the defenders has been neutralized. And Luke shows up on the line. Flash comes through, but now Basic has to rack his brains.
VCT is
figure out how to turn this rifle into a round win, and it is looking dire. Shy is not in a position to really assist right now. The wall is going to make it hard for him to get into B via that route anyway.
โอ้ยยังไม่มีวอลนะยากเซฟเฟอร์เพื่อน
Basic a little bit scared of the peak. Know that his knows that.
รอติดตามครับปีหน้าว่าจัดที่ไหนน่ามีไทย10 วันนะผมแล้วก็ทีมอะไรยังไงใครได้ไปบ้าง
There's just no way forward.
You know, at least for Basic, he would love to just go 1-for-1 and get the ult.
Yep. Well, we'll have that for the next round, Wyatt, but that would already mean
มีจัดที่ไทยเหรอพี่รอติดตามครับรอติดตามพูดอะไรเยอะไม่ได้ครับเดี๋ยวโดนยิงเตรียมจัดที่ซ่าสวัสดีครับ
And what a stark contrast
แล้วดูแปซิฟิกดูเป็นเกาหลีเหรอแปซิฟิกมันก็ได้อยู่ดูดิว่าเกาหลีในแบบ is the best ไง ปากก็ปวดไหล่ก็ปวดเอาละแก่ขึ้นทุกวันโอ้ยใช่ไหมไม่อย่างคมเลยวะเฮียเนี่ยคุณว่าโดนเสียบคู่แล้วนะ อ๋อลาวชุดแอดปาร์กับชุดนี้มันสู้กันได้ไหม โอ้นานจัดเฮียนานจัดโอ้ไม่ได้ดิอันนั้นมันชุดแชมป์อ่ะเขามีธงมีถ้วยอ่ะต้องมีถ้วยก่อนว่ะ
LEV instead opted to be a bit more cautious, always working the map from the middle outward. Much like this. Artesian sees enough. We'll be able to slow things down. The Cove comes up, but ahead of it is Tigazine, and he still wants a bit of this action over at Garden.
โอ้สวยซ่า
just waits, and he gets
วอล
cut
สู้
down.
ข้างหน้าหมาออกขวา
He was there, and all
โอ้
of a sudden,
สวยจัด You back home, you sir, bro. What's up, Marvin? How you
A little
doing?
bit of both. That's what I was talking about. The pace and the contact to get a bit of space. Just working up into the A side connector. The second there's a bit of contact, look at the way that they just pounce as a team with all of the utility. There's not a millisecond of hesitation.
In class currently, holy shit,
Right away,
actually, I forgot.
The wall goes down. Tigazine is in there with the
I
fast
am
lane.
good, bro.
Prowler to clear right. They
A
get the
sleepy
free kill
SL.
outs. It's just everything is sequenced out perfectly. LEV have come into this playoffs looking like a serious threat. Beyond just
ไม่รู้ว่าแค่รู้สึกว่าแฟนคลับมันน่าจะบัฟกันจนแบบ
make it to Sao Paulo.
เชียร์กระโกเคซี่ว่ะ
They look like a team that can make it to champs, man.
I mean, Romanelli has shored up all of the sort of question marks, the things that are we're not, you know,
เรื่อง
overwhelmingly
งาน
impressive
ดีมี
about.
บาซิปก็ไปเกาหลียังมีสัญญาไหมครับก็ถึงสิ้นปีครับน้องชาย
of these teams. Coming into this, we definitely expected Haven to go differently. You know, Haven and Summer being picked up. These two teams are going after each other's bad maps, but unfortunately for FURIA, their information is a little outdated. Because this team does not look like the team we saw at the end of Stage 2.
เครียดจัด
Really bad difference
เครียดจัดไอ้เหี้ย
having the
เครียด
time off versus FURIA, who
ไอ้เหี้ย
made the right adjustments, iron out the roles going into play-ins, found the success there to make it to the playoffs. But they showed their hand. Everything that they had, it has been revealed.
And I wanted to talk about which form of preparation was better, right? Just being well rested and having had an opportunity to watch play-ins, or to be a part of them, to have that pressure on you and to prevail.
ในสิ้นปีนี้พี่มีหน้าที่อะไรครับก็จริงๆตอนนี้ก็รออีกเดี๋ยวรอออฟซีซั่นครับผมแล้วก็ช่วยหลังบ้านทำเอกสาร
But here,
ทำโซเชียลมีเดียอะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับผม
LEV have made great use, even invisibly.
ได้แข่งเสียนมาโหดนะทำไมได้แรงเจอแต่แบบไอ้เชี่ยเอ้ยก็มันปากผมคุยกันอะได้แข่งเขาคอกันแบบเฮ้ยมึงวอลตรงนี้มึงสโลว์อย่างนี้เราโหดอย่างนี้นะในแรงแม่งมีใครพูดบ้างว่ากูถามจริง
Best and iced out loud, who it's not like they're coming off a knockout stage 5-0. No, they had to scrap to get in here. They evolved with the time off. And today, the player form is ridiculous. We have gotten, you know, clips for the montage from all 5 of them.
And FURIA's nightmare feels like it's only just beginning. Obviously knocked down to the lower bracket here with their chances of being at Sao Paulo on the line. LEV go up against NRG, and that game is for playoffs. It is for Sao Paulo.
Oh.
A chance to get back in front of a home crowd and rewrite that painful
ระวัง
loss
โด
of
นแบน
2023 for the
เล่นแบบ
organization.
ได้ตัวขวัญเริ่มตุ่มๆแล้วเล่นแบบหลับตานะ
And the loser of this game, by the way, lower bracket and G2, a hungry G2. That baby base
ที่แพ้ไปเจอ G2 ใครจะไหวกับแม่งวะ
champions through points, but no, they want to win again.
น้องไปกี่ชั่วโมงน้องไป4 ชั่วโมงมั้ง
If you're FURIA, that is a further nightmare. Artson's trying to shut them down on this exec combo. Just overwhelmed by utility, has no chance.
Tigazine was deafened. Looked like he would have struggled to find success in that position. Basic does have his ult knocked back though, and it's a player advantage here for FURIA. And LEV, for all intents and purposes, is still back by the starters line on this A side.
Already.
The Haunt coming back up for Davi, though, could be instrumental. In this last round of the half, FURIA need to give themselves a staging ground against the double Sentinel defense they'll be facing. 4 rounds is bare bloody minimum.
This delay is ridiculous with all the smokes. Yeah, those guys are fried. The wall into the wall, into the cove. As the time ticks down, they just have to go. FURIA able to get a last-second round on the board, but much like Haven, It's an uphill battle in the second
เห็น
half.
ปืนโอ้โห
And this time,
จัดปืน
there's no second chances.
ไอ้สัตว์
It's Loud
เซล
on
เดียว
the precipice of
ไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยมาเห็นได้
taking
ไง
their
วะ
own map pick,
ยิด
perhaps
เค
in dominant fashion again, and making a statement, trying to work through that upper bracket.
And it's taken FURIA a while to adjust to the fact that Loud are
แล้วจริงๆเป็นการทุกวันเลยไหม
downscaling their
ทุ
tempo,
กวัน
playing a much slower, more methodical map here on Summit.
ถือว่า
Loud
ทำโทษหน่อยห่างหายไปไง2 อาทิตย์อะ
with
ยุ
their
โรปก็ไม่
chamber
ดู
and Sage set
แป
up.
ซิฟิกก็ดูน้อย
FURIA fight back and make a series of this. Only one way to find out.
เอาไหนดักกันใช่ไหมครับใช่ครับเราดูแปซิฟิกหน่อยดูด้วยเราดูโหมดดับพรุ่งนี้ก็วันนี้ก็รันทุกโซนอ่ะวันนี้มีอะไรอ่ะวันนี้มีอเมริกาวันนี้มีแปซิฟิกใช่ปะแล้วก็ยุโรปแล้วก็อเมริกาดูแม่งให้หมดอ่ะกี่ดอกบ่าย 3แปซิฟิกแล้วก็ตามด้วย3 ทุ่มยุโรปมัน3 ทุ่มวะแล้วก็ตี 4อเมริกา NRG ว่ะฮันเดตีไม่น่าดูอยู่อเมริกาเนี่ยEMEA น่าดูเกณฑ์คุยอย่าง EMEA ก็น่าดูจริงยุโรปมันน่าดูอยู่ฟุตคาร์มายลิควิดไฟฟลักมาดูกันใครได้ไปแชมป์เปี้ยนเนี่ยกูอยากเชียร์ไฟฟลักว้าวจริงปะอยากเชียร์2มันต้องได้ไปสักทีมดิวะมาตบลิควิดได้มันเท่เลยนะเว้ยEMEA 3 ทุ่มนะพี่ได้ครับมาก็น่าดูแปซิฟิกจบแล้วน่าได้ดูต่อยาวเลยวะดูทรงแชมเปี้ยนเดือนไหนแชมเปี้ยนเดือนเริ่มกันยาครับกันยา28ทุกคนไปเขาไปไก่ให้จีนแชมป์ตบบอกเอาอย่างนั้นมันก็แบบมีเทียร์2ได้ไปแบบดอมิเนตเลยไงไปโชว์น่ะ
guarantee passage to champions
EMEA มันมีเด็ก16เล่นกฎหมายห้ามทำงานเกิน4 ทุ่มบ้านเขาอะโอ้ยเฮียก็ดีนะคือเขาก็ปรับตัวได้วะใช่ครับแชมป์เริ่ม28 กันยาครับ
On that opposite side though it is Basic who was that
ผมไป
furious
ฉี่มาแล้วน้องไม่หลับทำไงดีเนี่ยน้องดูแข่งกับพี่ไง
for a year finally able to play. He has impressed everyone. But he needs to kick it into high gear on the second half to bring FURIA back into the game. It's a great way to open it up.
An important fight for Basic to win there, but Tikazine takes his pound of flesh before he realizes the train is headed over towards the A side. Solo player at this site needs to look to play his life and slow things down here. And back him up. Maybe FURIA are headed elsewhere. Still onto the A side, but through the safer route, the back of the L. And Kawano getting to knock 2 down is huge. He has woken up here.
FURIA have needed those
ดับบี้โบดูไงฝั่งนี้คือไม่อินแต่ละทีมพอจะมีข้อมูลสำหรับบิ๊กเนอร์ไหมเชคูดีได้ครับอันนี้ก็เอารอบก่อนละกันเนาะเป็นเพย์ออฟวันแรกนะครับเป็นเพย์ออฟวันแรกซึ่งอันนี้คือสายบน
forced to pivot through the site because of the slow orb from Airday but double up that connect all of the shots
ส่วนใหญ่2 ทีมนี้ก็เปลี่ยนลัปเตอร์มาด้วยครับเป็นไอเนี่ยแบบไอนี่เด็กใหม่ไอใครวะไอ
for FURIA
อยู่ไหนวะ
He is sick on these rounds with the ghost
เย็ดนิ่งจัด
physical pain on Haven
ไอเบสิกไอใครอะไอดาวี่ปะวะ
felt like that happened over and over again
คือดูผมว่าดูเอามันไปก่อนนะตอนเนี้ยคู่เนี้ยแต่คู่ต่อไปอะน่าสนใจอยู่
Now they must convert into a lead
น้องจูดี้ไปเรียนสู้ๆนะน้องจูดี้
Unbelievable. Luke Shaw is just too good.
Need I remind you, the second
หายาก
round,
ถั่ววัดอเมริกา
the second
ลิง
half
ไม่ดี
on
ครับลิ
Haven
ง
Loud with no
โอ้อะไรเงี้ย
investment
เชมเบอร์เปิด
did
เอ
something
แม่ง
just
กลัวกันเลย
like
ว่ะ
this. A multiplayer stack, and they converted it into an insane, thrifty round win. Unfortunately, their 4 hamsters in a trench coat strat is going to work on the B side because all the FURIA have headed to this A.
Yeah, it feels like FURIA know just spotting out Luke Show there that it's way more likely the Chamber's going to be on that right
No
side
way.
of the map. So the exact Shy is getting caught though.
Okay, gives over a free Sheriff. Still FURIA can get entrenched here.
It feels a bit unnecessary to be pushed up that far.
They can play behind some of this Artisan util.
คิดดูถ้าเราคลาสสิกกับเชลิฟแล้วยิงทุกคนนี่รั่วเลยนะ
Flood from an angle that might be unexpected. Artisan though is set up beautifully for this until the smoke comes in.
Couple good util pieces as well. Oh, it's nice blind counter util, but Tigazin can get in with the stun. He's got the
เข้าใจเอฟเนล่าทำไมหาวตอนมาดูฝั่งแปซิฟิกขาวเลยเธอไอเชียมันก็เหมือนตอนเราตื่นมาดูอเมริกา
Just getting off the line here, just knowing he has to try and stop a defuse, but this could be a bit of a problem. Basic out in the open, does get the spike diffuser. That one kill saves around for FURIA. It's costly though.
Bro, what the fuck is this shit, bro?
They needed that round pretty badly, but 5 players down.
แต่เอฟเนมันไม่เคยดูยุโรปหรอ
dropping like that. It feels like, yeah, this first one, you're playing
มันดูแลร่างกายมัน
next generation.
He's mad.
So, you know, that's all right. You can give that one up.
Pretty overstimulating moment there for Basic.
ไอ้ดูยุโรปด้วยก็ตุยไม่ต้องทำอะไรกันแล้ว
Because I sure as hell did. It's alright, man. Part of getting old. Round 15. 2 rounds in the game. Loud now have that buy, whereas FURIA's economy is a bit disrupted after what just happened. A golden chance for Loud to get back to winning ways here on Summit.
Loud have struggled on the anti-bonus rounds. A weak area of their game. And Basic with the run it back early gets that opener.
Big value, but Tigazin has been able to find a genuine kill on Koala Noob. And now wants to try and fight through this side. Comes at him though, and Artisan's
สู้ก็สู้
found
เลย
another.
ไม่สู้ก็ไม่สู้ดี
Set up in a pretty problematic spot
อิว
for
ไปไหนอิว
Loud
โดน
out
เด้งไป
there
แล้ว
at
ครับ
Garden. FURIA get their spike plant down. It's Erde.
โอ้
Trying to sleuth the way in, but they've done
เริ่ม
nothing
รั่วละ
about
ลาว
the
คู
position
โอ้
of the harbor. Artisan's frying them.
You can just feel the impact of that harbor utility
เอฟเนมาดูตอนพนักติแข่งออกมาเชียร์แคชชี่อ่ะแดม
being stalled out by the
แล้วมี
wall.
ฟินเนสไหม
Cove just being cycled in. Round's not even done. I can hear Koala Noob
ดู
on
จี
stage
ดีกว่า
going
จี
off
เพย์ออฟ
crazy.
กูดูอยู่เปิดตัวเท่อะ
Headed towards Loud timeout territory here. Probably a couple of questions about this sort of mid to late round fizzle out.
This is the first time in the entire series where there has been any amount of pressure on Loud.
ไอ้จัดทักอยู่กูไม่ทักกูไม่เกี่ยว
How do they handle that?
แต่ถ้ามาเอ็มเอจะไม่มาแปซิฟิกไอ้ดี
They've
ว่ะ
been playing from only the position of control. And now it's about not letting it slip away against FURIA that are starting to feel emboldened, starting to feel that hype.
มันส่วนใหญ่ก็คือเลือกดูอะเนาะใช่ปะ
Picking up a bunch of
เลือกดู
kills
ที่
there
ชอบ
just
อะ
from the box over a garden. But he's been doing that for the last couple of rounds. Doesn't seem like there's a plug and play answer from Loud to
แบ
deal
บ
with
สาม
that.
มาไม่หรอกผมเชื่อมั่น
Marshals, but one
ไปชิล
hero rifle from Luke Show in main.
หาย
For him, but the flash is good to force him away.
This FURIA util use in these early attack side rounds
Wait.
has been pretty critical.
Wait.
Hang on.
แล้วไม่มาเชลว่ะ
Marshall.
ชอบ
Got
อ่ะ
the 2-man op set up, just the double Marshal for the one shot.
ไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ย
Yeah, I looked earlier. I'm like, did he take damage earlier? No, just got lined up by both Tigazin and Davi. Around the world we go here.
It's a
pretty intuitive call from FURIA. They lose a player on the A side of the map, and they expect to rotate to accommodate.
แชมป์เชียร์ไทยรู
Luke Show's got a
ต้องมันถึงเวลาโซนจีนชนะว่ะกูรู้สึกว่างั้นว่ะ
How much impact can he find?
Again, if you get FURIA though entrenched in Garden,
if they all come out of main, Darker could paranoia the whole team, and we have seen how dangerous the buff bandit has been this stage.
Oh, look at the timing! Wow, Luke Show's just trying to peer on him. Koala Noob somehow has the sixth sense just to swing that.
He just spun on him. That was crazy. And now FURIA.
I don't know how Koala Noob won that.
That's wild, but they have a moment to relax here. Just set up together. They can hold some of these deep angles. The weapons are way stronger.
Darker still has that paranoia. He's sitting on that to try and make a retake. It'll be about now, if ever. You can hear those marshals ringing out. Koala is eventually felled, but the damage is well and truly done.
ชิบหายละแบบสาม
Now
เล
we
ย
have ourselves an even game. FURIA have started to put it
8-8
together.
ว่ะ
Well, Luke Show was a man set up to do damage in that round with the hero rifle, but never had a chance
ยังไง
to make his case.
Now we're going to find out if
โอ้ลูกโซ่น้องเดียวว่ะ
cracks and be exposed as the pressure is setting in on them. It felt like the FURIA lose the first map, but win the next two storyline might have been coming to an end to that. The way that Hayden went, how one-sided it was. But now it's coming right back to top of mind. Every game in play-ins, they lost the first map and won the next
มาดูการแก้เกมได้ไหมไทม์เมาส์แรกนะเนี่ยโอ้ยอยากกินกาแฟเลยว่ะอยากกินช็อกโกแลตปั้นนะ
Loud team and how
เวลา
feels
นี้
like
จะ
it
มี
took a
ปะวะ
while for him to really get to express himself, had the right players around him. Could say the same for
ช็อกโกแลต
Basic,
ปั้นส
who
แก้ว
was sat on the bench for a year. Had to deal with visa issues when all of the FURIA fans were saying, could you just put this guy in, get this guy in the game? And that patience for the fans has been rewarded, and maybe for Basic too, because it took a while for him to find his footing. He's asking to play Breach of all things here in Americas. But on the Phoenix has been integral to FURIA's progress so far, and the fact that they're even still
ลายน้ำนี้เดือดจัดเลยนะจริงเอาน้ำกูก่อนไปจัดฮะ
Don't forget, those are two guys that came up at the same time as the other players that you would put in the next generation of Brazil, alongside Sato, alongside Spike. And you know these two guys are quality enough players to lift trophies, to be on top tier teams. And for different reasons, yeah, it took both of them
น้ำในตู้เย็นมีนมช็อกโกแลตอันนี้ได้อยู่อันนี้ได้อยู่ลงไปนี่เลยดีกว่าวะคู่2จบ10 โมงสู้ไหมสู้เพื่อคนดูสู้หมดครับกู3มีซอมบี้ไหมกูกำลังจะไปล่าเนี่ยซอมบี้อ่ะเดี๋ยวเจอกู
Be the first time for either of them.
Much in the same vein as Loud. On their attack side, FURIA are playing these early rounds slowly and diligently. Smokey might just be disrespected, or at least Com wants info around that bend inside A. Tigazine this time starts the round off well. It's KAINoob off, and the problem for Loud is already brought down, but Arzine simply steps up when she was sat down. And once again, you got the chamber, or rather the harbor set up inside garden and a post plant that Loud have to fight into.
Waiting to play off of that haunt, but it's broken immediately. Info on Shai's into the reckoning has to be the nail in the coffin on this round.
ล็อกไว้ปะวะ
ล็อกไว้ได้ absolutely activates the save. No other option, especially Luke shows with the op.
เซฟเลยครับเอาละเรานำละไอ้ฟูเรียนำละ
Really loud with these double sentinels just aren't actually able to get set up on the
7-11 or 7 จากบ้านจากไกลอ่ะ
and the reckoning. You can see where the defense side players ended up falling. They are set up. They are waiting. There's just nowhere to hold that side safely from.
Yeah, FURIA are doing a good job, and around like that, just working around a lot of the potential.
แล้วนายจะทำอย่างนี้กับฉันจริงหรอ
The mid to A.
จริงไม่เอาแบบ3แบบคู่2
I want to see this Artson point of view. He just killed both players. Looked like they were double face on him. Yeah, they were. Oh my God, that's nasty. That is crazy.
And I think back to KAINoob a couple of rounds ago, managing to get the frag on Luke Show, just flicking towards the left. A situation like that, it's the individuals that are giving you the staging ground as FURIA to make a proper series of this.
Man, different map, but I remember earlier this year, Artson was making some plays on Harbor that had people questioning his ability to be on the agent, but he's showing out right now.
Loud here just hoping that the timing on the stall util lines up with the actual intent of FURIA.
Both Sentinels on this B site. Can the AWP get any value from Lucho? He is overwhelmed by so much utility. Look at this. Look at what he's looking at.
Yeah, re-swing these high tide. Hope that he gets it up. Oh, what a swing out there. That is audacious. Slow things down. Again, KAINoob, the first casualty of the round. The last round was Arzine and stood up. Who will it be this time? Basic for FURIA.
Oh, and he's able to tuck away before being traded. Let's see if Tigazine can try to open this site up with a fast lane and the overdrive. Where do Loud want to maneuver from? They want to pounce on. The paranoia is excellent.
Tigazine has the right idea now with the overdrive into the side. He just wants to fight for this space, but Shai takes him down to 1v1. Loud fighting and losing so much blood for every inch of ground they take.
เอาหน่อยสวยแล้ว
To the hands of Davi, and it's very, very costly.
พูดงี้ล่ะตัวเองผิดไหมจานมันร้องให้นางจนตื่นหนอพูดผิดมันก็ไม่ผิดหรอกแต่มันคือวิธีการจัดการใช่ไหมเรารู้สึกนะแต่เราไม่ทำให้เขารู้สึกโอเคเขาก็เด็กใช่ไหม
We saw it a ton on Haven when they
ความ
started
รู้สึก
playing.
เราอาจจะต้องแบบนี้หน่อย
just being
กับเด็ก
posted
อะ
up or playing for the Floods.
ใจเย็นหน่อย
But like right here,
รู้สึกได้มันไม่ผิด
just
หรอก
knowing exactly
แต่
what
มันแค่
they
วิธี
want
ที่
to
เรา
do,
จะแบบ
the timing
สื่อ
on
มันออกไป
the
มากกว่า
paranoia
ครับ
goes
ผม
down
รู้สึก
drop. Ticketing gets into the overdrive. The Haunt gets the ping at the same time on the opposite side of the site. Like everything there is working well for them. The struggles have been when they're trying to anchor these sites and they're being
ท่านเบสิก
ran
ยังไม่ตื่น
over
นะ
by
นี่
the
คือยัง
double
ไม่ตื่นหรอก
duelists.
14แล้วนะ
Back in
14 นะ
past that high tide wall to get a frag with the op is massive.
มันดีกว่าแบบที่แล้วนะ
That's just intuition.
ที่ตื่นทำเราไม่รู้ไอ้เมื่อกี้เมื่อกี้มันดูไอ้นี่จังวะ
And the point man is down for Furia.
Blaze Wall necessitates that exchange of util for Erde.
มันมีหลังยังไงแล้วก็เลยเกณฑ์ไง
All the lanes are covered right now for the defenders. Wall at B link.
โอ้ยมันเดินแบบไงวะเดินบีก็ต้องยิงวอลเจอสโลเซตเดินลิงเอก็เจอแท็บฮับเบอร์ไอ้แท็บชิมเบอร์ดิออนก็ไม่มีที่
What does the timing look like in Prowlers here over towards A link? It's a
แกล้งโดนอะแกล้งโดนไอ้เหี้ยแกล้งโดนไอ้เหี้ยเนียนะไอ้เชี่ยนี่เนียนะแกล้งโดนนะ
To get into this B side exec, Luke Show flying away with the operator. That's going to be dangerous, and Erde does have a slow to stall them out.
Com walked into that Nightfall to try and sell it more.
ไม่ละ
So Furia is set up
เอ้
for this
ย
B
ไอ้ยืนวัด
side.
น้อง
Run out of time, and so their options are going to be limited, and a lot stands on Luke Show's stopping power. Take contact around the corner and bam! 2 massive kills for Luke Show.
Wow!
That's going to knock the wind out yourselves, even on your best days. Nasty ace. Absolutely diabolical from Luke Show. It feels like we were waiting with bated breath to see him take the game over. 17 and 10 with a filthy showing in that ace.
Waiting for him to take over and knowing it's just an inevitability. The Luke Show chamber in this second stage has been on a totally different level. A statistical outlier within this stage, a statistical outlier as a chamber all time. You are putting up what he's doing right now. The numbers are comparable to the greatest performances we've seen from the best chambers in history. To compare to the best tournaments from EA. That's where he's at right now. And that is not just a fictitious, that is not something to throw out there. That is a fact. It is crazy what he is able to do right now.
ปีหน้าฟาวความเหมยลูกโต้ทุกที่เอาบูคาชูโอ้โห impossible เลย
Stabilizing presence though, he's in a dangerous spot here, Wyatt, but wants to deny this position away from the attackers for as long as humanly possible. Stalling out, buying time, throwing his prowlers and keeping Artazine and Basic busy. Basic likes being busy though. He's at his best there, but it's wide swing from Darby. And 4 kills for him on the round, just quietly. It's going to get Loud in striking distance of a serious win.
So much faster to flood into that site, support the anchoring players.
แบบมึงนี่คลาสสิกมากกว่า
That ace feels like it changed the game. It feels like that has genuinely ended the Furia momentum, and now losing the subsequent round. It feels like they're in danger of never coming back.
จังวะแม่งใครมันเป็นดาราเลยเว้ย
ส่งกันได้จัดอะ Make it into that upper semi.
This time Furia with their eyes on that A side. They've got no mid, no link presence. Giving a full bum rush here into Garden, and away they go. Basic to lead the charge. Paranoia comes in. The corner is unperturbed. He's on the side. Now going to put pressure on, but Dark is ready for him. Tickety knows he's going to get pressed on this right side, but he's got the Odin trained in the right place, and Basic is knocked back to start. Spikes out in the open over towards that A side, and Shy and Basic simply have to dive into the breach.
It feels like Furia are running out of steam unless they can clutch up, and they can't. Just 5 players trying to get out of main against the Odin, against the double sentinel.
มึงตี 5ไอเกมนอนเถอะเรียบยันเอ็มจ้าวันดีครับน้องชายครับ
round away from being sent to the lower bracket on a 3-match win streak.
ด่านบุกรับแล้วด่านบุกไอ้รับครับนั่นเนี่ย
A lot of the doubters wrong in the play-ins run to get here, but they are confronting a loud team that has just transformed over the last couple weeks of time off.
เวลานี้ใครนอนกันนอนเฮ้ยเฮียแต่มีเรื่องกันเป็นบุกก่อนด้านนี้ก่อนใช่หรอ
Don't really hedge their bets in that previous round. They go for
มันโดน
that
เด้ง
fast
ได้ไง
play.
นี่ผมก็ไม่ชัวร์ว่ะ
And so with that strap being knocked down, that's going to feel demoralizing. It's going to feel like you're out of options.
การดูทีมไทยนี่ต้องรออีกกี่เดือนหลังตุลาเพื่อนหลังแชมป์จบอ่ะออฟซีซั่นแรกน่าจะช่วงพฤศจิกายนมั้ง
Even more frustrating. FURIA need to work to some of the ults on this round. Look at Arts and Com, one away from a Nightfall or a Reckoning.
2 เดือนอ่ะ
Desperately needed to stay in the game.
FURIA are working the map. Try and tease some of this util out, but they're not going to be aware of this triple player stack over towards elbow, and that's filth. Davi able to find basic, and it's only Artazine left. That mid presence for FURIA. Basically neutralized.
And now Darker, Davi just happy to give that space back up. Group up with the rest of the team. 4-on-3. Play for a retake, play to trade things out. But the risk they're taking by playing this more passively is that... I mean, we've gone into a weird setup. I was going to say there's potential for Artson to get the Com gets the plant, already had the Nightfall. Still, if Artson finds a kill, he could get it late. This minimap is bizarre.
Yeah.
มึงดูไอ้ฮาร์เบอร์กับไอ้ไซเฟอร์ที่มันทำเหี้ยอะไรวะ
Costs you a little bit of time.
โอ้มึงสุดเลยว่ะ
Artazine is timed up here to show his back to Luke Show as he tries to cross to A to help out. Luke Show so patient, in no hurry, despite this level of time pressure. Out we go. Darker on the line is Luke Show waiting for him, and now it's on Com, desperate to find his way back to another champions. It's not to be.
ดูว่าอเมริกาพี่ดูว่าตายแน่นะเพราะมันพักคู่นานมากใช่มันพักนานมากเลยหรอ
Send him downstairs into.
ขอบคุณครับยูกิ
Came prepared after 18 days.
พักระหว่างครึ่งชั่วโมง
They're looking here to dazzle us in our playoffs.
จริงเหรอ
And if you're waiting a bit deeper in the bracket and you just missed this game, saw what Loud are capable of, you should be sweating. They have come out of that little break with a number of great little set exec strats that FURIA had no answers for. Beyond that, the individual play today was out of control. On map 2, we got a disgusting Luke Show ace, but Davi still had the most kills. Davi had the most kills with 21 and 9. The guy was usually just a great supportive setup initiator for this team. Everyone had their highlight reel moments. Can make a 5-minute frag movie of that game for Loud.
แค่ไหมเดี๋ยวคนงงเฮ้ยครึ่งชั่วโมงเลยเหรอ LCQ อเมริกามีอะไรไม่รู้อะ
To show exactly what the region was capable of and to shine a light on these talents rising up through the ranks.
That's Airday leading the team from the LEV Academy against a Champions winner mid-round caller against
เกมนี้ไหนที่สุดประวัติศาสตร์ VCT โอเฮลนะแม่แม่งนางกว่า LCQ ที่เคยจัดที่ไทยเหรอวะ ดูอีกคู่ไม่ดูครับอิงรอดูอีกคู่เลย มาเพื่อดูอีกคู่เท่านั้น
Beyond that, making champions.
One thing's for sure, White, the kids are all right, especially where Loud is concerned. This put DG now towards that lower bracket, and rather FURIA down towards that lower bracket.
หน้าสั้นเลยเหรอที่พอไม่โหดจังวะอเมริกาเขาเป็นปวดกลางมากเหรอเขามาฟังขนาดนั้นเอ้ยมันบอกมันช่วยนะมันช่วยแอคทีฟนะเขามาฝรั่งอะตอนแบบเล่นอะไรเงี้ยจัดแมนเวอร์มันแน่นอนครับผมบอกแล้วแต่เรื่องการเจอผมมันโนหนึ่งเลยเว้ยผมให้อย่างแม่นนะตอนเนี้ยตั้งแต่แปซิฟิกแล้วอ่ะจัดเป็น ADHD ไหมไม่นะเป็นคนอยู่นิ่งๆได้นะแล้วแต่วันน่ะวันไหนดีก็ต้องทำอะไรหน่อยวันไหนไม่ดีก็อยู่นิ่งๆได้ว่ะเยสไอทีเคซินมันหล่อว่ะแชทครึ่งชั่วโมงทำอะไรกันดีวะแชทไทม์ไลน์ LCQ 30 ชั่วโมง What บอร์ดแคสเริ่มไป2 ครึ่ง Ascent แมปแรกเริ่ม บ่ายสามโอ้ข้ามวันไอ้เหี้ยได้ดีมขอบคุณซับ2 เดือนครับทำไมมีคำโด
ปี41 N 1 เมตรขีดล่างจัด Subscribe Love Jazz
เริ่มยูทูบเบอร์น้องผมไม่อยากไปเรียนเพราะครูชอบบ่นทำไงดีเราก็บ่นที่บ้านน้องจะได้ไปเรียนไงคิดว่าไงไอเดียดีไหมโอ้แม่งเช็คพอร์ต7 รอบเคลียร์พอร์ตแล้วแบบชั่วโมง2 ชั่วโมงอีดอกไม่ไหววะพี่ว่าเลฟเลยมัน MIBR พี่ว่าเลฟครับคู่ต่อไปผมเชียร์เลฟ2-1แล้วทำอะไรดีวะครึ่งชั่วโมงมันครึ่งชั่วโมงจริงใช่ปะหลับตานอนได้ปะวะโหเดนแมนครึ่งชั่วโมงเลยเหรอดูเลยระหว่างรอได้ไหมเล่นเกมหนึ่งดู GTA หน่อย GTAกูกลัวโดนสไนป์กูกลัวโดนไอ้นี่วะกูกลัวบินวะเขาโดนตบขอบคุณคนดูครึ่งชั่วโมงมึงคิดว่ากูเป็นคนยังไงวะเฮียฮะมีประจำตื่นไปทำงานพอดีเลยสู้ๆครับโปรเจกต์เคลมารี่โอ้ยมาเป็นหนังเลยชอบอ่ะเขาสตรีมดูทุกช่องเหรอ
สวัสดีครับงานเกมสำคัญหลายจุดมันถ้าใครได้ติดตามแล้วก็ร่วมแชทกับเราก็กด subscribe นะครับถึงจะแชทกับเราได้นะครับแล้วก็ในคลับของบูบี้อีเก้นะครับ
วันที่เริ่มยาวจังวะ
แต่งตัวแบบสบายๆนะฮะไม่คือดูดีเทล
คุณภาพมันสวยนะเรื่องขอไปเสียงเครียดกันดังชิบหายที่มัธยมต้นมัธยมปลายจำเป็นไงหนุ่มไหมจะนุ่งไหนจะชอบมากเลยมัธยมอ่ะโคตรมันอ่ะมัธยมเมื่อมันจัดอ่ะ
ฉากดิเกมโหนี่คือเกมเพย์ใช่พี่ดูดีเทลฉากดิ
ภาพสวยนะในเล่านี้มันเป็นตัวหัวโจกอ่ะแกล้งเพื่อนกดตีนครูนักกีฬาเรียนก็ได้แบบไปแข่งนู่นแข่งนี่แข่งเรียนแข่งกีฬาเอาทำหมดอะกีฬาสีประธานแล้วประธานกีฬาด้วยแบบประธานสีอะไม่ใช่เขาเรียกอะไรวะหัวหน้ากีฬา
นี่วิธีการคุยการอะไรมันก็จะขึ้นมุมขวาล่างนะฮะเหมือนกับใช่เหมือนกับเรดเดสนะฮะพอเราเอาของแล้วเราอาจจะ
อุ้ยมันเหมือนจริงจังวะไอ้เชี่ย
ต้องเอาของไปส่งและระหว่าง
โอ้
นี่มีการแบบคือช่วยเหลือกันระหว่าง2 คนมันแน่นมากเลยพี่
โอ้โห
สโลโมชั่นเรดเดดรีเดมชั่น2เป็นคิวแคม
เย็ดเคซาดิจัดะ
นี่เป็นตัวละครน่าจะเป็นหัวหน้าหน่วยทาสฟอร์สใช่ที่อยู่ในตอนแรกไม่แน่นอนไม่แน่ใช่ไหม
มันออกตอนไหนวะแชทมันออกตอนไหนวะเราเตรียมคลิปให้นาย2-3 พันคลิปนายฟ้องคลิปเดโมเราคลิปเดียวไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยปลายปีแต่มันออกคอนโซลก่อนใช่ปะ
อย่างแรกเลยใช่
And they had this beautiful carousel. One night we snuck in.
Nice to meet you.
โอ้โหมีทุกอย่างนะคุณผู้ชม
คือมันเป็นเหมือนแบบไอ้สกินช็อตชุดนี่มา
ซื้อมาเล่นอีกไหมคิดว่าไงวะ
โอ้มาไนท์คลับนะฮะโอ้เป็น NPC ท่าเต้นทั้งหลาย
ครับคอมก่อนไหมก็เล่นแบบบนคอนโซลไง
แข่งรถกลางคืนโอ้ไนท์คลับในออนไลน์ก็แน่นแล้วนะอันนี้แบบไปอีกระดับหนึ่ง
เนี่ยเราเข้ามาได้จริงมันมีพาร์ทเก็บดูดิ
มีท่าเต้นมันมี
PS5 มือ2เท่าไหร่วะ PS5 ราคา20,000แต่ไอ้เหี้ยมันก็ดีกว่าอัพคอมปะวะการ์ดจอต้อง5060เลยไอ้เหี้ยการ์ดจอไอ้เหี้ยไม่ไหวว่ะ PS5 จะไม่ได้ภาพนี้นะแล้วมันต้อง PS อะไรอะ PS5 Pro หรอไม่งั้นก็ยืมเพื่อนเอาว่ะยืมได้แหละคอนโซลน่ะแต่ใครมีบ้างมั้งไอ้เหี้ย
สามารถเต้น
แล้วกูซื้อเกมให้มัน
เนี่ยเกมเพลย์เดิน
นี่เหมือนเป็นไปรับแขก VIP มาจากสนามบินนะ
พี่จ๋าผมเด็ก70มีอะไรแนะนำไหมหรอตั้งใจเรียนพูดจริงเก็บเกรดไว้ใช้ชีวิตให้สนุกแต่เก็บเกรดไว้นิดนึง
แต่มันจะไม่ใช่
อย่างน้อยก็สัก 3.2 อะไรเงี้ยโอ้ข้ามดูนะอยากดูเกมเพลย์มากกว่าวะเชียร์มันทำดีจริงนะด้วยเอาดีแชทม่วงไงวะ
ผมว่าไอการทำเกมโอเพนเวิลด์ในเมืองมีใช่ครับผม
อันนี้เขาดูมาเลยมันไม่โดนฮะคือสรุปมันดูได้หรอมันไม่โดนสไตล์หรอหรือว่ายังไงแต่นี่เขาดูในเอ็นเอ็มนะเนี่ยที่เขาก็สตรีมดูในเน็ตฟลิกเนี่ยเล่นเวลาแข่งกี่โมงนะอีกครึ่งชั่วโมงครับน้องชายผมเด็ก58พี่ได้ทำมาอีกสัตว์เลย58
โอเพนเวิลด์
รูปไงวะ
เรียลโอเพนเวิลด์อ่ะ
นี่เมื่อกี้นะฮะ
ย้อนไปนี่เน็ตฟลิกมาย้อน
ไป10นะเน็ตฟลิกเนี่ย
ใช่เมื่อกี้พี่กันพูดอยู่ว่าแมปมินิแมปมันเป็น 3D
ใช่มันเป็น 3D
ที่มีแรม64แล้วเลยPS5 แรม12เหรอผมว่าถ้า PS5 มันเล่นไหว PC แรม16หรือ32ก็น่าจะไหวอยู่นะครับ
นี่เวลาเห็นเหตุการณ์คนต่อยกันกลางถนนรถติดคนจอดดูนะฮะนี่แล้วก็มี
สวยจริงที่แบบว่าโดนถีบ
ให้เราอาจจะต้องเข้าไปหลังร้านเพื่อ
ทำลาย
ไม่น่าเล่นว่ะเฮียเอาจริงปะ
ไอคอน
น่าเล่นว่ะเมื่อทุกคนที่กูฟอร์มไม่ดูหมดเลยห่วงกูก็โดนโดนยังไงก็โดนแต่น่าจะปิดสร้างรายได้อาจจะแบบต้องไม่รู้ว่ะเฮียเลยมันถึงเวลาวะเล่น GTA บ้างวะกับเขาวะคิดว่าไงไม่ต้องเล่นไฟเอ็มหรอกเรามาเล่น GTA 6 Story นี่แหละได้ไหมคิดว่าดีไหมว่าน่าจะมันอยู่นะถ้าเล่นอยากดูกูว่าน่าจะมันอยู่ว่ะไปลองพวก2077ก่อนเนาะ อยากลองอยู่ที่อ่ะนานแล้วนะตอนรี GTA ล่าสุดที่เล่น GTA 5 กี่ปีแล้ววะ10 ปีเหรอตอนรีอ่ะลืมไปหมดแล้ว
LEV, when I see this team operate, it's almost like they've got the confidence of
ดอยเซเว่นไม่มีของที่อยากกินไอ้เดี๋ยวครับดูสาขามองกันได้กุลาโบคินาโบกลับไปตอนนี้ที่5ใหม่หรอมันต่อกันปะวะไม่ต่อใช่ป่ะแบบมันไม่ต้องจำอะไรจากค่าใช่ป่ะ
They immediately attend their first event with the opportunity to do so, and they lift the trophy at it. They have done no wrong, they have seen no wrong, really. So they're all against a team where MIBR, they have their own failures, right? They failed to qualify for events this entire year. They have experienced players from top to bottom that have known what it's like to reach the peak, what it's like to be at the bottom, at the trough. So I think that's the difference between these two squads. They've definitely been smacked down occasionally. But it's not wrong. They've always taken flight. They've always been able to just soar and go for an They've done a fantastic job this year. That's the difference. Can you make this squad bleed when there's what it's like? That's the question.
So what I'm hearing from you is LEV needs to be humbled.
November 19
It's good to be humbled. Sometimes it's good to lose a little bit, but I mean, they lifted a trophy without being humbled. You know, like they're just going to keep this stride going. A team like G2, I think they need to be humbled. For them to be able to lift a trophy, LEV, they just skipped all over that. They skipped that arc, that narrative, that little training.
Skipped the losing is learning part.
They skipped all of that. They just found straight success, and they've been running with it since. And that's even more
แล้ว
difficult to take down, I think.
ถ้าผมเล่นคอนโซลก็คือถ้าเล่น PC ก็ต้องเริ่มใหม่ใช่ป่ะวะ
When I'm watching each individual player in a clutch, it's almost like they know the steps they need to take to win it, and it's almost like you can tell from the way that they play, they know they're going to win it.
200 ดีอ่ะไม่มันบอกว่าประมาณ 80 ถึง 100
There's pure fear in my heart as someone who is like only 8 years older than them, but that's more than enough for esports years. Like that's
80 ถึง 100
Right on.
200 ไม่น่านะเขาบอก
Obviously, there are a few weeks since the last time these two teams have met, and of course, also we already discussed.
PNPC แยกกันก็มันเดิมอ่ะมันก็เท่าไหร่อ่ะประมาณ 2,000 กว่า 3,000 อ่ะเกมที่แล้วใครชนะเกมที่แล้วลาวครับ 2-0 ครับเจ้านายเดดแมทไม่หรอจริงหัวมันตุ่มๆแล้วอ่ะมันไม่รู้เรื่องแล้วว่ะขอไปเอาขนมมากินได้ไหมแช่อยู่วะ
as well, and you are incredible when it comes down to these new maps coming up. So, how do you feel about your map and the current state of LEV with these changes?
I mean, honestly, we're very happy that Breeze out.
การดูบิกินี่รอไหมอ่ะว่ะ
Kind of shocked. So, yeah, I mean, we've been very good at adapting, even we won Masters with Breeze in the map pool. So, with that one out, we're very happy overall.
ไอ้เหี้ยกูจะโดนอะไรปะเนี่ยบิกินี่ฟอร์เมน
Nothing. None.
เฮ้ยกลัวอย่าเลยกลัวไม่ดีว่ะไอ้เหี้ยกลัวไม่ต้องไปเซิร์ชหรอกไอ้เชี่ยน่ากลัวเกินว่ะกลัวบินว่ะ
You might be changing the game with that one.
ไอ้เหี้ย
At this point,
ผู้จ่าย Nintendo เกมเรา19ยังว่าแพงเลยเหรอ
we talked about
ส่งกลับประเทศกูว่างั้นแหละไอ้เหี้ยใส่บิกินี่ไปวิ่งเล่นเนี่ย
stage, or rather on this desk, we talked about them defining the meta in this.
จะมาไม่เอาขนมแบบเหี้ยหรือไปเอาอะไรกันหัว
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has, of course, to do with Sato and the way he's been playing on that Phoenix. You faced off against Sato and that Phoenix. How did that feel? How did that feel on the other side?
It's definitely a bit overwhelming. I mean, his presence across the map is very... He has a lot of pressure, honestly. He's a very confident player, and I think you see it in the synergy between him and Spike, that this confidence that they have from just not knowing losing has no hesitation in his gameplay. And so just the combo between the two of them is very hard to beat. You know, they're doing things super fast, transitioning from fighting this space, then going somewhere else and fighting. And so you're kind of always having to plan or feel out where they're going to be at next, because they're always looking for that proactive decision.
Now, if we're looking at how they're stacking up against each other, Zek and Sato will go at it. I expect a very explosive battle here, Bren.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Zekken as well, I think, I rate Zekken incredibly highly as a player. I think he's fulfilled the role of what's needed as a Phoenix. I would argue that it's not the Phoenix's role to take over in a game, right? And he has been going bar for bar, pound for pound with a player like Sato in that role. He's been putting up the numbers where it's needed. But the issue is that MIBR are going up against an Leviathan where on any given day, on any given round, one player can step up and just take over. They have the individuals that are capable of that one. Whereas I'm not saying MIBR are lacking firepower. They've definitely got players that can have those big moments as well. But you just see it so much more often with LEV. I feel like they get pushed into a hard pressed position where it doesn't go right. The round doesn't go their way with their game plan. Yet they still find a way through it through sheer individuality.
Okay, but my counter argument to that is Verno. Verno, okay, Verno's clutch potential is actually like unreal. I don't think those numbers don't even seem real at this point. Like he comes through so often, the rest of his team too, but Verno specifically, Liv, is standing out here in this category.
I mean, I've been a victim of it firsthand, of him clutching against me, you know, but I think like him being so flexible as well, I think they had him playing like Sova, Initiate, all these things, and now he's even flexing to being able to play Omen is like very incredible to me that he's able to have this kind of duality or versatility in his play style. And he's having just as much impact, finding just as much pressure, just like the LEV players, that it's really hard to play against.
Yeah, his presence of mind in spots like this, I think he's got a very difficult, tenuous role when he's playing the Omen there, when you are being exec on, when you're playing that defensive position around pillar. His decision in that clip to just step forwards in past the wall, it showcases. I think this guy, he's had his mantle kind of freed as well, where he's not IGLing anymore, and now you're just starting to see him just absolutely let loose. You're never going to be missing the firepower. I did say earlier, like, it's hard to compete with them. And Verno has definitely been making a case, I think, for this squad to be able to do, actually, you know, hold a candle against this Leviathan squad, which historically this year, Leviathan have been the ones winning this one almost thoroughly, so.
I think there's a lot of individuals to look out for in the server on both sides, really. So looking at the predictions, I don't feel like that was that easy, because I feel like he could make an argument for MIBR. Vansili is making an argument for MIBR, but can't defend himself. You want to give it a go? What do you think Vansili sees in MIBR that could give them the edge today?
I think that, I mean, I think there's a bit of bias he might have towards a couple players here that he has a lot of hope in, but for me, I think it's a bit hard to favor against LEV. I mean, they've just been looking so good all year around. They've been so consistent ever since kickoff, so for me, it's really hard to justify saying that they'll be able to lose here.
People have tried to bring them down. People have tried to anti-strat them on specific maps. It hasn't worked out. People have tried to, you know, go against them. The issue with Leviathan is you are tested in so many ways. One is firepower. You have to be able to beat the players individually. Two, their game plans. You have to be able to play against that. And then the pace of play that they play at is another thing entirely as well. You are tested in so many faculties of the game that it takes a truly, truly world-class caliber team to be able to go toe-to-toe with Leviathan. Do MIBR have it in them? I mean, that's what we're here to find out. They definitely were purpose-built with that being the expectations.
We will find out very soon. Our teams are ready, so are we, and you should be too, as we're sending it down to the stage to get this rematch on the way.
Segundo partido y tenemos a los campeones de Master Londres. Make some noise, que se escuche para Leviathan!
It's a Leviathan team that have just been, as we've been saying, I mean, we cannot sing their praises enough. They've been going from strength to strength, barely showing any signs of weakness in the process. Individually on each role, these players are just really defining, I think, in Americas as well. There's a reason why most teams have decided to just opt into the Neon Phoenix, because Leviathan are the ones that paved the way to showcase into that comp. It's just so damn flexible. But the way that they play it too is so unlike any other team. I think that it's really only, they get away with so much based on the individuals, based on Neon's chamber, based on Sadow's Phoenix, based on the Neon play overall as well, and how Spike plays that position. It's really even hard to be in contrast with them, even if you're trying to be copying their roles. That's what I like about MIBR on the other side of things, that they haven't necessarily always been opting into that.
Adversários, make some noise! Façam muito barulho para o MIBR!
Yeah, it's another team as well. MIBR, I mean, this is the question, right, that we've got for this team. They have been purpose-built for greatness, for success. They haven't been able to reach the peaks that they set out for, to attend these international events, but they have an opportunity here. If they can take out Leviathan in this opening matchup, it would pave the way for potentially even more for this team. The things that they set out for, to lift trophies, to attend the top 4, potentially go all the way to Sao Paulo. We know that this team is capable of it. It just depends on whether or not they've got it in them.
MIBR definitely on an upward trajectory, though, and individuals, even veteran players such as Aspas, have changed the way they play with this team that they have now. He's able to trust his teammates. He's able to trust second. He can take that second seed. He's not having the same amount of pressure, and they're just playing more free, and you can tell if you're looking at their gameplay here at LEV.
Yeah, I mean, I, for one, copied LEV, and also MIBR is also copying LEV. So for me, a big decider in this game is if they're able to reinvent themselves and take what they've learned from LEV and kind of have their own identity and reinvent themselves completely within the compositions that they've taken from them.
Okay, Abyss is being picked by LEV. That's spicy. Did you expect to see that today?
I definitely did not. Definitely did not expect that, but for me, that makes it so exciting to be able to watch this match. This is going to be one of the first Abysses, I believe, actually, in NA that we're going to be able to see here, so I'm very excited to see what they're going to pull out.
Yeah, I mean, as well, just kind of like substituting it out there, we were thinking, we were questioning at the beginning of the day, we didn't really know where to stand with it when it comes to the overall map pool for Leviathan, because just because your permaban's being removed doesn't actually mean that you're going to be good. They opted into it for the opening, right? The archetype of comp that they played, the Neon and the Phoenix, probably isn't the best fit for Abyss. So the question is, what are they going to be running? What roles are they going to be playing too? They're second, late to the party. It's okay. Show up whenever you want, buddy. It's all right.
I think I took a little sneak peek. I think we are going to be seeing a Neon.
ขนมเอาไว้รอซานต้าคอน
If that is the case, that's
เนี่ยตะ
insane.
เกียบนี่ไง
MIBR.
ไม่ใส่ไว้แล้วหรอ
The new map pool. We talked about seeing Aspas on the jet.
เป็นไงครึ่งชั่วโมงก็แต่มันก็เกือบถึงอยู่นะครึ่งชั่วโมงอ่ะ
If we see any changes in our prediction.
อันนี้เพย์ออฟหรออันนี้เพย์ออฟครับ
Definitely not for me. I mean, I think that's his tried and true. You know, that is Aspas at the end of the day.
ทำอะไรวะเอาดูเบกาไงป๋องมันดิ้งโบ
I'd be more surprised if we saw him off-rolled from Jet on this map specifically than anything else.
It's his playground, really, isn't it, on Abyss? I mean, the way this guy moves around the map is unbelievable. If you put the upper in his hand. Weirdly enough, as well, statistically, the beginning of the map pool, didn't have a great showcase. They had a 25% win rate on Abyss, which, you know, we think of it being a great map for them. But this is bizarre to me, because when I think of this Neon Phoenix comp, Abyss is a massive map. I think you're not going to be able to get the most out of the Neon and the Phoenix. I think the gap that you have to cross and cover is often too much to really get value, but they're still opting into it. They're still trying to get it done. I'm very curious to get into this to see what they've got, and it looks like the double duelist archetype continues on the other side too, as they're playing the Phoenix.
What you making of the compositions you're seeing here in server Glow?
Definitely. I mean, again, most likely I don't understand or don't quite know or what to expect out of this Neon Phoenix pick on Abyss here, so I'm definitely excited to see what they've cooked up and prepared for Motor.
That's right. We're about to find out. Two juggernauts are ready to face off once again, and we've got Riff and Vincili on the mic for it.
We are headed to the unknown on Abyss, but what we do know here for this first round playoff match is that MIBR came into this season wanting to build an international team. So as they look across the stage at Leviathan, the Masters of London, they are thinking to themselves, how do we get to that stage and how do we crash through that ceiling, that Leviathan in front of us right now?
For MIBR, it's for Aspas to
we are
He hasn't touched that stage since lock-in, and for Leviathan, the whole roster they built, 3 of them actually never been played in Brazil. From challengers onto the stage, so it's cool for them for the road to Brazil to make it there. But we're starting off on Abyss. I love the compositions from both of these teams. When you look at MIBR, it's focusing on something that's a hard power into the Phoenix Neon that
คิดจะไปดู CS 2ไหมดูคือตอนแรกจะดู EWC แล้วแต่ไปเกาหลีพอดีครับเลยไม่ได้ดูอ่ะถ้าเดี๋ยวมีตัวอื่นก็เดี๋ยวมานั่งดูกันนะครับโอเคไหม
champs of 2024 in Korea. They're also owning on this map.
เอามาแชท
MIBR during kickoff.
ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ VCT อเมริกานะครับคู่สอง MIBR เจอเลฟนะครับมา
kickoff, and they're hoping here that the change with text going on device will help out.
Inferno finds one over towards that A side very quick as they back up and set up some defense, watching through Neon and mid here to see if they can catch any transition. And back when we saw Abyss, it was Yoru's and Waylays. Right? Sato on that waylay. Aspas still favoring the Jet, so he's never forgot how to ride that bike. That's a nice shot as well, and Lev had taken not only chip damage, but we saw blows go down just a bit ago.
Seeing how annoying this is going to be for Leviathan to execute on sites, especially with Tex playing on this Vice. In the past here, playing Cypher double trips onto this B side too, but this is very much going to slow down Leviathan on their defaults. They can't explode as fast as they can if they don't know where Tex is being set up at the beginning of these rounds.
Good fight. Mazzino reading the rotations now, and MIBR very solid here on pistol round. Just to read where Lev is trying to go, what information they're trying to source. And they leave with quite a bit of damage. Another catch in transition here. Almost another one. Sato kills on sight now. In the 1v2, this becomes doable. 75 HP, but Aspas is his first challenger. And it's all too much. A defuse comes through. See if they'll wait to pick up a weapon too here. And again, calm, cool, and collected for MIBR on pistol.
Yeah, we have to draw the game plan as well for MIBR. Why are they coming out with this composition? Why stepping away from the KO as well when they were trying to play Abyss in the past? I think you're starting to see like the trend of how good Phoenix could be when you're giving up orb control on the attack side, on the defensive side. This is something that could allow for Zeki to get a lot of early space for MIBR. And this pistol round that was much needed here against the Titans of Leviathan. They were looking like the unstoppable force. This is now the fourth time that these two teams are facing off against each other this year. In the VCT stage of the Americas, Leviathan currently leading. Had a 2-1 scoreline, and MIBR looking to shut it down, looking to even up the score and move forward in the playoffs.
Keep that momentum in the upper bracket. Will be such a confidence builder here for what MIBR want to build. Towards that B side or A side, making sure orb isn't all that easy to get. And there's some chip damage for it too. Zekin pushing out. His life goes. Actually, Sato goes down. So flip on the other side, really nicely done to force the fact of that orb being picked up.
Yeah, really trying to deny that from Sato at the beginning, too. Remember, this is going to be good or for Zekin or for Sato. When you try to pick up the orb on the B side, you could actually watch it down the line from an op or a scope or anything like that. So Leviathan just trying to bring the advantages back in their favor by farming as quickly as he can. Sato should have it in the next round.
Haven't gotten one. He's still going to be a force on that bonus. And they're just waiting this out, even seeing if they can get information on the other side of the map. 30 seconds, still time to do something. Not all that much, but there's also a gun diff on the map. Pick up a few more pips as Tex cleans it up. And Lev sees now that these sites are just being fully anchored. MIBR is not running around, they're not searching.
To prevent Leviathan from getting any quick control over on the A side and try to get the plant down as well to bring the econ back up for the Leviathan squad. Starting to see the lean of them a lot here towards the A side because of the setup of Tex over on B. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult and annoying to deal with. Especially when you have the utility from Mazzino playing that up with Zekin for stalls. And then if you're trying to default on middle, which would be responsibility from Neon here, you're facing off against Ospas with the scope.
And Tex was burying Envy last week, so more than happy to hang out on a site alone to anchor. As he was just killing. We'll watch mid here as it looks like Lev continues to set up just this search towards mid. Neon will take information, not too much space altogether, but just trying to read the plays.
It would be so important right now for MIBR to continue to build that confidence that they can convert this bonus round. You just saw your Sato picking up the orb and getting the run it back ready. And even the swing from Leon, all of that timing to drop Ospas and clears up the map for Leviathan to work with.
10 HP to see just how tight the engagements are, and they're going to keep being that way. But yeah, it does look like that crash.
ใครบอกลูกพี่ผมลองเด็กมารับผิดชอบเลยครับลูกพี่ผมเอาให้ MIBR 2-0 รอดู
breaking these sites apart with the walls as he always been the way in.
ไม่ครับไม่มีวันยิงไม่โดน
See how Lev produces that now. Nicely identifying Zekin up towards the heaven. And whoa, Sato's actually just going to creep in. What a smart play. This timing is insane. As they walk away from the run it back.
เลนมันโกงครับมินิออน2คนเนี่ย
They're just going to get run right back in. Zekin and the rest of the team able to get these kills. How is the turnaround happening here from Lev though? They keep pushing towards the back of the site, sourcing all of the members of MIBR. Slowly finding their position inside.
Still lower Neon and King though. Tex finds good timing here. He can still make it doable. That's why Sato is just anchored up on that site. Trying to be the first contact watching up towards heaven.
สวยครับแต่ไม่มีสิทธิ์ครับ
Sato having that run it back for the bonus round does pay off and Lev saw the plan all along.
เอเนจีล้นหลามกูมาแล้วไงเสื้อแม่งสวยว่ะ
Still like what I saw here from Zekin.
ขอถามต่อหน่อยสมัยพี่นัดบัตเตอร์จีบกันคุยกันหลายคนไหมครับจริงจัง
When it first came out, they're trying to recon dart on the top, trying to get some spams through the smokes when the exit comes in. But what you're doing now with the Phoenix is you're just stalling with the hot hands, the blaze wall. You're just making sure here that the players in the back of the site could kind of stay alive, block the vision of your attackers, and allow MIBR still to rotate quite quickly into the site and to do some good damage on the Leviathan. Although Leviathan stops the bleeding to convert the round and also a switch over from MIBR on the defense. Up now in the hands of Osbos to look on the top of middle. You'll see this battle come along here between Osbos and Neon, who were the last time to win toe-to-toe, trading off 9-9 in duels against each other.
Now they crash in, Spike Zine onto Tex immediately, and that Spike is going to be out. But the pings are good, the trades are better for Sato and squad on Lev's side, and instantly 2 down for MIBR, and they have to retake.
Yeah, that's the responsibility of Osbos, just keeping the watch on to Neon on middle. But so far, if you're looking from this mini-map here, Neon likes to do this walkover, just hide in this corner. So trying to see the range of the TP, hold the off angle to play onto the top to cover up here the link and the rotates. So there's going to be a lot of these learning from your opponents for Osbos round after round just to try to shut down Neon. But the more that you add that threat onto Osbos, the more it allows Leviathan to just go for strong hits here on the A side with a double duelist look.
I mean, it looks like Sato almost just wants to run in there. Oh, no way. He got another one. Actually, he's 1 away from ult. Just 2 rounds later. That's insane stuff from Leviathan. He and that Sato getting the crowd going right now.
With these entries, both him and Spike are doing such good damage here on to MIBR. Sato who's paved the way into the Phoenix meta into the Americas, where Austin decides to take over that. And then starts to be the specialist here for the Phoenix in the Americas, but Sato's not too far behind. It shows your Phoenix replay is already 1 pip away until his next ult, into how devastating he could be when he's on fire with this agent.
And our first time at B here for Leviathan. Nope, we're not looking at that. Close your eyes. Avert your eyes. Still pushing in. Sato takes down Zek and gets him from the last round to this round right away. And now they try to take a few. Look at the crossfires they already have as they creep into the site. Mazino doesn't even have an angle to look at. Even losing Spike, they're still going to be okay.
Take flight. This just becomes good read from King so far. We're talking about, at least for me, saying that Leviathan should slow down the tempo round after round. They just went for 2 strong site hits, even contesting against Tech's utility the previous round on the A site.
Swings, gets a little head punch there as the trade is converted, and Osbos cannot get the op online for more than 1 there, and blows. Takes it out of his hands.
Up and loud for sure is Sato. Again, the conversation though of the Phoenix picks too. This is actually a region here that we have in the Americas that picks Phoenix a lot. 41%. While you look at the other region here for EMEA, only 37%. China only 22%. And APAC on 28, so you're looking at more double initiator, double controller, or double duelist where you're going with the Yoru instead in APAC. But here for the Americas, they want to up the tempo with the flashes that the Phoenix has, the quick ults that you're able to continue to leverage. Remember, Austin is able to get an ult almost every 3 rounds. Sato already using 2 so far within 6 rounds against MIBR. You see how devastating it could be here on the defense for anybody trying to face off against that.
And they give MIBR another read to look at this time, keeping them guessing.
คู่แรกใครชนะคู่แรกลาวครับ
think they're better against teams because they can switch things up.
แล้วเอเชียล่ะจัดหมายความว่าไงอ่ะ
both of them, so every strat feels new, and Sato and Squad are going to get a really nice timing in mid here. They'll lose 1 on the caboose as Neon goes down, but they do take a quite bit of space here as Sato just models Mazino in the corner. It doesn't end there. A quick flash on Osbos. No one is safe. Sato running around the map, screaming like a banshee.
Hello, ครับ
A clean and high eco for Leviathan, but Sato is already at 12-2.
อันนี้ใช่จัดที่อ่านฉันพูดทุกคนดูเป็นแฟนไหมครับ
the fast hits towards the sights. He is going to be the tip of the spear so far throughout this half.
ทุกคนคมอ่ะ
And also has been the one leading the charge for Leviathan that led them to their Masters London trophy.
ไม่สกอร์คุณเนี่ยจะวันแล้วเดาไว้ว่าเลม 2-1 ว่ะ แต่ดูทรงเบอร์ 2-0 นั่นเนี่ย
It's been what 2 weeks since Leviathan has
โอ้โห
played.
แทงเมาส์เลยครับแทงเมาส์เลยแทงเมาส์พูดว่าอะไรเฮ้ยมึงเบรแทนปาร์ตี้กว่านี้เลยเร็วแต่มันไม่ได้ยิงนะ
MIBR within their seats and also forcing the first time out of Coach Fraud on the MIBR camp.
It will come in. LEV does seem more than prepared. King mentioned recently they had everything prepared.
ไอ้ของ Pacific ก็อย่างนี้นะแชทแต่ว่ามันเล็กกว่านี้
In clean each match.
เฮ้ยนี่ก่อนตอนเทปฟอร์
คือ
จูก็มีแบรนด์จะดูลีกอื่นที่สนามไหมก็มีนะครับแต่ว่ามันยากมากเลยครับคือเราคอนเนคชั่นเราไปไม่ถึงฝั่งนู้นนะแล้วก็ไม่ค่อยคือมันไม่ค่อยมีแบบว่าจริงๆมันมีแต่โซนเรานะที่ชอบชวนโซนอื่นมานั่งวัดแต่มันโซนอื่นไม่มีชวนสตรีมเมอร์แต่โซนอื่นมานั่งวัดเก็ตป่าวะ
Only a blade storm. You see him rotating across the map. Some last-minute calls here to pivot to help out on second.
เอ็ดปาเข้าเพย์ออฟไปแล้วแฟนติกไปไหนล่ะจับพี่จูนโอ้โหจ้าเนี่ยสงสัยเล่นเองจ้ายังตายท้ายๆอยู่เลยไม่คือผมแบกไง
Well, trick dart easily shot.
ผมมันแบบ
We'll see how LEV is approaching this round towards the A site.
ได้อ่อนไม่แบนทีมเลฟหรอกมินิออฟ2ตัวทีมไม่ครับลูกหลัง
Nada. Pega, óbvio, certo?
Tô anti-flash, tá? Fica. Deixa eu ficar na direita.
Parei com o meio aqui.
Na direita, vou pegar. Tá. Vamos sair.
Guys, me escuta, vamos pra onde você quiser, Bruno, tem tudo meio. Eles têm ult, tá, King? vamos montar um fake.
กูแม่งเบเตอร์อยู่ไซนี้เราไปเลย
Não, fake, preciso é spike.
เราเฟกเลยแล้วเดี๋ยวเราไปบีโอเคป่ะ
Nem vou entrar.
Tá, faz parede, aham.
มึงรอนะมึงดูนะมันเบรนะ
2. Tá movendo o timer, guys. Aham, dá pra ficar só preso daqui.
Vou ter que ficar antes, bro.
Tá, tô fechado então.
Você quer plantar ou você avisa?
Guys, avisa quando nós poder fazer, tá?
มันดันระวังมันดัน
Voltamos pra lá? Vamos abrir?
Vamos abrir. Não, muito tarde. Aberto, vamos fazer.
120 no jet, guys.
Mano, vai. 3A, guys, 3A. Vai exibir solo retake. Ele vai estar fraco A. Na B.
Vamos entrar aqui. Gravado bom.
Não, é sova e vai pra B.
Eu vou parar da direita.
อุ้ยเกือบล่วงอีดอก
Antes do cara jogar retake, planta alguém, vamos fightar CT, guys, com a minha ult. Me avisa a ult.
ไฟซีทีเหรออะไรอ่ะ
Vai ser ulta pro Bru.
Me avisa essa ult aqui, Bruno, reta.
Antua.
Vai ter que entrar na mão aqui, velho.
Calma, dá tempo. Tá fechado. Consegue me ajudar?
Tá.
แฟงมี
Vai tem pra frente.
Eu posso bangar alto.
กูมีแฟนเจนกูหนึ่ง
Manga agora. 2 costas, guys.
เจเลย
Clean aqui. Valeu.
เบียดไม่เป็นไรยับ
A great hold by MIBR within that round. Love the proactiveness of the team on the defense. You see at the minute mark, usually you want to drone out, try to figure out where your opponents are at, but instead you have the 3-player walk
ยังไม่รู้เลยครับเส้นไหนอ่ะพี่จะลองคำตอบเหมือนกันเลยครับ
jumping across the void and can dash away in case he spots somebody. Then you have the reaction out from the controller, out from Zekin right after. You see the answer back from Leviathan, who are trying to sell a fake towards the A side from the very beginning with blows and also Spike. Utilizing the Hunter Spear to pull the rotates across. But because that failed, it was impossible and very hard for Leviathan to get into the B site when all of Tech's util is there. So great delay, great holds, great proactiveness. MIBR are able to defuse that spike and keep the game within one.
You want to play? Let's play.
And an aggressive Aspas wants to keep that momentum going. Takes blows head off as he repositions. Probably see him going top site. Tex already has covered the lower part of the site.
นายเป็นไปหรอ
And the rotation here from MIBR comes over to squash the rest of LEV out. How do they even call around this? Maybe some shots from Neon. He's already sourced out, and they have to replan all of it.
Well, at least you have Sato that's inserted inside the B site. He could do a little bit of damage here while the rest are trying to move back towards A. So as Neon called the rotates, saw 2 players jump across towards that B site. It comes down to how much damage Sato could do or how much noise Leviathan's going to make towards the A site. So that Sato gets the backstab in the end. all of MIBR just waiting to play that retake over on that B site. Only one watching towards the A main, which is going to be Mazzino over for MIBR.
And they've chosen to split up into ones. What a sliver shot from Neon. But they don't know about Mazzino. King cannot move too fast. He's got to clear the site just like any other time. They identify that one is there with 30 seconds. You see King just glance at the top of his screen. Figure out what that clock timer is. And just like last round, they try to sell the fake. But this one is completely omnipresent for almost the entire round and finally will end at B site.
And because the full rotate for MIBR goes towards the A site, Ospas has to land a shot.
Will he peek it? Hunter's Fury comes out, dashes their chances for the round. No chance to plant, a little chance for the cash, but no. Will they even get it? Yeah, the push won't come through. Tex finalizes another kill on the round, and MIBR is leaving LEV guessing on these rounds.
Man, I really wanted to see a highlight reel shot there from Ospas, but anticlimactic Hunter's Fury from Verno. But that's now 2 rounds here. Have to give credit to MIBR of how they're able to sort the pressure that Leviathan's trying to bring early. It was actually MIBR putting the first foot forward. Getting that off-shot from Ospas down towards that B line. Just slows down Leviathan in the mid-round, trying to make a play because of the insert from Sato. But MIBR were still able to stay calm and leverage what they had within their toolkits to now tie up this game.
And now the LEV timeout with Owner on your screen. You can see his past teams there as well. Crew, LEV.
Yeah, it talks a lot about the pressure or how the preparation from Owner as well with LEV Academy starting off last year with them. They won stage 1 with a 13-1 record. They won stage 2 after.
มันได้ไปแล้วอ่ะไอ้เหี้ยมันดีได้แพนไปแล้วแล้วก็เวลาพอดีก็คงระแวงมิดได้มั้งแต่ที่มึงมาถ้าจะไปแข่งจะไหวกับไอ้ปาก็ไหวชิวดิไอ้การเลิกมิดลูกพี่ไอ้ปากูได้ยังโอ้ยชนะก้อนเดี๋ยวกูเลิกมิดเลยชนะให้ได้ก่อนอเมริกา
The road to Sao Paulo being the unstoppable team. What everybody was talking about at the beginning of 2026, in the offseason of 2025, that Leviathan were going to be the dark horse of this year. They've proven it in spades here when they started their debut at stage 1 of the Americas. They're hoping to reach here again. Home turf in Brazil and to qualify here to Shanghai.
And crazy how they fulfilled the dark horse and just became the beasts right after. Honestly, crazy stuff. Neon fully challenged here in mid with 3 trying to pressure down. He's going to eat a flash, but dash away. TP, that is. And he'll be safe for now. Oh, I'll run it back actually to chase him. So MIBR is activating quite a bit on this round, and they will get a little fruit out of it. Ospas takes down Neon for their fight.
Take flight.
How's this clear going to happen, though? The timing, the jumping, the parkour. Holy crap, Verno. Teach me the dance. That was insane stuff. Still, MIBR has to make their way into the site. They haven't really gained any ground, even with what's happened. Dropping in from Waterfall, trying to take everything away from LEV. They dash forward, in and out of that ultimate to keep themselves guarded and weaponed up. King with the timing, but he has to play off the team's comms in this wall, and that's King going down. Zekin's going to find another one. Mazzino and Zekin have created such chaos in here, but they can't find themselves just on the spike for enough time, because that spike gets the kill of 4K now as he brings himself back online.
What a big round there for a Spike. A 4-piece in the round, slowing down as well the retake from MIBR, who had such a good plan. To take down Neon as that mid lurk. Look at that beautiful pick by Ospas. But then again, it comes down to both here. Sato and Spike holding out the aiming line. He, by the way, for Spike, who's played what, over 45 maps of Neon since that stage 1. Outside of that agent, has only played Omen on like 3 maps. So when you talk about a specialist for different agents, we'll hold that thought though. MIBR fighting back towards the A main.
Oh my God, Ospas and Zekin got it covered from A to Z over towards the A side, and it is going to be King having to back off.
What the
fuck? Push mid, Neon looking for more with the operator, but they are just stunted at every push here to start their round. LEV can't find the answer.
That was a nice push also moving into the corner as well. You look at the openings from Leviathan round after round at the A side, there's just a recon dart that Zekin breaks, but there's no drone that follows up to clear the right side. So they deny all of that. They're putting King solo where, yeah, he could be a clutch master right now, but it's a 1 versus 4 with all of that util still available on the B site. Maximizing orbs now potentially.
Few shots now. King even trying to dance back and forth. Verno just stands in the open knowing they would have a trade anyways, but confidence comes through first and MIBR tie it up now. Scrambling a few rounds in there, back and forth with LEV. Oh my gosh. Not afraid to be aggressive.
Adpass
is just showing some of that cannon off that he does, just like he did on Ascent against Envy.
ถือออฟได้ขนาดนี้เบนไม่เบนครับเพราะว่าอะไรเขารอเพื่อนพีก่อนเขาค่อยพีไง
Gets value out of that one and now we just keep going back and forth.
นี่คือมันปาจังหวะแรกแล้วไม่ใช่จังหวะแรกจังหวะศูนย์แล้ว
They barely scored double digits in their matches, in their losses. 2 of them against Energy. I think only getting 4 rounds as well.
เขาไปเทคใครมาไปเทคซีซูมาครับที่ต่างประเทศเขาทำกันเองนะที่ไปเทคมาครับ
Tex now gonna have to anchor up with that vice util. Does have a little breathing room here, but nobody is actually on the way to help. And just up towards, he's able to get 1. That's a big one actually for the retake to work for MIBR.
Gotta shut down Neon again. This time he's able to set a forward trip. Not the best trip though.
There's always 2 people looking for him, right? They have to send a squad. He deserves it, and he's actually going to be able to play a bit of the timing too. Keep him wondering, and still Zekin had the line and is cleared off of it.
คนไทยชื่อยูเมะครับยูมิหรือยูเมะอ่านว่าไงผมไม่ชัวร์ป่ะมีคนไทย1 คน
I don't know how he does it. They are 100% looking for him, but he still finds an opening. Multiple people on the lookout. Another round for LEV, like you said, trading it back and forth here as both teams are really starting to get a read on each other.
Neon's also able to do that. Just ADSing or just fragging out with a Vandal. Doesn't always need an operator right now to take mid control, and that's been a lot of standards for teams trying to open up on the attack side when you have Chamber in your comp. The responsibility that you have to take mid control. Notice a lot here from Challenger is going into the VCTs.
They don't know.
Neon's playing that to perfection, showing as to why he hasn't slowed down since getting the MVP title here of Masters London. Also, Owner unlocking his potential on mostly the Chamber on a lot of these maps. Switching out to Omen if he needs to on Split. But this also comes to show to what King was mentioned before in the pre-game interview with Dan Dryde, where he says Breeze being out is actually very good for us. Why? Because it was their permaban that allows them to now manipulate their map pool back in their favor, moving into the playoffs to sit very comfortably in the playoffs. Last round of the half, Ospas looking for a first blood again.
And what a first half it has been here. It could be tied up between these 2 Titans as Spike slides in that time, keeping some ground under his feet, but Ospas will sweep that right out from under him. Trades through the smokes, trades around the map. No, just still here at B. As they look again, Ospas actually the switch, the timing they had to have heard or seen the barrel of that weapon as they dash through. He still finds 1, almost gets the dance. Verno saves his life, but King is able to sit both down, crown himself just for a moment in the sight here.
And that's bingo against Verno though, the top clutcher of this stage, currently in the Americas.
He's taken a different form recently, louder, up out of his chair, something we've never seen before here with the squad. And it seemed to activate him a little bit more now that he doesn't have the IGL weight on his shoulders. The timing to read King now, the IGL of LEV, put a huge chunk of damage down. Trying to get all of his util out, use everything he has with 1 shock dart left. Knows that it's just going to be a long peak here. Why would Neon be anywhere else? He knows the play. And a dink again! He's now a source both. He's going to be able to clear the distance, but he's made noise. He has to stampede across, so something else has to come out of his hat for this play, and Neon's going to find him right before he can get on top box.
So close there for Verno to pull up another clutch. Got the dings against his opponents. Isolated the fights, found the time to beat the shots. But in the end, it's still these stolen shots of Neon. This time with the operator to shut him down. The MIBR coming in with good preparation against Leviathan. Remember, they have to win out here to make it to the top 2 to make it here to Shanghai.
We're swapping sides. We'll come back. This series is far from over. Don't go anywhere. VCT Americas after this.
อิงอะโคตรเร็วแต่ไม่เร็วเท่าผมนะครับอันนี้ถือว่าแบบความเร็วนี้ไม่ได้เร็วมากนะครับผมเร็วนี้เกาหลีค่าครองชีพเขาแพงกว่าเราไม่แพง แต่ว่ารายได้เขาก็เยอะกว่าเราเยอะครับอาหารจานหนึ่งถูกประมาณ200อ่ะแต่มันจานไหนนะ200จานหนึ่งอันนี้เขาไม่ใช่เซเว่นนะแบบว่าเอาเป็นแบบว่าเรียกว่าอะไรอาหารแบบโอเคอะแบบธรรมดาเหมือนตามสั่งอะ200จานหนึ่งก็เอาเรื่องอยู่แต่เหมือนรายได้เขาก็เยอะครับผมอยู่รอดอมาดูเจจัดเอาดียกอกอึ๊บสวัสดีครับไข่ตุ๋นอร่อยไหมแต่ไข่ตุ๋นอร่อยนะทุกร้านไม่เคยไข่ตุ๋นไอ้เหี้ยอร่อยกูชอบอะไข่ตุ๋นโดยเฉพาะร้านปิ้งย่างอะถ้าเดียวรายได้ก็มองว่าไม่แพงมาใช่แต่ว่าสิ่งที่แพงจริงๆบ้านเขาคือค่าเช่าครับค่าเช่าแพงมากแล้วก็ห้องเล็กด้วยแบบแพงอ่ะคือไปกินอาหารไทยไหมหรอไม่ได้กินครับไปพี่จูนไปแค่2 อาทิตย์อะไม่โอ้โหแพงจานหนึ่ง400อะไอ้เหี้ยใครจะไปกินนะแล้วมันไม่เหมือนอะมันไม่เหมือนอาหารไทยด้วยไม่กินอะตังไข่ตุ๋นไทยอร่อยกว่าหรือเกาหลีหรอกูชอบแบบเกาหลีมากกว่าว่ะมันฟูอ่ะมันอร่อยอ่ะที่ฝั่งเนตอนนี้เก่งที่สุดในโลกแล้วล่ะครับไม่อ่ะมันก็ยังครับยังจะไปไหนมาจะไปโซมาเดี๋ยวจะไปปูซานต่อครับ
Didn't look too great from the season into the play-ins. Same thing for Envy. Qualifying is one thing, but being able to beat against Leviathan today will definitely give them that confidence moving forward in the playoffs to potentially put Oscars back into the international stage. Second as well.
And terrify everybody by sending Lev to the lower bracket. And then Maspa says, well, we'll send them either way. Starting off nice with 2 kills here for MIBR. They can slow it down for a moment and really regroup the forces. Neon's going to be pushing from the other side. That's going to be a meeting between him and Mazzino. And that is Mazzino going down to the headhunter.
Played team deathmatch so far on middle and also towards the extremities.
And again, and again. Push up through the trademark too. Thinking maybe there's still timing and the util was left alone.
All right, another attempt now for Verno to clutch one out. And there's only Neon that's one-shottable. And they're already grouped up on the side. From Sato.
It's always been insane.
Malaysia.
That skin, if you ever use it, you can see for Sato, free headshot.
Singapore.
Trading out pistols now for Leviathan and MIBR. Unfortunate too, you're seeing from the replays that a lot of these scenarios outside from Sato's shots, it's been MIBR having an opportunity to win their duels first, being able to shoot first. Unfortunately, not connecting the shots.
He's 17.
What in the
world? He just has the capability of being Phoenix. It doesn't matter the map. He is Phoenix. This continues to happen. King waiting to lay down the verdict, and he gets one judge on. Blows with a nice trade through the smoke, knowing that hot timing and the line he needed to fire on. Almost getting it again there. We'll find Tex being a little curious. And this should be an easy cleanup round, but MIBR want the cash. They got the stingers for the plant. Already setting, just waiting for Neon to be able to peek with it. It's just Lev being able to bounce back for another round.
This is going to be
tough for MIBR now to kind of start a string of things. I don't know if the momentum will be there. Lev's going to be fully ready. The defuse comes through, actually going to Spike. I think they'll leave it for Sato. We'll
Still saying very loud right now to not give a chance for MIBR to really come back
ห้อง
in this
น้ำ
game.
สาธารณะผม
Talked
ไม่เอา
about it
กู
going
อะ
back and forth a couple of times here, but
ไอ้เหี้ยกูเป็นเรื่องมาเล่า
we're starting to see this
กูลืม
lead
ไปได้ยังไง
spread
วะไอ้
in
เหี้ย
favor of Leviathan.
มึง บ้านเราขับรถฝั่งไหนแชท
Dead in the eyes when Sato's jumping up. And you're still seeing on
บ้านเรา
here.
ขับรถฝั่งไหนแบบคนนั่งอะ
Ospawn's doing whatever
ไอ้
he
คนขับ
can.
นั่งฝั่งไหน
Strong start on the piss round to score
ฝั่ง
another
ขวาใช่ปะ
first blood. Unfortunately, here is not giving a chance for MIBR to
ไอ้เหี้ย
get 2 pistols in this first map.
เกาหลี
Neon bringing out the
มันขับ
outlaw.
ฝั่งซ้าย
MIBR forced to be on another save because the last round was a force for them
แล้ว
to overtake a site.
กูเรียก
Taking a little bit
แท็ก
out of
ซี่
J2's playbook.
กูเรียกแก๊ป
Unfortunately, they lost too many of the bodies at the
มี
beginning.
กู มีไอ้ก้า มี
See
ไอ้
how
หมี
Zekin leads the charge on this.
แล้วก็ไอ้นิว
Ospas
4 คน
make noise on the right side
ก็
of
เลย
the map.
ให้น้อง3
So
คนนั่งหลัง
MIBR with 1 minute left
กู
have
จะนั่งหน้า
idea to crash
รถ
onto
มา
A.
ถึงปุ๊บ
It's gonna be orb grab.
จังหวะนั้นคือแม่งมีคนชวนกูคุยอยู่น่าจะเป็นไอ้ภูหรือใครไม่รู้อะแล้วกูก็คุยไปเดินไปใช่ป่ะแล้วกูจะไปขึ้นรถ
Equal on those orbs, so it's not going to be a factor of this round. It's just
ไอ้
the
พวกน้องๆ
setup.
มาขึ้นรถ
MIBR
กู
is
ไป
trying to look ahead.
ก็ไปเปิดรถเชื่อกูเปิดไม่ได้เพราะปกติอะถ้ามันเป็นแท็กซี่มารับใช่ป่ะมันเป็นรถไฟฟ้า
Round as well.
ไอตัวเปิดประตูรถอะ
Maybe
มัน
try
เป็นแบบ
to get a spike plant.
มันจะเด้งออกมาจากประตูอะมึงเก็ตปะคือมันเลี่ยมออกมา
We'll
ประตู
try
เว้ย
to utilize it.
แล้วมันจะเด้งออกมาจากประตู
Goes up top site, trying to get some pings, but King hiding in the anchor smoke.
แต่
The
ตอนกู
rest
ไป
of
ขึ้นอะ
LEV trying to
ขอ
be
งกูอะ
secret
มันไม่เด้งอ
here
อกมา
as they keep
แล้วกูแบบ
themselves
เฮีย
hidden
อะไร
behind
วะ
the tracer
กู
shots.
กดเข้าไปกูพยายามดึง
And alive.
แล้วไอ้
That's
ภูก็
most
ชวน
that's
กู
the
คุยอยู่
biggest
กู
part
คุย
here. They can all crash
กูไป
back
ดึง
into the
ดึง
site.
ไม่เปิดสภาพประตูเปิดเชื่อคนขับรถมองออกมาแล้วก็
MIBR went for stingers, so another round should be going to LEV. The pressure's on their shoulders to win this site back. MIBR pushing forward. They're actually trying to take space. But they don't know if they want to get on that long line just yet. It's a game of cat and mouse for the first peak. And it is Zekin to try to get across. They go to protect
กู
each
โคตร
other.
กลัวไอ้
And
เหี้ย
that
กู
is
นึ
the
กว่ากูแม่ง
downfall.
โดนจับไปส่งตำรวจอะไร
Pushing
เงี้ย
into the site. One more kill on Mazzino. The defuse comes through.
มันเครียดจริ
The
ง
all points will still be there.
โวยแม่งอย่าง
This
เมา
is going
อะ
to be Sato picking up
ลื
his
มไป
big
ว่าแม่ง
one.
ขึ้นรถฝั่ง
Another big
ไอ้
round
เหี้ย
here
ฝั่งขวา
where some good damage was done for MIBR.
เสียชีวิตประเทศหมด
King and
เหี้ย
blows
ดีนะไม่โดนขมับ
hanging on to
ไม่
their
เครียด
health
จริงไอ้
bars.
เคียหมีไอ้ดิวแล้วไอ้กล้าขับทั้งทาง
Loved here that you
โอ้ย
instantly
เสียดาย
looked
ไม่ได้ถ่าย
inside
คลิ
that
ปไว้ตอนนั้น
smoke after King was spotted. So you could try to
แม่ง
get in
แม่ง
there, take
แม่งคงนึก
control
ว่า
of
กู
that
คง
spot
เล่น
and
GTA มาขโมยรถแม่ง
utilize
อะ
the smoke
กูดู
to
ทรง
your
อะ
advantage to at least get the plant down. That'll bring
ไอ้
the
เหี้ย
economy up, but
รั่ว
unfortunately
เกิน
still
เว้
not
ย
enough for Ospas to bring out an operator on the attack side. Thinking about
โค
it,
ตร
adding
เชี่ย
that pressure over onto A. The next win con that you could
แม่
bring
ผม
here
ลืม
is
จริง
to
แม่
try
ง
to
คือ
get
แบบ
that ult up for a
โห
second.
แชทคือเราก็อยู่ไทยแล้ว
So
ก็
Tex is going to watch that
ขึ้นฝั่ง
push
ซ้าย
over
ตลอด
on the
อะ
B
นั่งหน้า
side. You'll have a 1v1 on middle with
ไอ้เหี้ย
Mazzino
เอ้ย
moving
กู
up
ไม่ได้คิดคุยว่า
and the other three working all together.
ปากแมน
Ospas, Zekin, and
คุย
Verno
เวิร์น
to
เกิน
get the
กูลืม
orb over on the A side.
เหี้ย
Or, yeah, on the A side.
บอก sorry my bro รอแลขึ้นแท็กซี่ sorry
Like you said, Mazzino hovering in towards that mid. If they want to go back for the other orb, it's enough, but they may try to bank off the kill. That would give Zekin that
แต่แม่ง
run
โม
it
โห
back.
จริงตอนปิดประตูแม่งปิดคนดังไอ้เหี้ย
It's
ไม่
going
หล
to
บโมโห
all
ว่ะ
have to happen within the combination of hitting
คุย
the
ตอน
site.
เล่นปกติครับของครับ
Source a little too
ครับ
much
ผม
gunfire and protection on that from the drone.
จะไม่พูด
MIBR is gonna back
ไม่พูดอะป๊อปคอร์นเมดฟอร์มพีนัทโอ้โหเหี้ยหนักกว่าเดิมอันเนี้ย
Leviathan playing a masterclass of an abyss so far. Again, after not touching this map for 2 years, over 2 years.
Insert double
สวัสดี
duels.
ตอนเช้าครับจ้าตุ้ยไปทำงานกันอุ้ยทำงานสู้ๆนะครั
Yeah,
บ
exactly. Inserting double duelists. Last
ไป
time
เล่น
they
กิน
played
ข้าว
was
เช้าเลยนะ
leveraging
ผม
some harbor, but now
ไอ้
you
เรื่
play
อง
to
ล
the
วก
strengths
ว่า
of
มี
the
เยอะแต่
players.
กูจำไม่ได้ว่าเกาหลี
Spike on
ไม่
the
มี
Neon.
เหี้ยอีกว่ะ
Sato with the run it back to fight back towards the B site.
Neon almost gets 2 on that, but they shut him down quick enough. This is exactly what MIBR wants to get that comeback started here and keep LEV anywhere away from 12. Spike on
ไอ้หมี
one.
อะเป็นดี
This
เจ
has been
เปิดดีเจ
the
เป็น
bad
ดีเจ
part
กลางถนน
for MIBR, being able to
อันนี้ก็
protect
มี
the site, find the angles. They get crushed by these quadrants that LEV fights in. Take some space. Now LEV is actually right under their nose, and MIBR has no idea it's coming on top of the box. Spikes gets one more slice in on Verno too, as LEV just make the B site their home. Spike toying with Mazzino as they push him off. Hey, careful how much you play with your food as King gets that last one. The high fives and the
กูกำลัง
defuse
ไปเรียน
in
ไต้หวัน
combo
ภา
come
ษา
out
จีน
from
กูไม่ได้
left.
เลยว่ะจัดเอาก็ไม่เป็นไร
A little too close.
เรียนทีละนิดทีละหน่อยไปไง
Mazzino almost had him until the concuss came down from King and
โอ้ยทันชี
forced the
ขอบคุณ
swing
ซับ
out
20
from
เดือนครับ
Mazzino
สบายดีไหม
and
ครับ
just
บรู
could spray the two players.
ทันที่จะซับสไคร
What a
บ์
nice slide there from Spike.
ขอบคุณครับ
There's a reason why here that King mentioned that Spike is the best Neon in the world in his eyes. That is an example right there.
นี่คืออะไรอ่ะ
Makes you dizzy watching it.
19K เลยเหรอป๋องเอาดี
Keep your crosshair in the right position.
ทำงานมาเปิดทิ้งไว้จะ2-0ตอนนี้
Makes
เป็น
you feel like the
50
first
ฟัง
day
เพลิน
in
จั
your
ด
hands, honestly.
เกเลมันไหวชิวเกินนะผมง่ายไป
Timeout now from Fraud.
เขาบอก
The
ว่า
final
ขอ
hour
โทษ
of
ภา
the
ษา
first
มือให้
map
เอา
here
นิ้ว
is Leviathan.
นิ้ว
They
อะไรอ่ะ
have
นิ้วอะไรกับ
not
นิ้วอะไรประ
changed
กบกันอย่าง
form.
นี้
They
เหรอ
have not let up form. They
ยังไงอ่ะ
continue Rafter Masters London here with the same form.
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about
อลง
Masters
กร
London
วันนี้
for
ครับ
Leviathan
ทำงาน
until
สู้ๆนะครับ
now,
บรู
they've only dropped 2 series in total. One at Masters London itself, and then one against Energy during stage 2
Oh, the champ.
of the
เสร็จเงินหลัง
Americas.
ตัว
Yeah,
ที่ป่องร
exactly,
วย
right?
เกิน
So-
เพื่อน
and then who did they lose at Masters London?
แบ่งด้วยดี
Against Paper X. So
Yeah.
the ones that always reach the
Morning
grand
up,
finals
Peach.
over on the stage, but at least now focusing on Osboss.
ดูเกมเหมือนเขาได้
I mean,
มัน
he
เบีย
has
ร์นะตอน
found
แรก
some
แต่
good
สกอร์บนห่างกูบอกแล้ว
against
แอดปาร์ตบ้านเบ
Leviathan
ส
the last time these two
มึง
teams
เข้า
played
ใจไหม
against
พอ
each
มึง
other, right?
มี
I
ดู
think
เอ
he
ล
was
เบ
the
ด
only
เนี่ย
one that had a
มึง
+9
ทำไงอ่ะ
differential, +-
Ơi.
differential to his favor. He also
Đu
see
đi.
that his style has changed a little bit more. Ren talked
Mình mới
about it, where he
vậy.
plays a lot more like a secondary duelist, and you're
Ngon đấy,
trying to
khám
see
phá
some
thị trường
role
mù, khám
switches
phá
with
thị trường.
Fishman as well.
Yeah.
But this time, going back into his comfort role as the Jet, he's finding his value once again.
เจแจ๊ด
Yeah,
กับ
we
เบอ
did
ร์
see
โน่
this also
ใคร
on
หล่อ
Ascent.
กว่ากันเนาะผมไม่เบอร์โน่
Them
ว่ะ
when we're playing Envy, he was able to kind of pop
Bueno,
off.
men,
It's just
coda.
so much comfort.
Yeah.
And they'll be heading over towards this A site this time. No operator though, but they will be up against Neons and the rest of the team pushing down mid. Mazzino has his work cut out for him here. Could be good for, oh, pinged right away, slide in. A very nice catch on Spike, but there's always Sato.
Yeah, that's a huge pick also with information that allows MIBR
แต่จะ
to
ซื้อ
tempo
ผู้
up
เล่น
a
ผู้รักษา
lot
ประ
more
ตูใหม่แล้ว
quickly
ว่ะ
for a plant.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Look
เอ้ย
at it.
มาดู
They
กัน
also
มันจะเซ
had
ฟได้ดีไหม
Verdo to be
เฮ้ย
the
ไม่โดน
Hunter's Fury to try to secure the 6th round for MIBR.
This is perfect for Neon to get in first, too. No Astra smokes to anchor the site for MIBR. Lots of peaks, lots of players peeking. And MIBR now has to choose those very carefully when they want to get out into the open. Just heads being shaped right now. Holy hot hands coming from Sato. Forces two out. The displacement's crazy, but they're not expecting that angle. And Tex, nice shooting, comes across with 3. And now Neon has to run the other way. Exactly what we saw from him in the previous week. And he follows through today to pick up an incredibly big round for MIBR.
That was such a huge wombo combo, though, by Leviathan to retake over that B site.
ได้ว่ะ
The grab well
เทียน
to
ฝั่ง
the concuss
MIBR
over
ชื่อ
to
อะไร
the
เทียน
hot
ฝั่ง
hands. That was
MIBR
melted
ชื่อว่า
both
เบียด
players
ปา
on
ครั
site
บ
until Tex swings out and grabs a 3-piece, catching players off guard. Tex has been under the microscope since kickoff. Taking a little bit of that blame. Remember when the Devs was talking about Artazine playing for MIBR last year, taking the brunt of the blame into the failure of champs last year. Tex now was the one that was like, hey, I'll fall on the sword right now.
Yeah.
The reason why we kind of failed at kickoff, not being able to make it to Santiago when they had 3 opportunities to do so. This time, though, most recently has put up some incredible clutches in the last couple of weeks.
Fourth push from Neon. Quickly TP's out. But the height is there. They know Osboss is going to be on the right side. He tries to get an elevation. Plays in the anchor smoke. A beautiful shot from Neon here to stunt a bit of the MIBR play, but they're in sight. And now everyone's looking for Mazzino in mid as they encroach back towards that A site retake.
The big thing is right now, can Vernal cross back over towards B main because he has that Hunter's Fury, and Leviathan, they want to pressure that quickly.
That's going to be a big help to make sure that happens. Cosmic Divide goes out too. Cosmic Divides. We're going to get perpendicular here to the site as now everybody's going to have to force themselves back in a bit just to get those audio cues, to get the angles to protect each other. And it is protection is the key here. King and the rest of the team out high-low, which gives Lev such an advantage on the entry into the site. Mazzino to play with Util and everything he can, but from this position, we've only seen the pressure go in favor of Lev, and it does once again.
Seeing a little bit of mistakes coming out from MIBR this time around too, when The cosmic divide comes out on the defense. A lot of them falling back down towards that B ramp and leaving Verno alone where he should have been the one staying alive towards that bottom with the Hunter's Fury. Silverline is, I think, carried over to the next round, but Leviathan looking still very strong on Abyss. Looking like a team that is going to be hard to deal against. A team that has a strong map pool going into these playoffs.
In the final round of the first map, already coming through with 12 to 6. Leviathan is making a statement here. Another one. Neon peeking from a different angle. And actually, this is going to be a great hit from MIBR. Lots of time to set up. That's been a problem for them, is figuring out where to defend.
Here.
You talked about that Hunter's Fury being alive. Verno is in position. Aspas wants to push forward here, catches King off guard. That's the timing that they needed to keep this map alive. That's the only other outcome. MIBR. Looks like they're actually going to buy enough time here, and LEV are happy to give that space up.
I mean, as soon as you have Aspas on the top of heaven, there's no way for you to encroach back for a flood retake when the running back got cancelled at the bottom of B. Looking for exits on Leviathan. They'll be able to do so. That's going to force a couple of buys in for MIBR. Their economy is not the best. They can't lose too many players moving into the next round. They've already lost 2.
Yeah, that gets a little worrisome. Now, you rely on the Hunter's Fury. You rely on the things that were supposed to be in addition to a round you win. So we'll see how that happens. Actually, Tex goes for the swing again. The confidence is overflowing for him. And he takes down blows. MIBR keep map 1 alive.
Yeah, we talk about how expensive that was, though. They almost lost 4 players until Tex was still able to win his 1v1 against Blozine.
Yeah.
Back and forth we go with the Hunter's Fury still available for the attack side of MIBR. A team who's trying to find and prove here to the world that the super team that was built at the beginning of this year is going to be a champions contender once again, just like last year.
The push here coming in from LEV is just too strong, just too quick in the minds of MIBR immediately. And what round have they done this on other than mid? They haven't, so MIBR are completely confused and now have to regroup on that space. They're going to go back to Verno.
Neon's been annoying to deal with here when he's taking these forward lines. You're forcing MIBR to should we try to do something here, and it allows Leviathan to take such early control around the map, where this should be MIBR once they take the attack side.
Neon, another kill as they enter into the site. The flash is ridiculous. Not a player on MIBR could see. And the rest of LEV just holding angles. That's not a good idea, though. Verno's still alive, and inside a trademark sits both LEV members down guarding A.
King and blows on the retake with the dart still available. Just got shot out, and now Verno still has the element of surprise.
Just has to commit to an angle, but also have his head on a swivel. Remember, this is going to be that final round. Hunter's Fury couldn't even come into play for him if he doesn't clutch this one up because of how pressure hungry LEV is, and that's going to be blows. Pressuring it all by himself as they go one-on-one for the site. And that's the defuse for LEV. A clean affair here on Abyss as we get back onto the map.
What we saw from him seeing if the map was good enough to thwart down the double duelist of Spike and Sato. But in the server, Sato looking even better. 27-12 and 7. Leviathan on their map pick.
His ability
to his hot
hands placement, understanding the arc and fall of it, is really a different craft here, and that's why he's considered one of the best in the world. Just really, it's a crazy
ตอนบ่ายมาว่าปาร์ตี้มันเดิมใช่ไหมใช่ครับโอ้แต่โดน2-0อยู่ดีรอดูกัน
Leviathan, don't go anywhere. More VCT Americas right after this.
ขออนุญาตนะครับเพิ่มรีเฟกตัวเองครับไอ PDO มันยังเล่นอยู่เลยเหรอมึงบ้าปะวะเพื่อน ใครดอปป่ะดอปน้องรักมาดิต้องเสียงแบบเฮ้ยพวกมึงไม่หลับไม่นอนกันหน่อยเหรอวะ
ก็ผมจะเป็น the best player
เดี๋ยวไปหาแฟนถามมันขอจัดเต็มหน่อยวันนี้
ไอ้เหี้ยโหดเกินไปว่ะมึงเล่นมา10 ชั่วโมงแล้วมั้งเนี่ยอีเหี้ย
ไอ้พับมันบอกกดเรื่อยๆเนี่ยเจอคนไทยโง่เนี่ยฉุนจัดก่อนนะ
ไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยพี่มันโหดเกินว่ะไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยมึงดูดิมันเอาเอเนจีมาจากไหนกันเนี่ยเล่นถึงกี่โมงเนี่ย
มา2 ตามั้งเนี่ย
โอ้ยโหดเกินมาสู้ๆนะครับขอให้เรเดียนไปโบ
เดียนได้แล้ว
เดียน
น่าจะอยู่เกาหลีแล้ว
เอาใช่แล้วอันนี้คืออะไรทำไมอิมเนี่ย
ไหลลงมาชิวๆนั่นดูมีโอเมนเล่นโน้ตบุ๊กเนี่ยจอสั่นนะทำไงนะ
โหเชี่ยโหดเกินว่ะเฮ้ยสัตว์ลีกปะเนี่ย10 วิดีโอหรอไม่ลีกว่างๆมาแบกกูด้วยว่างๆมาแบกกูด้วยดิ
ได้ไป
ขอบคุณครับน้องชาย
ได้ครับไม่จริงนะจะไปเชื่อมันนะได้ครับเนี่ยไม่มีหรอก
ใช่หรอไอ้ดอมมึงอย่างงี้กับพี่เหรอวะน้องรัก
ตัวเหลี่ยมเลย
ไม่ใช่ผมเล่นด้วยตลอดผมไม่เอาทุกคนอะ
แบบพี่หน่อยนะว่างๆพี่ขอละ
ได้
พี่เกี่ยวเลยเป็นลิมิตแรงเขาไม่ได้ปิดก็มันเลยเดียวไม่ไหวไงดีจ้ามาเช้าจางมาดูเมกาครับพี่ทีมพี่เอ็มพี่พี่ลำอะไรวะเรียกเขาไอหมดเรียกเขาไอหมดไอ้เหี้ยดอฟฟี่เขินพี่เป้าเสียงดูเขินน้องมันหนีแล้วดูไว้เจอกันมันไอ้นี่อยู่แล้วเสียงมันน้องแต่น้องน่ารักนะดอบ้าพูดจริงน้องเป็นคนแบบเขินอินโทรเวิร์ตหน่อยแต่น้องน่ารักโหมันเดี๋ยวนะมันท็อป300เลยเหรอไอ้ดอบอะเขินทุกคนตอนนี้จริงมันเด็กน้องมันน่ารักโจยี่วาซาโบบูเบลสวัสดีครับโอ้แม่งเกมเมอร์เกินไปเฮียไม่ไหวว่ะแชทแม่งเกมเมอร์เกินไปว่ะบอกน้องรักแต่ไม่มีเพื่อนในเกมกูไม่ได้แอดใครเลยเขาเกมเมอร์มึงเกมMVP กระหมดแม่งโหดจริงไอ้ดอป่ะไม่มึงดู KDA มันนะเว้ยบวกหมดเลยนะนี่ติดลบ1บวกกันหมดเลยนะเว้ย30-19อ่ะมึงดูมันยิงดิมึงบ้าปะวะทำได้ไงวะ
Death match warm up
เอามาเล่นแรงเขียวมันจะยิงกี่ตัวกูว่าเผลอๆเกมละ40 บาท40-50 บาทเจอชื่อคุ้นๆเจอใครอ่ะพอนี่ไงเจอโรตี้โอ้ my god วันนั้นเขาไป1 ชั่วโมงเล่น3 เกมที่ไม่ใช่วาโล
You know the drill Gear up and get back out there
เตรียมจานน้ำมูกมาดิครับ Would you rather be a dictator or a dictionary I'd rather be a dictionary โอ้ยทำไมคุณดักสตรีมเมอร์หรอครับขออนุญาตรีพอร์ตนะครับสไนป์ป่ะโอ้ผมกุหลาบเล่นไรเฟสเหรอเดี๋ยวก่อนเดี๋ยวต้องโดนหน่อยวะโอ้เฮ้ยกูพูดจริงนะรีเฟกกูเต่าจัดอะอีสกินใหม่ไม่สวยหรอกูไม่เล็งนะกูวางเป้ายิงเลยอ่ะกูเล่นแบบผับเจียแล้วนะคามมูเมนต์คามเอม ไอ้เหี้ยเนี่ยโจวี่ไปนอนระเบิดว่าซับเบอร์คามเอมโอ้โหมันอยู่ข้างบนว่ะไปเรียนแบบจ่าโปรเฟสเซอร์สวัสดีครับสู้ๆนะครับเบอร์เมื่อกี้คุยเหมือนไอ้หมีเลยป่ะเมื่อกี้โนขั้วกลางกับขั้วเข้มช่วงนี้กูเอาตังค์ที่ไหนซื้อดีหรอคำถามที่ดีเพื่อนอาจารย์นัดสอบเก็บคะแนนเริ่ม8 โมงแต่สอบกลางภาค9 โมงทุกวิชาฮะคืออะไรคือเขาเก็บไม่ครบหรอเลยมานัดก่อนสอบเนี่ยจูเจมคู่แปซิฟิกวันนี้ด้วยหรอวันนี้มีอะไรบ้างนะจูจำไม่ได้อ่ะมีใครจำได้ไหมเป็นเลขคู่หนึ่งมาวะเจอใครวะนี่ครูใส่หูฟังหูได้ปะไม่แล้วโรซี่อยู่ไหนเนี่ยคงไม่เจอเลยเนี่ยมีเก่งกว่านี้ป่ะโอ้ยกูชอบสกินใหม่จริงว่ะกูพูดจริงนะกูพูดจากใจเลยแม่งสกินมันโคตรดีอะแชท ลองมันดิกูไม่เคยลองมันดิเลยโอ้ยโรซี่ใจเย็นโอ้โหได้อยู่นั่นน่ะจะได้1,600หรือ800จะได้1,600ครับเฮ้ยบัณฑิตมันดีนะเนี่ยเป็นไปเล็ก VSONG T1 เจอ KAX เชียร์เป็นไปเล็กก็ T1 ป่ะแคนพวก ONG ปีนี้แวนเดลกูให้โฮโลกับเมริเดียนหรอทำไมวะ
10 kills remaining.
โอ้
Dominating.
ไวเดอร์โคตรปะตา1,600มันสมูทกว่าดิ800จะรู้สึกมันช้าเย้แบบ800แต่เพิ่มเซนก็รู้สึกช้านะโอ้ my god
5 kills
โอ้
remaining.
my god fucking crazy เหรอลบเกมเนี่ยมันไม่ไหวแล้วมันเจ็บตาเฮียทำไมมันลบ60เองวะทะลุเหรอโอ้โดนนั่นน่ะเว้ยไม่เข้าหัวเฮ้ยไม่ยิงเข้าหัวได้ไงวะ
1 kill remaining.
โอ้ไม่ไหววะกูช้าเกินแดบเคยเราปรับตามโปรเพลเยอร์บ้างไหมไม่เคยเลยครับเราจะปรับตามเขาทำไมไม่เขาปรับตามเราผมเล่น800บวก 0.52 แค่นี้ก็สะบัดแทบไม่ทันเลยเยอะแล้วน่ะง่วงจริงโรซี่โคตรง่วงเลยเอามาจะเริ่มแล้ว30 วิถ้าแพ้โรซี่เราไม่ได้แพ้ง่วงว่ะยาเอา2 0ได้ปะ เป็นไปได้หรือไม่ก็ได้บอกกูทีเพลงบราซิลแม่งเปิดเพื่อเชียร์แอดปาปะเนี่ยรอ4 ชั่วโมง vs 0 ชั่วโมง
Welcome back to VCT Americas. It's time for game 2 between Leviathan and MI.
ขอร้องเอาให้หน่อยขอร้องเอาให้หน่อยขอร้องเอาให้พี่หน่อยลองสู้น้องพี่ขอละหลายยาวอย่างแปซิฟิกเลยกูน้องก่อนเถอะสักแค่มันนี่ครับ ไปเรียนแล้วเรียนสู้ๆนะ
They showed us
อีเกเว่
everything just seems to come easy right now.
This is interesting too. Going into Haven, these two teams, when they last faced off against each other, was stage 1, week 4. And we had a jet on Ospas, and this time we'll go move on forward to the Neon. So again, changing a little bit from your strengths, but also the ability now to create space for the team for MIBR with Ospas is great. Jax also switching away from a Cypher to the chamber to the Cypher. But most importantly now on the attack side though, is Sato bringing out the Yoru. This is going to be a fun one to watch as well. Glyph was mentioning the proactivity that he was expecting and wants to see from MIBR on this map. They have done so last time these two teams faced against each other. Lots of pushes outside of the lanes of B main, for example, catching some players off guard where Leviathan don't clear corners. But this time, maybe because you have now Sato and Neon, you allow yourself to spread a little bit across the map here on your defaults and still go for these jump peaks and get out of jail free cards.
It's crazy to me that you have somebody so good on Phoenix where you're like, yeah, Yoru too, because we can do this, because we're so confident. And you know what? If they are good with this, they shouldn't have any problem. We talked to Owner before saying, we've been through a Yoru meta, we've been through the Waylay meta, we've been into the double duelist Phoenix and Neon meta. It hasn't stumped them. So MIBR needs to expect everything coming down the plate this game.
ดูแมปได้ดูตัวดิเลือกตัวอะไรบ้าง
It's been a tough season for them. Although a big fish in this little pond of Americas, there's a lot of big fish over here. And LEV, one of the biggest, if you will, Masters London champions, continue to show up in every single game. It's now MIBR's turn to show us why they made this super team. They'll be defending first, trying to read the plays of LEV as they start out towards A.
I think too, Sato has only pulled out the Yoru back at kickoff. Some of that though is
เลฟนำเป็น1-0มึงจะได้ใส่หลอดบิกินี่เอาถ้าหลอดเต็มก็ใส่หลอดไม่เต็มก็ไม่ใส่
here for Leviathan on the attack side. The drone did get information as Vernal spawned at 1, and that forces a full rotate of 3 players to stack towards the A site. It's a good read.
Zekin ready? Curve just around the corner once they make contact. It went behind a few players, but he's still able to clean and clear them up. Going in for the knife. Oh my God, Verno. He didn't let him do it. He didn't let him do it. There's another kill though. There's the third one. So many pips already, and Zekin did stay on that Phoenix, so these are going to count big for the early game.
Coming out with a vengeance for MIBR in this piss around too. Zekin being barely damaged and a flawless 2 at that.
เอาแล้วเปิดโหดจัดอันนี้เปิดโหดจัด
You're seeing as well, Verno. I think I could read lips. I think the Yahoo is coming back. So bring the vibes back up now for MIBR. Not being flustered, losing 7 to 13.
ถ้าแบบ3นี่นอนด้วยได้ป่ะแชท
And a huge 3-piece from Zekin to start off this piss round. He who actually had
ยูรูบับได้ไหมยูรูบับว้ามากครับว้ามัน
won Masters Madrid 2024 tied for the most kills in the BO5 global stage at 101 until that record got broken by Khan himself later that year.
เดี๋ยวมาอีกทีตอนแปซิฟิกอะ
in Korea. Now he's hoping to find here better pastures with MIBR, more winnings with MIBR this year.
And another MVP performance.
Yeah, but it hasn't been there yet. And he's hoping here that he is able to at least relinquish a little bit of that and see MIBR back into the forefront as one of the top teams in the Americas in this match.
Playing patient. I say that as soon as Neon finds a headhunter and just that takes off seconds.
จะได้2-0แล้วก็นอนเนี่ยหวานเจี๊ยบไง
Just enough opening for the
เดินทาง
map.
วันไหนวันที่2ครับผม
Neon just ping it. They're gonna source
เฮ้ย
that
เร็วมาก
gun
เลยนะ
with
อี
the
ก5 วันเอง
entire
เหรอ
team.
เว้นวะยังไม่
Who's
ได้
gonna run it
ทำคุย
forward?
เลย
Probably gonna end here towards A. Drone up. these placers for safety. I think Lev does a good job at cooling the round down, especially when they need a little bit of time. Grab that gun, and they'll head in now. Aspas with a few, tries to go for the no-scope, but Spike comes in with that Guardian, that upgrade, and that is sitting MIBR right down. Tex, so many angles to look at. He's going to have to swing the Spectre in a 360, and Sato cleans him up before he gets in the sight.
ดูมีทรงนะดูมีทรงนะ
Lev strike immediately.
Yeah, strike back and shuts up
อยากเห็น
MIBR.
พี่เล่น
I don't know
อัพ
that
ติโฟนี่ก่อน
second
คน
hurt
ช่อง
from
ปิด
Spike
เดี๋ยวไม่ว่าอะไรกัน
is
แปลกๆ
a
อันนี้
one because was full hit by the paranoia. Let's see over here. Oh, it's a beautiful scan.
ดูลิควิดดีกว่า best team in the world right now
Makes things a little bit easier. As the young fragger is out from Leviathan continues to rain terror against
เดี๋ยว
any
ก็โดนไฟ
opponents that
ฟลัก
they
แล้ว
face. Not stopping here from the performances since the stage 1 of this year. That now puts MIBR into a full pistol round.
Bye,
Best weapon you have now
Bye,
is a sheriff in the hands of Aspas. He's currently tucked up here inside Bunny. Just trying to catch one. Player 1.
Go, go, go!
They're attempting everything. Spike dashing out, looking long, seeing C long. Lev trying to work the extremities a bit to make sure they're not losing map. Little do they know. Kind of just a fight on every front once they move forward from MIBR. Oh. Tex just trying to play safe. And Mazzino was going to be that extra contact there. It did not work out. Cleaned up. And one by one, Lev, insert, remove. Go in, either leave somebody or take everyone out.
ไอ้เหี้ยมัน
Next
เดี๋ยว
spot
นะ
here.
โดน
Super
คุกแต่เลยเนี่ย
methodical.
Hey, see, Leviathan just really respects the MIBR plays. Talk about aggression, some things that
แม
they
ปแรก
do
จบเท่าไหร่
on the defensive
73 ครับ
side of this map.
TL21
Just winning here with 30 seconds left.
TGWP
One of the
FF เหรอ
slowest
เฮ้ย
anti-egos
ใคร
I've
ไม่รู้
seen so
FF
far.
โอแบบดูดิฟไง
Such a good team of Leviathan. The high-low could do some damage, though, from both Zekin and
ถ้า
Verna.
ลิควิดแพ้คืออดแชมป์เลยปะวะ
Oh, and Neon knows his trademark caught Aspas coming around the back, so this is the time to
โอ้สวย
activate.
จัดอีกอย่าง
Oh, and it's so good.
อดเลย
Neon clears 2 on short.
งั้น
This
ก็
is
อ
the
ดไปด้ว
spike
ยกัน
plant
นะ
coming in for
ลิควิด
Sato
กับ
so
แฟน
they
ติ
can
เพื่อน
get
รัก
that
อะ
dimensional drift online even sooner.
อ่ะ
And yeah, you said extra slow. They only lose Spike in the process here.
Yeah, and Tex just pretty sure got hurt well, but the camera will confirm that he's flanking here. So King is looking to pick up an easy
เดี๋ยววัน
frag
นี้เรา
now.
จะมานั่งกอดคอกันนะ โอเคปะ
But MIBR will have to be in a position here
เนี่ยวันนี้
that
เฮดวันทีมลิควิดเว้ย
would be enough for Aspas to get the operator out on defense.
Does seem like it'll be a saving grace.
วันนี้จ้าวันนี้ครับ
Able to
เม
get
ลิโอ
him
ดา
on at least a line so
เม
the
กา
team can be
มีตัว
confident
แชม
about
ป์ยัง
working
เหรอ
the other 2 sites.
เมกาจำไม่ได้ว่ะยังบ้าหรือมีแล้ววะ
Another round synced up for Lev. Oh, and another orb coming in for Sato too. He does not let
โอเคว่า
Aspas
ทางลิ
get
เจ็ด
away clean on that.
ผมไปก่อนทุกคนเจอกันตอนบ่าย 3จะไปครับบูเบล คิว
King
ครับโบ
looking across the table right now, looking across the stage. IGL calling against 3 of his old teammates. Being Mazzino, Aspas, and Tex all together have won stage 2 of 2024 with
What the
Leviathan. Made it into a deep
What the
run
fuck?
at champs.
What the
Third
fuck?
place finisher
What?
in 2024 as well. And since then, though, unfortunately, has parted ways. We're now King reigns and
เด็ก
leads
แปลกล่าง
a new roster.
แม่งเล่นจัด
Owns
อ่ะ
up
อุ้ย
right now. And speaking about owning, though, it's MIBR pushing forward for these picks. Talk about aggression.
Answered 1, but they don't know the timing. Spike can't know. MIBR is going to back up. Crazy stuff. We did not see any of that really on Abyss from MIBR. There was a few rounds from Lev, so it's nice to see them wake up a bit and get in Lev's face. We might get a little more back and forth this map too.
Yeah, Odin pressure with the walk down
Audi.
seems to be quite good too, as Aspas
ลักกี้หรือเปล่า ลักกี้หรือเปล่า
Even though here Leviathan, they still want to work that map a little bit. I could respect this. You're trying to
ไม่
figure
ค่อยได้
out
ดู
as
เม
well
กาเลย
where
ตั้งแต่เซตต
the
กรอบ
setup
แต่ไม่ได้ดูเลยครับสเตจ
and
ส
how
อ
the
งกับเม
Cypher
กา
also setups on site. You're seeing where bull trips are going to be set up right now. Spike Zine continues to move forward. And that might give them an advantage later on when they're trying to go for these C-site hits. If they want to pop quickly like they did on Abyss, Leviathan has the knowledge of how they could actually add that pressure against Tex anchoring on C. They're still gonna plant though.
Yeah, slowly moving out. Money's there. A few kills to come. For some reason, it seems like Lev can always pick up a few. Maybe not against Tex though. He has been just on too much. Third one there as soon as he sees King. And MIBR secure another round.
Yeah, you talked about so many players in this server right now who's won global trophies. Tex, unfortunately, not yet. Ever since he made it here on the VCT stage with the guard back in 2024, has only won a regional. So one trophy being the Ascension Trophy with the guard, this one with the local VCT stage 2-1. He's looking to go for a deep run on the global stage here with MIBR. Remember what we talked about earlier, the resurgence that he's had, impact frags that he's brought up, the amount of clutches that he also had on this map against AG. Finding salvation right now from his performances at the beginning of this year. Damaged as Neon trying to go for an odd pick at the beginning. Down towards the A line. He's going to get pushed back for a bit. Leviathan still wants to group up though. Or a second wave hit. 5 players leaning over on the A side. Darts too late. Oh.
Actually, JJaz pings everybody. Tries to switch the operator. They know Aspas is there now. Both of them backside actually through that fast lane. Pretty good trickery, but they're not ready for the flashes to come through. Zekin still has that power. 5 members still for MIBR to crash into this site. They're trying to pre-scan with the Odin, get some drop-ins from heaven here, but they're being stalled out quite a bit. As the spike can finally get planted by Lev.
Vernon has drone too, so he's going to move towards heaven and try to get a ping here. That will allow Mazino to swing out. Third retake about to start. Trading weapons too, so the Aspas can slide in.
Spike on Zekin. Huge retake factor taken away. Neon Wait taking down Mazino. And now they have a line of scrimmage in the site. Lev just across that diagonal. It's going to be impossible for MIBR to retake and actually cover each other. So they start to turn around the operator.
MIBR.
So we're missing a bit though, unfortunately for MIBR. Verno at least will be able to save his Odin in the next round, but I feel like what was trying to happen, I think he could have gotten way more value with a flash drone to maybe try to look into the site. But Zekin was still back down towards that spawn side. Not allowing the drone to get value, not allowing the retake to get any value, as well as Zekin just took one step too early right over here when Aspas was still waiting for his fast lane to be deployed over on the A site. And he just couldn't engage for the retake. Looks like Sato was also able to reach across the stage too when MIBR won the pistol. Another one of those games here, just like the first map between these two teams where it's going back and forth.
Already towards Garage. They continue to make this clone play. They're only looking for Tex though, and now it's actually going to be Zekin and Mazino. So a little swap of the roster who's covering Garage for MIBR. Leaves Lev Spike down. Player, that is. And Mazino will drop Sato, so it's looking even better here. As the back and forth might just continue on that checkerboard. Saw ya. Just caught a glimpse.
Still have a lot of time to work with right now, though, so Lowe's walking up, I like it. So he doesn't give the audio cue for Zekin to push out towards the garage. So Lev will still get a plant down, and if they anchor up towards that B site, if MIBR is not clean, just like they were last round on A site, this gives a chance for Lev to win this.
Lev has to get an early kill here. 3v5 site hold on B means MIBR can come from everywhere. And the first one's going to be up front, and he still gets a kill. Neon now Bunny can set up for another one, protected by blows. And it's only going to be Aspas coming from that C side. He has all the time to get another kill. MIBR falls, another member. It's going to be even tougher to get in. Forced into the play, and no kill comes from that, but it's going to be the swing now from Verno. Oh my God, whoa! Collects the 3! What? Unthinkable! The Red Bull clutch as Leviathan secure another round.
What a flick on the third player as well! Blows coming up huge in the clutch. Another one who's had big numbers in the clutch this stage. Look at this shot onto Tex.
He didn't even realize. Look at him. I just did that?
Oh
what a
my
crazy shot.
God.
Yeah, that is going to stop that momentum for MIBR. I think it was a 5 versus 3 too. They dropped both duelists early for MIBR, yet you still have the supporting cast of Leviathan to win the round. It's not always going to have to be on Neon and Sato. The rest are so dangerous across the board for Leviathan.
ชนะเข้าแชมป์หรอครับยังครับ
To
พี่มอน
hit the cool off button more so as well as the timeout button here to get in MIBR's ear. You can see Verno's stage 2 stats coming out here. Just that switch of the IGL. Been playing quite a bit better. And really coming into his own. I think being vocal is such a new thing again for these guys. It was such a quiet team on MIBR, and they are getting a little bit of life out of it from everyone.
กระดูกฟันช่อมแต่แรงเข้าไม่ได้นะแรงลบ140นะแวนดอลถือไวกว่าแฟนตอม 0.5 วิอันนี้จริงเหรอแฟนตอมถือขึ้นมาเหรอ
He's had a lot of moments so far where what made him shine too in this stage was his clutch scenarios, his clutch situations. He had a few on Abyss, but unfortunately couldn't close it out.
ปาโนสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับปาโน
And also stepping away here from the IGR role has also allowed for him to really bring more value in his aim, his mechanics. Winning these high moments for MIBR.
หรือเปล่า
But you cannot always rely on the clutches of Verno and Tex for the last few weeks. Need to be a little bit more unified for MIBR if you want to try to make it here to Sao Paulo. Top 2 is what they need. Anything outside of that, they also miss out on their chances to make it to Shanghai. Already now also one map behind. They have to win their map pick and try to force this onto Lotus.
รวมปืนรีเซ็ตด้วยมั้ง
They're playing the contact game. Trying something new each and every round. Eat a paranoia. That'll block them off for a moment. And MIBR starts to rotate here. Seems like Lev is pretty committed to this situation.
0.5
Should be easy for them too. They could Hunter's Fury with the Dimensional Drift.
คิดว่าไง
Yep.
Combo 1, 2, 3. I'm right next to him. Just ult me.
ตัวหน้าบอลนี่ครับโบ
it's so dirty.
ทำไมสังกัด
No more of that coming through.
แต่พอจะเล่าได้
Just
ไหม
the sentry
สังกัดไหน
Sato
ค
in
รับ
the site, letting him know where the team is. But Aspas is still there. The turret, the human turret, flicks around, but it's not gonna be enough. Too many members swarm him and take him down. And now Tex, a story we all know all too well, having to rotate over here with the speed Lev takes the site. He continues to be left in unwinnable situations. Lev get 5 rounds.
The body block from Sato, old school style with the wombo combo there from both ults. Even TP's out in the open inside the site despite the chaos there.
ซ้อมกันที่บ้าน
Pretty much going
มัน
to be
ตามความสะดวกของน้องๆครับเขาเอาอย่างนั้นน้องๆอยากซ้อมกันที่บ้าน
Like all the util following around the Yoru ult.
บางคนอยู่ขอนแก่นบางคนอยู่บุรีรัมย์บางคนอยู่เชียงใหม่
from Leviathan. It comes back to what Coach Zhang was mentioning before. Sometimes he has set plays, but it's
เขาก็จะบอกได้ตามนั้นก็ได้
off the
แค่ว่าก่อนแข่งแบบนี้ก่อนแข่งก็จะมีแบบบูทแคมป์ก่อนสักเดือนนึงอะไรเงี้ยก่อนแข่งหรือ2 อาทิตย์อะไรเงี้ย
And their reaction to those plays are so good in the moment.
ที่เหลือก็ซ้อมที่บ้าน
When they
ตาม
need
สะดวก
it, Sato, the entire team has said it over and over again here. As
กู
we
อยาก
get the
ซ้อม
spike
มึงทำไม
planted
ทำอ
at
ย่างนี้เรา
B. Just a handful of seconds into the round and the TP out. Just upgraded to the jet dash. From the jet dash, I should say. Neon pushing with the op. Why keep it from afar when you TP out? Trying to get the early plays. A huge paranoia coming in, but it's still covered as Lev has the answers. A ping does get a good read onto Tex, but they're getting pushed off of the spike. No defuses happen just yet. Tex with a 6th sense. They were able to take down blows this time. He won't have the clutch potential. Wait, they're sitting out front. They weren't really protecting themselves or the spike. The 1v2 now for Zekin as he's forced again into an unwinnable situation for MIBR. Let's pick up another round.
MIBR were desperate there on a 3 versus 3, just hoping to get something off the Euro theft from Tex. That they could get a lucky ping and spray behind Zekin's wall. Unfortunately there,
จะได้แบบปรับเปลี่ยนสภาพแวดล้อมอะไรให้เรียบร้อยเลยครับ
Losing also Mazino trying to flood out there. There's no smoke that can cover the
ขึ้นอยู่ว่ากลัว
defuse.
ที่จะไปแข่งที่ไหนอะไรยังไง
Just so difficult there for MIBR to coordinate the retake.
NRG ได้แชมป์เราไม่เล็บหรอ
Leviathan, another one of those stories where they're running away with the map again. But this time way earlier than Abyss.
You feel like it's
มาสู้
something
ไม่ได้
Lev
มา
is
จัด
just
เกม
good at
ดิฟ
doing is
แล้วก็
making a
ใจ
team
ร้อนนะ
forget those fundamentals with how fast they play. So MIBR turn up the heat. It's what they need. Pick up a gun, reset, and that's huge. They drop it over to Zekin so he can get some retake potential on and even push with this.
จบเล่น2-0เลยนะจี
Yeah, pick up the orb after the rifle. And there's the rifle gone.
No, he wish he ran back, actually, is what we were saying. Hello. And that is a huge pickup. Stop everything you're doing and get over to A. Oh, they're still pushing. Trying to source a few of these guns, but they're getting themselves in a real sticky situation. As Tex just needs a few more to protect this. Good damage, though, if they can get a few more guns here, and Verno can be a nuisance.
And that is, once again, to bring their praise here onto King. But that sliver, though, allows, exactly the call out for Verno to get that pick. 2 versus 2 going up.
มันเคยมีนะกูจำไม่ได้ว่าตอนนี้มันทำได้หรือเปล่าแต่แบบรีโหลดแล้วก็ชักปืนไป
trying to clear it. Verno smarter than that. Now the fight coming in. Neon trades one, but Verno's going to be there for the third. What are we witnessing right now?
Verno just sneaking through too. Neon, when he first swung back into the spawn and got that pick onto Zekin, I'm pretty sure he saw Verno there, so it should have kept the team ready for the continuous push coming out here from Verno. I was just about to mention, with blows falling down there and King calling for them to fight back into the A main to drop down the players with the pistols. They lost track of Verno. And the communication continues forward, and finally we get something in terms of luck out of MIBR. We get their own 50 back in. Trying to find a little bit of life back in this fight.
If they don't get dimensional drift out of their ults here, they might be able to create somewhat of a snowball and start to attack back at Lev. But it feels like it has to happen. I mean, Verno's got a bank account, but everybody else are hurting.
There's that walk down mid again from MIBR. Different positioning as well, but it seems as though despite them playing head-to-hand last time on this map, it's still the Leviathan spread across the map and not going for the early mid control. And that's the call here from MIBR as well. We'll talk about how this dimensional drift finds the information. It's because they're not playing with a Cypher. So if you're not posting somebody there to watch those lanes, it could take advantage of by the defense.
Sato's noise.
Oh,
MIBR off A. Kills all over. You should say Verno's back in the spot he was last round, as he just feels comfortable where Lev buys guns. And Tex is in the sight. He's actually got in front of the smoke, but he second guessed his angle. King and Neon punish MIBR in their transition back to the site.
Just unlucky timing. Because Tex was looking left as soon as Spike broke the trip. Allowed for King to swing out. It's just a little bit of a timing thing. Nothing coordinated under that one. Just lady luck shining back over on the side of Leviathan. Who are looking to dominate this series and just move forward here in the playoffs of the VCT Americas.
Crazy from Lev right now. The ability to continue to come up with new things, innovate, and keep their opponents guessing. Again, they've always said they feel like a lot of their strength comes when, or it's easier to play new teams, I should say, when these internationals, when they don't know how Lev plays. So at home, it's always got to be different. They got to think about their opponent somehow. They always have an answer in that book. So big credit to the coaching staff and the players.
มันไม่ได้ห่างกันมากด้วย
Oh, that's almost a death sentence. How does he peek that and still live? The flashes are so good here to keep it protected. Now they get that crossfire. The insert of Verno. They don't get out of this for free, right? Because the play is supposed to be MIBR's here with somebody pushed up.
It's got that kill blinded as well. The best weapon is the insert of Verno at the bottom.
Okay.
Feels like he has to make a play on his own, and he does so finally.
10-6 there on the scoreboard for a reason, because he has taken things into his own hands. Oh, and the spray. He saved huge play from Aspas to get the relay bolt in there and lock them down. 5 HP now for Sato, when they could not finalize that kill.
Aspas saved him by spraying a bandit of all weapons too. Sato's down to 5 HP. So still being able to recycle their best weapon so far, there is still some hope. If Verno could get another pick here, gives him a Hunter's Fury that they could get value out of, but you can see it now. MIBR giving up the space for Leviathan to take. And I think that might be the final nail in the coffin here for Leviathan.
Push. Sato is more than happy to grab it and go down in these situations. It's just being a part of it.
ดีครับคุณมอร์นิ่งคุณมอร์นิ่งครับคุณคุง
and they'll suspect where Tex is. But LEV continue to play these slow rounds out, giving full respect to what MIBR can have on the low buys because we've seen him punish already.
โดนนั่นน่ะ
And it
โอ
has
เคสู้
just
ไหว
been round after round here. Like you said, Vans, a lot different than Abyss. As
ไป
LEV are fully on
2-0
line now with an 8-3 score line.
Love how Tex was just desperate running inside the lane, trying to find that weapon that was left behind, but it got juggled away by Leviathan after they went for that plant.
อเมริกายา
Look
ฮั
at
ล
this
โหล
pick. Just beautiful from Spike. Just the amount of times that you're facing off against Phoenixes so far, or just playing Phoenix yourself, you kind of know the timings of
คู่แรกใครชนะ
when the Phoenixes are going to come
คู่
outside of
แร
that
ก
flash.
ลาวครับ 2-0
Leviathan, who are looking to move forward in this bracket to face off against 100 Thieves. Again, the team. Oh, wait, hold up, I thought.
Pushing forward. This is the
Sudah
second or third time
Dua.
MIBR has done this.
Dia
They
sudah
have to come up with
benar.
something if they're going to put the pressure on. But it's 1-1 in how the fights come to fruition for Leviathan, and they
โค
are
ตรภู
winning
มิใจ
their
ในตัวคิง
1v1s
สมัย
right
ลูกพี่
now.
แอดปาร์ตยังอยู่
See
จนออก
Sato
ตอน
here
แรก
just
คิด
on
ว่า
the
ตั้ง
line.
ที่มา
Hey,
ยังไง
Vandal would have taken him out,
ดู
but he
มา
gets
คนออก
Verno
เกือบ
diff.
กันหมดส
10
นุกการที่
HP
ผม
there
ให้
to limp up the stairs.
เกมกว่านั้นคิงอยู่ใน
See
ใจ
if
มา
they
ตลอด
can't
ทำให้
put
ผ
any
ม
more
ภูมิ
damage
ใจอุ้ย
down
W
on
ว่ะ
Lev here.
W แฟนคลับว่ะ
Trying to get a fast TP back towards the spawn. I think a drone paranoia will be kind of
ดู
good
พี่
here
โต้
so
กั
that
นดี
Verno
ดู
can
พี่
get
โต้
a
ข้าง
spray.
หลังก่อน
Very close. Oh my god, he's drawing Verno up there in heaven. And now Neon's not even distracted.
93
He was supposed to.
He was supposed to be distracted.
เลยอะ เสื้อ
Catches
ส
the
วยอะ
last
เสื้อสวย
few
จริงว่ะ
steps and is able to make the transition from the low-high kill there. Everybody firing here. The 9-3 first half for Leviathan.
As mentioned,
เลไม่คมทุกคนแบ่งให้ทุก
next
คนเก็บ
matchup, should they win this one here, is to play against 100 Thieves. The ones have been
Big boss
inspired
boy,
by the
something,
Phoenix play of Leviathan. And if that happens, that's going to be a very fun semis. But MIBR, they have to find something here. Again, they're also desperate to try to make it to Shanghai, and they need this win.
10 อันดับคนที่โดนเกลียดเยอะที่สุดช่องเจแจ๊อันดับ 2 แอดปาร์ตและอันดับแรกล่ะ
Whenever I use Zowie models, I would say I just feel my element.
โปรเตอร์เจแจ๊ไงเจแจ๊ไง
Immediate change. If you see something,
เย่ดีวันๆว่า
there,
อันดับ 1 เจแจ๊
equalizer and vibrance. I can react quicker to it. I can shoot better at it. And that way I can always trust him. That I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
ซาวียังมาเปิดเพลงบาซิลบัฟไอ้บทไอ้บทไอ้แอดปาร์ตเนี่ยเชียเอ้ยมันจะได้หรอพูดจริงนะโปรดักชั่นอเมริกามันต่ำเกินว่ะ
Well, it's not a secret that a lot of teams have been copying LEV. They're
ตอนนี้จัดยังครับให้มันจบแล้วเราจะไปนอนแล้ว
What are you doing right now?
เอากูไปนอนเอากูไปนอน
Set the meta on some maps, for example, Heaven Split Ascent, maybe, but it's not.
เฮ้ยบ่ไหวเด้อ
That some teams are playing other type of compositions, you know.
เอาจริงว่ากูจะสรุปแล้ว
I think that
พูดจริง
there are some things that we didn't show yet on some maps. Hopefully, we are gonna play.
ดู VCT Pacific อันนั้นก็ต้องกลับมาดูโปรดักชั่นคิดว่าไอโซนคิดแคทแต่เป็นการมันพังน่านเกินมันอะไรเยอะแยะไปหมดเลยไม่รู้ว่าช่องเจแจ๊กกับช่องอินเดียปากดีเป็นรายการไม่ได้เป็นรายการครับ ไปแล้วก่อนนะครับผมเจอกันครับกูกิดอ่ะใช่ไหมเจอกันครับผมสวัสดีครับเจอกันตอนบ่ายนะบ่าย 3 อ่ะ
Coach Owner just mentioned before getting into this game, he was just telling Dan Dryad that they defined the meta of this double duelist on maps like Haven over here, that teams should be ready to play against this. But there are also comps that they haven't shown yet. And this is probably one of them. So as MIBR is so prepared to play against Phoenix, now you have this Euro coming out. One of those big combination plays that we saw in the anti-eco that got so much value from blows with the Hunter's Fury.
ออกไปเล่นก่อนสู้ๆครับไว้เจอกันตอนบ่ายๆนะครับผม
ready for that. And this time not ready for the fight down towards that long C line. Two of them are heavily wounded, being Tex and Zekin forced to fall back. Even Zekin wasting his hot hands to just re-heal for them to finish potentially towards this B site. A desperate pistol round needed for them. If not, they get knocked down to the lower brackets to play against evil geniuses.
Takes down Furno to start it off, so no util to really see what's going to be in the site here. We're going to have to source this out and walk it in, and that's not going to work out from every angle. It's covered still. Oh, he's going for the right click, and he does the quad burst for the quad kill. Neon is disgusting.
One bullet left off the headhunter to land that right in the dome of Mazzino. And yeah, a four-piece. 19-6 right now. The first map was defined by Sato on the Phoenix. This time it's Neon. It feels like it's a race between those two to see who's going to win the MVP of this year. Is it going to be Sato, who had the start from last year with Leviathan? Or is it going to be Neon, who won MVP of Masters London and potentially now at the forefront of the MVP of the VCT Americas this year?
Trick for everything. Lev knows it though. I'd love to push on for Zeka to try and get that. Aspas is ready as they're able to close in on multiple sides. And Lev, that's the fast moment. That's when they realize we have to act quickly. And they just take control of the situation. Looks like it could get out of hand.
The series is getting out of hand. MIBR losing a pistol right now will have to be put into potentially a forced scenario for the rest of this map. They've chosen to play on this one. Coach Fraud mentioning that it is one of their strongest map, which is why that they like to float it against their opponents. Unfortunately here, not finding any answer against Leviathan. And 2 rounds away, potentially here, of losing the opportunity of moving forward in the upper brackets. They'll have to go into a lower bracket run. Will they have to be unstoppable all the way to the grand finals if they want to make it here to Master or to Champs Shanghai?
It's a tall task, but it is the goal that MIBR set out for this year. We've seen teams find it right at the last moment here. Lev's not going to let it happen though. We'll see how MIBR can take this game back. Let's listen in this round.
One more shot, guys.
Let's go.
Whip up A. Okay.
Short.
Hey, 1 HP short. 2 short. 2 short. Only Astra none. 1 HP Sova.
I'm in B.
One more Neon.
That was a 30.
She's aiding already. It's 0, probably.
Enemy remaining.
3 killed. You have like 2 bullets.
Yeah, 2 bullets. Exactly.
He's at 50.
It's a Neon, he's fast.
Hit 70 total.
Spike planted.
Nice try, bro.
Hey, oh, some clean shots coming out from Mazzino to save that round for MIBR. But you see how they were trying to contest back into the A choke. Yes, they got pressured in the first place. They thought that they pushed Leviathan back into the A site. So Mazzino calls group up towards A. 2 of them said hurt. They're already walking down. And suddenly, Blows, who's playing off angle right here. 1 tap, 2 tap, and 2 bodies gone, including a spike. No chance now for MIBR to really come back in this game. It's a 3-2 scoreline. Just domination out of Leviathan.
Timeout from MIBR. Always seems at a moment to really cool off Leviathan. Not gonna fix a problem, but they do also need to do that. They gotta figure out what is the way in. It hasn't been to get on the line, get the operator. A lot of those main avenues are not working here for the side of MIBR.
Yeah, I mean, even when Tex died to Spike over on the A link, he said no information. So it almost feels like it goes back into the MIBR ways of kickoff, where you see that 4 players are trying to hit together on the attack side. Tex is trying to get his insert, his lurks, even on the defensive side. Everybody
จบ
just
เกม
dies
ปิดส
all
ตรีม
at
ไม่
once.
ฟังสาม
Maybe
นะ
from
นอน
lack
นะ
of
โอ
communication,
เคบ้าน
how
เจ
to
อี
work
กตอน
around
บ่าย
that
นะ
map.
โอเค
And
ไหม
then the woes here of kickoff lingering back. They who had such a good stage 2 for MIBR saw potentially a bounce back going into the play into the playoffs.
คู่ไกล
But now when you're
โอ้ยเหี้ย
tested by the most recent champs being Masters London and Leviathan,
โอ
reality
ดิน
hits
โอดินโนอาร์เมอร์
that there's still a lot of work to be done for the MIBR squad to make their lower bracket run.
เรียกว่าไงแฮก
Fast is the name of the game.
เนี่ยมาอยู่
Just
นี้
kind
ผ
of
ม
waiting
สอง
for
ตำนาน
that
เป็น
Odin
ตะ
to
โกนเลยอะ
dwindle in ammunition, and it only dwindles through the wall into all of the members of MIBR. They have not seen a single member of Leviathan yet this round, and this is their bye round. Now they're finally peeking out of the
เออ
woodwork.
สกิป
Kings
ปี
able
ท้าย
to
ที่อยู่
take
เซน
down
ก็ฟอร์ม
second,
เริ่มตกอ่ะ
and he's still just
ไม่
spraying
ใช่อยู่
text.
เซนคือโนนห
What
นึ่งอะ
is
ตอนนั้น
this
อะ
round? It is a nightmare for
อ
MIBR
ยู่เซน
right
ฟอร์ม
now.
ไม่เคยตกมันคิดดูดีมีแต่แบบรุ่งเรืองอะตอนอยู่เซนอะมึงว่าไงวะ
Why does Spike have an Odin again? What's just going on? There's King with one, Spike with one, Neon. The
Neon,
they
Neon
are
Odin.
reaching in
Bui
to
bên
the
này.
pockets for the win. They feel like gold in their
แชทเจอกันนะครับผมโอเคปะเจอกันตอนกี่โมงครับบ่าย 3นะมันยับเกินไอ้เหี้ยมีเวลานอนอยู่ประมาณนึงโอเคนะเจอกันนะเป็นเปเล็ก ONG นะผมให้เป็นเปเล็กทีวันใครผมให้ทีวันโอเคไหม เออนะครับเจอกันโอ้ไม่ไหวว่ะคอจะระเบิดเจอกันครับมาคอลลี่นะครับ ขออีกนิดขออะไรอีกนิดนอนเถอะไอ้เหี้ยเจอกันตอนบ่าย นะเจอกันตอนบ่าย ไม่ไหวละเดี๋ยววะก็ขอบคุณทุกคนนะครับที่เข้ามาสตรีมนี้ขอบคุณสำหรับทุกซับทุกปีทุก follow ทุก donation ดูแลสุขภาพร่างกายกันด้วยใครมีเรียนใครมีทำงานอะไรเช้านี้ ก็สู้ๆเป็นกำลังใจให้ถ้าใครไม่มีอะไรก็นอนหลับพักผ่อนเต็มที่แล้วเดี๋ยวไว้เจอกันตอนบ่าย 3นะครับคุณนายสวัสดีครับคุณนายเซีย6 7อย่าลืมกินข้าวเช้าด้วยนะขอบตาดำหมดแล้วจริงดำปีๆแล้วไม่ไหวแล้วบ๊ายบายจุ๊บ